Damn, Gary, some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
What happened, Gandalf? Why didn't you meet us?
I was delayed.
Now, this might be weird to you, but I think society's gonna fall at some point, and we're gonna have to barter with old pornography.
Like VHS porn.
I still got VHS, dude, with the original boxes.
Yes. Well, damn.
I'm a strong supporter of women in adult films.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody does that anymore. Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Son of a I'm wearing this uncomfortable, movie-accurate, bullshit-ass armor, and I'm not even getting paid scale for this shit. I want to go home. You know what? Whoopsie. Well, it's time to go.
You guys should have some Vegemite.
Okay, Johnny, let him go.
Boobies.
Boobs. Round 1. Fight.
Vegemite.
Boobs.
Big fat titties.
You guys should have some Vegemite.
Chrissy Mare's boobs wins. Titty-tality.
Do you like Chick-fil-A?
I like Chick-fil-A, it's fine. I'm not edgelord Ryan where just because I don't like it as much as everybody else I'm gonna call it overrated. It's clearly not overrated.
You.
But that's the whole thing. Like, who cares?
I think it's overrated.
But other people don't.
That's
Other
what
people
makes
don't.
me disagree with them. That's what makes you disagree.
But that doesn't. But you don't have to go there. I think it's stupid to say that.
No, hold on.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
Holy
Sorry. Sucky, $10.
You can't park there.
I don't know what you are talking about.
Here they come and the crowd cannot wait. I apologize 'cause I'm probably late. Radical lights and highly organized. It's Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights. Time has come, they are finally here. Friday Night Tights. We're not affiliated, just so we're clear. Friday Night Tights. Sweet Mother Mary, turn on the eye, you get real. It's Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights.
Shows you how much I'm paying attention.
I'll take that one. That's my
So let's
bad.
go on.
We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing.
Mostly.
Oh my god.
that?
No,
We were too focused watching the intro.
We were such a riveting intro.
Specifically,
Great
the one-to-one real-life likeness of me in the intro, and I can confirm that is 100% real. All right,
Not AI.
not AI at all. I was just outside exercising my daily routine. What can I say? You know,
Looking good, man.
Looking
Yeah,
good,
thanks.
Shad.
Nice.
Yeah.
you know.
Nice.
Chasing
biceps.
those emus are healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
The war goes on. The end.
the war
The
goes.
war
Thank
goes
you,
on.
Hannah.
War is hell.
Thank you. Not many people acknowledge this. You know. But yeah.
Well, the
How many
emos are
artists lost their job because of that image, Shad?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
that girl looking at?
A fly.
No, I was just reading the there's like a
You look, you're looking at
picture of like
ass.
Jesus or
But-
something over here.
Oh. I
Your own personal
thought
Jesus.
somebody
That'll
put like
work.
a mathematical equation on the wall. You just couldn't help yourself.
Ooh.
I get distracted by math.
Can I solve this, please?
Oh man.
Hi, it's Friday Night
Hi.
Tights. How's it going, everyone? Hi, chat. What was the poll today? Who won the poll? Because we were.
Well, like what?
How late we are? What do you think it is for every
10
show?
minutes.
That's
Yeah,
under
that's
10.
true.
Come on.
Yeah.
Under 10.
Jeremy doesn't show up here anymore. He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that's true.
I made a video and I'm on Friday Night Tights. All right. I think
Oh
it's
wow,
a
he's
good
back,
Friday.
baby.
Dude, this is like
Back.
classic Jeremy.
I
It
even
is
did
Friday the 13th.
I made a listen. This is gonna make Gary very happy. I made the Marvels box office video that I'm launching later tonight as well, Gary. All right. So I made a video on the Marvels and the failure that will be the Marvels.
Oh, we'll talk
In the
about that.
spirit of global
Yeah.
day of jihad, Jeremy's going back to war with Brie Larson.
Ryan wants a jihad on Brie Larson's ass. That's what he wants.
Which side are you gonna take, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, like which
I
end?
thought you meant of her ass. I was thinking left cheek or right cheek. I was thinking, like, what do you mean?
In the meantime, our guests like, what the hell?
What's
See,
going
this is
on?
really
What have I
different
done?
than the nooner. So it takes. You have time. You can go get some coffee. It takes us a while to introduce ourselves, like usually an hour. We'll try to keep it under a half an hour. At this point.
Hour is being really nice. Sometimes
Really
we don't
generous.
even, like, listen, just Danica, like there was like it's like 4 episodes ago, 3 hours into the show, Gary's like,
Yeah.
hey, where's Chrissy? You know, like we're like Chrissy didn't
Hey.
show up for the show. 3 hours into it's when he realized she wasn't here because we probably weren't even done with intros.
I hadn't got to it yet. And this might buy her time to actually show up, you know. So
Hey.
It was such a random thing. We were laughing about something, and just all of a sudden you're like,
Hey, where's
Chrissy?
So, hey, where's Chrissy? We're like, what?
Into
You
the
sounded
show.
genuinely concerned. Like,
Yeah, like what's going on with Chrissy? Is she okay?
Missing persons report?
Well, where is she now? You know,
It sounds like a podcast Home Alone situation.
it is.
right.
Well, we
They're at
always
the
are.
airport. Oh no, where did they go?
It's
Whoops.
Jeremy, be fucking homo alone, but yeah.
Oh, you were the one who had a rainbow cup you were drinking out of.
Yeah, do you see what my rainbow cup says? It
There
says,
we go.
fuck off. That's what it says.
Oh, it's so cute.
Brave.
Oh man.
Welcome to the show. Lots to talk about this week. It's been a crazy week for, I guess, victory laps for fans because Marvel basically admitted failure. The Marvels is going to be a giant flop. And I think the box office projections are being pretty generous, but that's just me. And we watched Loki sit at a table and talk about his feelings with Mobius over some key lime pie. That was great. Riveting stuff.
Riveting
Hey,
television.
don't forget
like,
about the scene where they talked about their feelings at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that.
Episode 1 was like kind of nothing happened, but it was like I was at least intrigued a little bit. I kind of wish the entire season had been like the time slipping stuff of episode 1. But holy shit, what a pretty big step down for episode 2. And it just man, Marvel does not know how to make television series. It's almost like they admitted that this week.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, it's almost like they made a big announcement that said, by the way, we're rebooting Daredevil, and also the entire way we've approached every single streaming series has been a total nightmare for us. We're going to get back to how we should have been doing things in the first place.
Whoopsie
It doesn't guarantee any content will get better, but at least it's an admission of what we've been talking about for 2 years.
Yeah, it's almost like we've been saying this.
I mean,
right?
The product placement for McDonald's was just
Oh, I know. That was cracking me up. I was
hilarious.
like, oh, I wonder how much McDonald's gave him for
I know.
that. Like,
It was
Probably
oh.
paid for the fucking
But it
TV
was
show.
like
Yeah.
it was like the old fun McDonald's though, because now they're all like these gray boxes, like these corporate boxes, and you can't even like go like find someone to like take your order anymore. They're like, just go to the screen, and I'm like, what am I paying for, man? Like,
So
not much,
frustrating.
anyways. I mean, it's cheap as shit,
True.
but
This is
I'm
back
on
in the
that
good
McDonald's
days.
app life though.
Yeah, that was the
personally,
McDonald's. Like I had my birthday party in. They remember they. Well,
yeah,
they
yeah,
rope on
that,
part
that
of
used to
it.
be a
Yeah.
whole thing. People had birthday parties at McDonald's. Like it was an event to go
Yeah.
there. It was
Play
like
place.
fun
You
time.
go to the play place in
now
the
it's
90s,
sad and
you-
depressing
Yeah.
and just blah.
you'd like
it's
run and
weird.
grab a chicken nugget and like not even finish eating it and run back in there, probably at
Oh,
risk
yeah.
of choking to death, like getting
Oh,
in the
yeah.
ball pit or whatever.
It's a
Nobody
fun
was
time.
worried about people like raping your kids or whatever the fuck goes on nowadays.
Good
It was
times.
People wouldn't
good.
let
It
the
was
kids
good
just run
times.
around a McDonald's play place.
It
It
is
was
true.
good time.
Like you drove past the McDonald's back then, and it looked cool. Somewhere you want to go. Now it's like a
Yeah.
bank. You know?
Yeah,
It-
dude.
it-
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I
Yeah,
still
it's
want to
fucking
go there. I'm just
crazy.
going to be really disappointed.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't know. When
Yeah.
I'm having a tough week, I like to go to McDonald's, get a double cheeseburger and a cookie and a medium fry, and like that's my jam. You know, I'm just like it's been a rough one. I need a double cheeseburger. I'll be back, guys. I'll see
Yeah,
you
can
later.
you remember when double cheeseburgers were on the fucking dollar menu?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
used to
I
go
lived
into
off
now
of
like
those in college.
$3.
I used to
What
go
is
to
it now, the
McDonald's, get
$5
5 double
menu?
cheeseburgers, add mac sauce.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
crazy.
$5.
I will
Yep.
say though, about Loki, I liked episode 2 better than episode 1 because in episode 1 it's like plot. Oh, we got to run around. You know what's going on? You know, it was like all this like running around yelling crap. And in this one, I did like that they slowed down and they got to like have character interactions because like I'm less here for like plot bullshit and more for character interactions. So even though they weren't necessarily the strongest character interactions, I did like episode 2 better than episode 1 personally.
You know, I think what I got out of those interactions was just like, this isn't Loki. Like he felt like a completely divorced, separate.
He is a
character
different
from-
character
Yes.
now. It's
Yeah, but he's a variant though, isn't he? I mean, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, he's
He-
a variant.
you know.
Well, the
But
thing
yeah,
is,
I get your
A
meaning.
variant.
The problem is that
after
he's-
the events of Avengers, so he's pretty much very similar to Loki that we know.
Mhm.
But
well,
he,
they've tried
is
to
not.
make him like the Loki we know. The problem is what they've done is they've taken a character that had a great character arc, an incredible character arc that ended in Infinity War when he decided finally he's going to stand by his brother and
Yes.
try to kill Thanos at the end, and he pays the ultimate price. Very serious moment that
Yeah,
let everybody
redemption
know at the
moment.
beginning of
Yeah.
that movie, this shit's serious.
Yeah.
But then that's somebody who you have taken them and pulled them out of the timeline and given them a Cliff Notes version of their life via a projector and expect us to believe that they've had all that character development. And that's one of the things that just makes it seem so off to me.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Let's
Very-
just get through this fast.
Was that an
Okay.
AOC fart? What was
Yo,
that?
what the hell was that?
I wasn't.
Oh, it's my chair.
You're
Thanks,
coming through
AOC.
your
Mike.
webcam.
Your webcam mic.
Yeah, wrong microphone.
Your audio.
Dude, the replies to the AOC tweet are the greatest thing ever, man.
The fuck is that? That was so intentional. I'm gonna start doing that in our videos. Just drop a weird audio fuck up in there so people go like, "What? I gotta go back." The interactions on this video are huge.
It's really crazy. How
It's like the chirp.
Yeah.
Just make a video called AOC farts, and then it'll just do great.
The algorithm will take care of itself at
Yeah.
that point. Absolutely.
Twitter's a nightmare right now. It's, like,
It's so bad.
This
I
darkness.
hate going on there.
Yeah,
I want to see what the guy who plays Minecraft has to say about Jerusalem.
I know.
Fucking hell.
Ryan Long made a great video. I can't play it. This is the last time we played one.
That was perfect.
He nicked us on a copyright strike. So, well, his
Man.
team did. But go watch it. It's really good. Hi,
That's
Jeremy
funny.
from Geeks and Gamers, who finally started making some videos. Actually showed up to the show, even though I completely fired you.
I know it. I know it.
Ryan and Jeremy can't be on the same FNT anymore. That was the
I know.
narrative.
Yes, it is great to be back and love this show. I love being back here. Happy to have Danica on.
Yeah.
I told her when we got the call here, I was like, I've been aware of you for like 9 or 10 years on YouTube. It's crazy now that you're on Friday Night Tights, and it's really cool. And so she's been around for a long time, talking about all this nerd shit that we're talking about. But yeah, good to be back. And if anybody in the chat can guess who edited my latest video, and then I'll tell you who it is later on. But a few people seem to have already picked up on it, and but I'm pretty happy with that Robyn in the Hood video. And shout out to DanikaXIX, my #1 fan out there. I appreciate you, buddy.
Well, I can tell it
right
wasn't
now.
you, Jeremy. That's for sure.
It certainly wasn't me.
It was obviously drunk 3PO.
Yes.
Why was there 30 seconds of silence? Intro, and then Jeremy's just like,
yeah.
Like I said before,
Somebody
the
said on
stream,
Geeks Gamers Daily we had a moment of silence. It's true, it wasn't intentional, but
we'll
it
show the
happened.
video to give you context in a little bit. But Drunk 30PO, I'm sorry if I'm repeating this joke for everybody here who heard it earlier. Drunk 30PO is the kind of guy where you have a big piece of food in your teeth and he won't say anything ever.
That's the worst. You can,
Just be like, I didn't know if you wanted it there or not.
I thought you were saving it for later.
You thought that was intentional.
Az, my boy, how you doing? I was watching your game.
yeah. I was,
You're
it took
okay at
about
it. Not as good as me.
An hour to do a No. One strives to be as good as you, Gary, but one can never quite succeed.
Az, what's your killed by death ratio?
Killed by
I've killed about 5 and I've died about 500.
Killed by death?
Yes.
That's not my kills by death
Nerdrotic ratio.
That's my ratio.
In real life, my kills by death ratio is going to be 1.
So a shout out to Stuttering Craig, who asked Gary, because we were on main
My God.
event and we were like, we're talking about how Gary's the greatest gamer of us all, which
true.
in all reality, let's just call it like it is. If Gary gamed consistently, he'd get more views than all of us gaming combined, probably. That's just the retarded nature of this. Gary just kills it in live streaming videos and how do you do, fellow gamers? But we said, like, say somebody should ask Gary, like, because he's always talking about how he's a gamer, because he comes in the chat and he's like, PC Master Race, I'm a gamer. And I'm like, that's the Mick Foley. You went fully honest. He got a cheap pop. That's what he did. He did a Mick Foley cheap pop for the chat. But I said, somebody asked Gary what his KDR is, and Craig asked him, and Gary was like, what?
Yeah.
What is that?
No
He
idea.
thought it was a new gender.
What's my KD Lang? What? I don't understand.
So now you said, what did you say? Kill by death?
Killed by death.
Killed by death.
Kill by death.
Song by Motorhead.
God, Gary the gamer right there.
That's
Gary
right.
the gamer.
That's right. Chat knows what I'm talking about. You got me, chat, right? So, Az, welcome
Yeah,
back.
no, Jeremy's doing a great job of my intro.
With your intro.
Just let him carry on, you know?
Jeremy's missed like 3 intros in a row. He's got to catch up.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah. I was just catching up a little bit.
So yeah, stuff and things. Didn't watch Loki, forgot. Halfway through the stream, leading up to this stream. And then I thought, after one of my deaths from the boss, I'll just check my social. Poor Jado. So I've watched Loki. Are you available to record at all? I'm like, oh no, haven't watched it. just didn't even come into my mind to. The first episode just washed over me. I don't care. I don't care about Marvel. I know I'm meant to watch it for the show, but oh well.
Dude, I forgot last night. I was about to go to bed because we were watching like Buffy, and I'm like, oh shit, Loki came on tonight. That's right. So I watched it late, and it was put me to sleep. It was great.
Oh wow,
put me to sleep. It wasn't great. All right, it's okay. You know what you missed?
Nothing.
You missed men looking for women. Go to McDonald's. Go to McDonald's, and then they watch.
Sponsored by,
yeah. Then they watch lines disappear on a screen.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That was the episode.
Kind of the
That really shows the threat of the multiverse.
I know, right? I was really shocked with how easily they dealt with all those branches. I was like, oh wait, what?
Wow,
That's all they had to do?
Just like
Just
throw bombs out there.
Throw bombs everywhere? Like, oh,
Just while we're on that topic, could we acknowledge that is technically the greatest, most destructive act of unmitigated genocide that has ever been depicted
In the
on
history
screen,
of cinema
basically.
or television, yes.
All they could do, people are dying.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
are you insane?
Yeah, it was just
so many
it was just
people that
one
are dying.
obese black woman who was just like, trillions are dead.
Oh well. shit happens. I
so
guess.
that was
I mean,
episode.
weren't they doing that this whole time though? I mean,
Yes, they were.
Kind of like,
Yes.
I mean, isn't that kind of par for the course?
Is
Like,
it-
it's
Why
like,
did
oh,
it stand
well,
But this
down?
time they knew, apparently.
right.
So.
But it's like, what? You didn't realize that before?
Yeah,
You
no,
were-
They
that's-
should be
the
having
like-
like
inconsistency.
existential crises
I
about
know.
killing billions upon trillions upon trillions.
Oh, I've
But
got
at the
so
same
many
time, if
questions.
it's
a
that
lot of
big,
people
if it's
dying.
that big, it's too big to quantify, and you're just like, I can't
know,
even process
you would
this.
be
Like,
dumb
whatever.
things.
I don't know, man.
It's like the universe in our.
But it's like Kang is
Tiny
making them
lives.
commit all these horrific acts. He's kind of the opposite of real life Jonathan Majors, who whenever he sees something bad happen, shows up right on the spot and breaks up the fight. Right? Kang is the opposite. He creates crime.
Yes. Hi, Ryan. Speaking of creating crime.
Hello.
Thought crime.
Yeah, I've talked enough. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. Shad.
Hey, Gary. You happy?
I'm always happy.
You're not, so I just want to be clear. You're not pissed off at me.
No.
Oh, because a lot of people, they are.
Because you're making it like
just a bit.
Is it because of your AI hot takes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So do you want to know, like, that tweet, right, is almost up to 9 million views.
Holy shit.
Like, people
What? Wait,
just
what's the tweet?
raging.
You're gonna get paid off
Raging.
Twitter, and that's all that you're gonna make a lot more
Just-
money off Twitter than I am. That's
Yeah.
Just Shad talking about like how he's fine
Yeah.
with AI
Okay, I'll go get
destroying
it.
artists' lives.
Thank you.
He does it like because he can do more creative
Okay.
things with it now. That's pretty much
Because we
Take.
want to talk about entertainment, keep the Cliff Notes version, Shad.
Thank you.
Is that no artists using AI? It's going to create a new industry, and there's a lot of opportunity. And that's been my take. And that if artists actually see ways that they can use it in their process and stuff, that they're going to see tremendous benefit. And like, so yeah, I'm a fan of it. Okay, and so I like to share stuff that I do, and so I shared this tweet about I'm getting better at it. I've learned a lot of cool new techniques, and the stuff I'm making is improving. So I shared that, and that is enraged.
I won't scroll down.
Well, see, like I thought.
I was
I mean,
just
I
looking
felt
what
I
was
was in the
trending.
minority because I didn't think it
Oh,
was an
yeah.
improvement
Oh, shit.
because the boobs are smaller.
Right.
Well, all right. I'll just share my
That's
screen.
pretty much a war crime. So yeah.
I'll share my screen and I'll give you an example because I think it's cool. So hang on, entire screen and
Ultimately, AI is a tool that nobody can stop. Like so,
Yeah,
like
that's reality.
actually getting mad about it is kind of pointless at
Well,
this point.
a mass coronal ejection from the sun could take care of it.
That could take care of
Yeah.
you
It could
too.
take care of
a
everything.
lot
All of
other
this. All of this
problems.
nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah.
One really good one could
One-
really
one
take care of
care-
a lot of things.
We are one Carrington event away from the 1800s, and Razorfist
Yeah.
is happy.
Oh,
So,
man. Just keep some candles in your house.
keep some candles, firearms, gas powered,
So,
Water. Yeah. Stuff like
So-
that.
two-stroke
so what do you
engine.
have to do to get better at AI? Is it just like learning how to put in types of commands, or like what does that entail exactly?
Oh,
Is it
no,
like
there-
paying for like more services or filtering?
no.
in?
There's a lot of techniques like oh my gosh, I've made a video on Shadowversity if you want to see the process. Like if you just share my screen, here's a before and after of two separate images.
It just
And,
looks like she's been working out more.
No,
Yeah.
one has vastly
Look at
more
those
finer
shoulders.
details. Like if
I personally like the first one more, Chad.
I do too.
Personally.
I will say so. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
the
agree.
lighting,
Yeah.
no, but the lighting is so much more dynamic in the second one and the finer details, and it's actually a far more complex.
Yeah, but it's
piece
too
of
much
art.
details. That doesn't look good.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Like,
I
I mean,
think
it's like
you're
just because you can have more doesn't mean you should. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ooh.
there's something to be said for some simplicity.
This
All right,
looks
can we
like
take
Injustice
cheesecake off
Supergirl.
that
Yeah,
list
she
though?
looks like-
Cheesecake's got to go from that.
What was that?
Cheesecake. That's got to go from that list because cheesecake. I could just eat that all year.
The
I
hair
no,
looks
you're
good.
100% right though, Shad, in terms of like how the lighting's different.
lighting's-
and
yeah, it's definitely
and
more
the
dynamic,
shadowing
yeah.
and stuff like that. 100%. It's just
And yeah, like the finer details and the complexity.
Supergirl
of
doesn't
the
wear
piece
armor.
overall.
Saint
And
Zack
it's also-
Snyder.
But see,
that's why I
that
said
was one of the
Injustice
intentions.
too.
We're
Yeah, yeah.
critiquing the design, not specifically the
Not the
tech.
She
specific
looks a
of it.
little hornier in this one.
It looks like she wants her cape to choke her.
Well, and then you're looking down on her. You know, there's that whole angle.
Yeah, her
men
eyes
love
are
that.
up.
You know, oh.
Yeah, she's got that fucking
looking
tilt.
up at you. Oh
so,
yeah.
So Shad has a whole video on it that you can watch that I've watched.
Yes.
Okay.
But
I have. I mean, I know a lot of artists that are using AI tools to help their workflow. So I know a lot of artists that are embracing it and are using it in ways that are really exciting and like helping them with their craft. So that is totally 100% a thing.
It's just a tool.
And that's exactly
It's a
been
tool.
my point.
Yeah.
It's a tool that can really help, and a lot of people having fun with it. And a lot
Shad
of people don't like
is
it. And if you don't
literally
like it, that's
costing
fine.
people jobs every time he's
Yeah.
guest. Every
what I think
syllable
is
out of his mouth,
impressive-
somebody lose a job.
What I think is impressive is how hard Shad has decided to go all in on this. I just want to see you fucking throw nunchucks at people or whatever, but instead I get a 3.5 hour video about you defending your dumb AI take.
Just a response.
I think a lot of the
It's
people that are
just a
upset is
response.
I think it's more like I think a lot of people are scared to death of AI. I'm one of them. AI scares the living shit out of me, and I think it's going to cause a lot of problems in the future with videos and falsely accusing people of things. This person said something. And I think that's where a lot of people. I think that's where a lot of people's anger comes from in terms of just AI in general. But Shad's whole point is being lost, and his whole point is just about his particular. You know, he's saying his skills are improving with attention to detail on it. And that's really it.
It's just like any type of technological advancement we've ever seen, right? Obviously, when
it disrupts.
It disrupts and things have to change and people have to adjust, and that'll be the way it is with AI. But I completely understand also people who have people who do feel like it's going to threaten them like right now. Remember when we were talking about, learn to code a couple years ago, when you're just wanting people to like make immediate, like when there's going to be a huge change to whether it's truckers or something like that because of automation, there's going to be a certain percentage of people that do maybe kind of get screwed over by something like that. But an adjustment happens and overall, things will change. But you're always going to have this resistance to stuff like that coming in.
I love to bring up this like Frank Herbert quote, like this Dune quote. I think about it all the time. Once men turned their thinking over to machines in the hopes that this would set them free, but that only permitted other men with machines to enslave them. And that's something I think about every day. I'm just like, don't trust these machines because there's somebody behind them who's programming them and who is controlling them and who's controlling what they put out.
That's like
very accurate. The scariest part, honestly, for me is machine learning. And it's like, all you have to do is think of Minority Report, but instead of having psychics, you have computers that are able to go and predict your behaviors, which is pretty frightening if you think about it.
Minority
And somebody's controlling
that. Is it 2003 documentary?
Yeah.
Pretty
much. The longer I live, the less I care about anything, so I'm not too worried.
That's good. That's good. It's good to detachment. I love it. It's very Buddhist. I love it.
22-year-old. Where was I? We got Shad talking about his AI. So, Chrissy Mayer.
Hi, it's great to be here. I did not hate the latest episode of Loki. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed seeing the trickery again, but I'm sure we'll get into all that. Good to see all your faces. As is looking spelt.
Have you started a controversy since we talked last?
Yeah.
No, but I'm working on one. I
know you have to stay relevant.
I gotta bubble something up.
I know something that you could do to,
shout out some tips.
Pretty easy. Yeah.
Some tips and tricks.
Oh, right. I hope everybody had a good, happy Jihad day. I honestly,
I was gonna say,
I don't want to hear,
Chrissy,
unless you get the day off work. I don't want to hear about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Chrissy.
unless it's a postal holiday, who gives a shit?
You could post on Twitter, show me your AI art from Jihad Day. That's
a great idea.
That's a great idea.
I'm gonna do a jihad on your ass.
Oh wait, some people already did that. Sorry, on Twitter. Oh, none of you guys.
That's where
none of you know what I'm talking about.
No,
Okay.
no, I know what you're talking about.
The reason I'm staying off. I'm done. I'm done.
I think that's where we're gonna go with the way people interact with crazy events. Like I don't think we're gonna get maybe in the beginning where something comes out and it's an AI art of an actor doing something that's horrible, and then we all get outraged about it. I think it's gonna end up being we're gonna be in a position where people just don't believe anything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I know. That's what I
nothing
think.
comes
Yeah.
out.
We're getting
They're
towards
like,
it
I'm
now,
yeah,
kind
it
of
doesn't
at that
matter.
point right now with Twitter. I'm
Where I
scared,
think
I'm
we're
scared
like-
to react to any videos. Even
right,
like
you don't know what's
it's
real
been
and
that
what's
way
not.
for fucking 4
no,
years.
no, no,
but
no, no,
one's
no, no, no.
noticed
It's
till
gotten
now,
no,
to
it's
be
gotten
fair.
significantly worse since
Yeah, I think
monetization
we're on, like, the-
and all of that. That is
We're on the
objective
edge.
fact.
I can't wait. Well, yeah, people are actually paying attention. Community notes help, by the way. But
They do.
I can't
they
wait
do.
until no one believes anything, because then shit'll come out about me, and I'll just be like, "That's just a bullshit AI video."
Whatever.
It's real.
You think that was me looting
They
that
want.
target? It's just fucking AI.
AI.
Ryan Kittle murdered 3 hookers.
Hi,
Well, that's
a-
real.
yeah,
We
yeah.
know that's real. So.
hello,
Yeah.
Quarter Black Garrett.
Hey, what's up? Loki is okay. It's kind of boring. Nothing happened really. But they really depowered Loki in this attempt to try to make Loki seem like original Loki. They've taken all of his powers away. Like
He used to
there's
fight
a
the
scene.
Avengers. Now he fights dudes named Brad.
Bradley. Bradley.
Brad
In
has
an
it
interrogation
coming,
with a guy named Bradley,
That's
he gets outsmarted by the guy. He's like the
Right,
scene's setting it up, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, Loki's about to do something cool. He's
It
about
looks
to like,
ancient. Like
yeah.
he's not gonna get trolled. Are you kidding
There's
me?
no way. And then he does. And yeah, the show let me down. Wasn't that not very good?
No. Well, I mean, coming off Ahsoka, it just probably doesn't seem as bad, but it's so underwhelming. It's not like the
Yeah.
worst thing in the world. It's just underwhelming.
It's like I like Tom
Yeah.
Hiddleston. I like
Yeah,
Loki.
totally.
I want to see
Totally.
Loki.
This
I know.
isn't
Loki
Loki
shit.
This isn't Loki. You're
And it's
watching the wrong
not.
show.
Yeah,
They even tried to they tried to do the Loki bit where he was like, "Oh, I'm using my illusion powers. I'm gonna be over here, and I'm
it
over
stood
here, and
out
over here."
like a sore thumb.
I know.
And then they go to the interrogation, and he doesn't do any of it.
All right.
It's kind of weird because it seems like the episodes are taking a really long time, but like it's dragging on a little bit. But at the same time, I think both of these episodes, you could turn both of these episodes into season-long arcs. Like the idea that they only did the time slipping thing, that it started in episode 1, because we didn't know that was going to be really a thing, right? We just thought he was kind of in an alternate present when we saw the end of season 1, that what happened had changed the present. But then we learned that in episode 1 of this season that he was doing the time slipping thing. That all got resolved in one episode.
Yeah, that was dumb.
We got something that started and stopped in one episode that could have been a season-long fucking arc of him trying to work things out and how to communicate to this while not being able to control his time slipping. That would have been an actual unique fucking thing to do.
Well, that would have been a storyline focused on Loki.
and they got rid of it.
Okay. Hi, comics.
Hi, Gary.
How's it
You can
going?
move on to the next person.
Okay.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you got it right. You got it right. You got it right. You got it right.
Did I get it right? Wait. I got it right. I'm 80% today, guys.
People,
Which is
I would
probably
have
better
enjoyed
than my 100%.
seeing that too, Ryan. Like if he had compared time slipping to like premature ejaculation, like I swear to God, this never happened.
Oh, blue balls all the time.
X-ray.
Hi.
Cool.
Hi. I went to a hospital today, not for work, and there's no power, and it was so scary. We found a Ouija board, and I touched it, and I don't feel right anymore.
Wait, there was a
so-
Ouija board
No,
in there?
when you
I'm
say
kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, extra girl. When you
Okay.
say I went to a hospital and not for work,
What
a
does
lot
that
of people
mean?
might assume you got fucking hurt, not that you just happened to be in a abandoned hospital.
That's true.
That's true. Okay, so I went to a
Yeah.
hospital. It's abandoned. I decided to play Phasmophobia in real life.
Yay!
Okay? And I'm not gonna lie, it was really creepy. I don't want to ever do that again. I don't want to go to Skinwalker Ranch. I don't want to do all of that.
Oh, we're doing
I'm
it
gonna
all.
leave it-
That's too bad because
You have to go. We're going to Skinwalker someday if they let us on.
I literally felt like
Skinwalker.
when I was by myself walking through the halls, like something was like on my shoulders or something, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's
It's called your
Mom.
hair. Oh, as is
no, he'd
better.
be somewhere else. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be a good ghost hunter ever.
Perfect.
Can't do
That's
it.
what makes you the best.
That's-
hunter, 'cause
yeah,
You're gonna be
yeah.
scared.
All that shit is bullshit. I fucking hate all those shows. They all
Yeah,
they
it's all
fake
bullshit,
all
but it's
that
still
stupid
fun.
Shit.
Oh my
You hear
god.
that?
I saw that
That's every one
is
of
it
those shows.
Kristen Stewart. She's doing like gay ghost hunting
Yeah,
or something like that.
Wait. Oh, are we saying there hasn't been enough representation in the ghost hunting
Oh my
community? There hasn't been enough gay ghosts?
Only gay, black, trans, lesbian ghosts.
Oh my god!
Did you hear that creak? I think that ghost is in a wheelchair.
There hasn't been
Definitely
enough
gay.
ghosts in the ghost hunting community. Okay, that's the problem.
That's accurate.
No, Ryan, seriously, you wouldn't want to go ghost hunting for like G or something. Like, come on.
I don't think. I
Oh,
would
you'd be
good at-
so miserable.
It would be
and it would be
hilarious.
so good.
It would be hilarious because he would be complaining the entire
I know,
time.
that would be
I-
great.
like, it might be funny, but I think I would ruin it for everyone else. Because I think
as
it's
long
all
as the
bullshit.
audience, as long as the audience is entertained, who gives a fuck about the rest of the
Yeah.
people there? If we can
Exactly.
entertain the audience with your misery, I am 100%.
That's kind of
okay
what we
with that.
say about this show. So
That is
yeah.
You have to.
I would do it, but whoever I go with is not going to be happy.
Hey,
It has to be Jay or Krista.
Gotta be Jay.
I'm not going with Krista.
We have a very.
You get just sucked into the darkness, and the monster's gonna eat you, and Jay'd be like, "Oh hey."
Stare for 30 seconds. You okay, man?
I thought you were
Where'd you
getting
go,
ready
man?
for the ghost to possess you. Sorry, bud. Yeah, Jay.
So wait, so the hosts are queer, not the ghosts. Are they looking?
Oh,
okay.
That's not nearly
Is
what
that
you're
No, what about the?
Oh my god.
Oh.
That makes more sense.
I
I
wanted to
mean-
find gay ghosts.
I know that's what I was saying. I was like,
Yeah.
Hello.
yeah.
You go to
That's
San
what
Francisco.
Oh,
Go to San
COVID.
Francisco. Go to San Francisco and run
Yeah,
around. I'm
Yeah,
sure
there
there's
you
a
go.
lot.
Like
All the
find
stories
old
are similar.
theater.
They all had AIDS. You're like, okay, another AIDS.
Yeah. What is scarier than a ghost with a botched bottom surgery?
Oh God.
It looks like Jaws.
Oh, dude. Okay.
They're just like in a happier place because they don't have to dilate anymore.
On that note, I'd like to introduce our very special guest.
Wow!
Terrible segue, Gary.
Yeah,
I'm known for him.
Best segue ever.
I'll take the blame.
Trans ghosts matter. You know, I don't fucking know.
Well, maybe they transition after they died. You never know. Maybe it's a life transition. That's how they saw it. I don't know.
They're living their truth in their afterlife.
Gary's just
identify
gonna
as
figure
dead
this one out.
inside.
Gary's at the point just saying shit now. He's
I'm
like,
just
we're
saying
so far
things.
into this thing.
It's like
Gary's just jealous
let's go
because he
all the
hasn't gone
way.
viral for a week, you know, and everyone else has now. It's just like, I want to be viral.
I don't
That's
care.
fun.
Hey, Gary, if you want to go viral, I know something you could tweet that would help. You.
Hey!
I don't know. I'll just
Here's what your AI takes, Chad.
I'll just concentrate on making videos. That's fine. I'm okay.
That's him saying, "I'll just get 1 million views. Go fuck yourself." That's what it's saying to all of us.
Yeah, our viral is an average Gary video.
Yeah. Well, a little bit below par of Gary video, but yeah. His One Piece video. Yes.
It's a great video.
I love that
It
video.
is, but you know.
Great video.
The fact
For
that Gary's worst video
I'm
gets
like
more.
Gary looking at the metrics.
Yeah, the fact that his worst
I knew it
video
wasn't
gets
gonna
more
do
than our best videos is pretty bad.
It's like the monthly metrics on Geeks and Gamers.
I know it's so bad.
Evergreen, baby. Look at it in a year. That's the whole point of it. Evergreen. Look at it in a year.
Yep.
Our guest.
Our guest is Danica, comic book girl, 19. You might know her. Been around.
Hi.
Legend.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Don't know why she's here.
Yeah.
Neither does she.
I know why I'm here.
You're amongst friends, kind of. Like, we're really, well, I mean, we're weird and very inappropriate, and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. So,
You know, I used to be a tattoo artist, and I worked in many tattoo shops, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean like real
interesting
environments
crews
with real
of people. Interesting crews of people that you spend like 10 hours a day with, you know, that you're hanging out. You're like, wow. Cool.
I love it, Danica. You're basically saying, if you think I'm not used to dealing with retarded people, you have no idea how
I am.
Yeah, but I'm one of them. I'm there. I mean, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm there
basically
too.
us.
Like,
Yes.
I love it.
I heard him say retarded in a show yesterday, and it floored me. I'm like, oh my God, they used to just say it. It was an
For the
angel.
first
Some of us
episode of
still
Always
do.
Sunny, they dropped the hard R.
Hard
It's
R.
like
Yeah.
the pilot. Imagine the pilot episode of something nowadays where they just drop the hard R and retarded. By the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the Linus Tech Tips
Yeah.
hard R.
No.
Yeah, not that one.
No.
That's
and
so funny.
and to celebrate today, I was watching Team
Jeremy.
America before the show. So just because I thought it was a good holiday video. I wanted to ask Chrissy, could you just reuse your January 6th tree as your Jihad Day tree and just
Yes,
redecorate it?
that's what I'm really doing. Is I'm
Okay.
taking off the American flags and the antlers from my January 6th tree, and I'm just putting flags, whatever the Jihad flag is, little AR-15s.
Anything.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. They have
AK-47s.
AR-15s now.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop right there. I had a good joke, but
Sorry, I'm like,
there's a
I'm holding
line,
back.
and I didn't want to cross it. So
Like just pictures of women not reading. I don't know. I don't know what they're about.
Something about vests.
I saw a really great video that was like this actor who's like, I don't know who I'm supposed to post. I have to say something, but like if I
Oh,
say
Ryan
this, I'm
Long.
fucked. And if
Ryan
I say
Long.
that, I'm fucked. And it's like it was a really
Oh, you're talking
funny
about Ryan
bit.
Long?
Fucking funny.
yes, that's
Yeah,
Ryan
is
Long's
that
video.
Is that the
Yeah.
Ryan Long one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
legend.
Yeah. I
Absolute
saw
legend.
somebody. Yeah. I saw that thing. I was like, that's really well done.
That's true.
I can't wait till we get past the point where people feel the need to come out with the groundbreaking statements. Bad
Oh my
things are
God.
bad, and I think
Yeah.
bad things are bad.
Oh,
That's what I've been doing
that's
this whole
great.
time. Like,
All right.
war is bad.
Well, everyone's got to weigh in, and it's just like I don't know. Maybe you don't.
No,
you
we
haven't
don't weigh in.
said anything about this yet. Well, so your media
Nope.
assumptions. I
But
don't
not
think bad
picking a
things are
side
bad.
is picking a side. That's what
Is it?
people
Yeah.
say. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
Oh, my
Silence
fa-
is violence.
You know, here's I have a great song on my new Dune Wave album called The Violence of Our Ancestors. And it's just like, there is no escape. We pay for the violence of our ancestors. And it's just like, atrocity is a barbarous form of incest and it only perpetuates more atrocity. And I'm just like, wow, this song is so relevant right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
wow, cool.
So
pretty on point.
what I figured out after your appearance on the Noon because I was like, there's like Dune Wave. I've heard that before somewhere, and it was on Garrett's show.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
that's the
I
guy.
had Akira the Dawn on my show.
Oh,
and he
hell
did
yeah,
a performance
yeah.
and he played one of the songs. And yeah.
Hell yeah.
talked
Hell
about it.
yeah. Akira's great. I love him.
So there you go.
him
That
on
was the
here.
connection, but I couldn't make it because I'm retarded. But yeah,
I snuck retarded. I didn't sneak it in, but retarded is in Dune Wave. There's Revenges for Children and the Emotionally Retarded. And I was very excited that I
Oh,
could
that is
find
true.
that.
That's true. That should be a shirt.
Yeah, it's true, but it's true. And that's
It
the
is
thing
an
too.
accurate use of that word.
It's an accurate use of the word, and that's what I get
Yes.
upset about is when
It's
people are like,
actually-
oh, you can't say retard. And you're like,
Right.
well,
Yeah,
but
especially-
emotionally retarded is that
It's a really useful word. It means like I held back or something. That
Yeah, it means like social media and shit.
And so the fact that people want to do this big, like, you can't use the word, it's actually like,
Plus-
it used to be the polite way to refer to people who had mental disability. right?
Australians say it so much better than anybody else too.
Retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You gotta
just
yell
fun
it,
to
too.
say too. It is a fun word to say.
It is
It
a
just
fun word.
is.
Oh
It
yeah,
really
and
is.
I'm retarded on my mother's side. My great uncle was he was a breech birth. They didn't think he'd make it past 5. He lived to 82, and right before he died, he said he gave me the retarded card. Like the words didn't say like that. It was more like, but I knew what he meant. I knew what he was saying.
You could translate. That's how you
I
knew you had the
could.
gift.
I was like, I think I know what you're saying. Here's another pudding.
So
It's kind of wild how
Retard
Australia.
whisperer.
I feel like half the shit Australians say makes it sound better, and half the shit makes it sound a million times worse.
I
Like, there's
agree
this one
100%.
Fucking Game of Thrones channel I'm subscribed to. They do shorts, and it's some Australian guy, and he always says, "Did you know?" and then says like a 60-second spiel about Game of Thrones. He's like, "Did you know?"
I know who you're talking about.
They gotta
Fucking
put the
put up
R
like
on the
a-
end. No.
Yeah.
Like you add a million other letters. to
Did you
fucking
know it's been 4,483 days since the release of A Dance with Dragons? That should be his videos all the time.
That's
Did
the
you
last
know?
ever Game of Thrones book.
That's the last ever A Song
The
of Ice
last
and
one.
Fire book.
That's not made by AI.
God, he had 5 months. He had 5
Chad,
months.
are you writing it?
A cleared.
sorry.
Somebody already cleared. George R. R. Martin had 5 months of a cleared schedule. No shows to distract him. Nothing. I don't think he worked on it at all. I don't think he worked on the book at all.
I think the show
I don't
like
think
fucked
he's
it up
worked
for
on
him. I think it ruined it for him. And I
Yep.
mean, I get it. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's, you know, it's a bummer. Like, I wish that he would just hire an underwriter or somebody to like help him do it if he doesn't want to, you know. But again, it's like he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't owe anybody anything. But if I, you know, was like working on my magnum opus and you just like had millions of people around the world who were like, fuck the show, we want your vision, we want what you, like, what do you want to, how do you want to end this? I would feel definitely like I would want to hook it up for them.
Just
like I would want to.
yeah.
I think there's so much pressure on him because of how badly people hate it, and like,
well, yeah,
Game of Thrones didn't just. The problem wasn't just season 8, right? There's a lot of seasons leading up to that, all the stuff they missed over. But like, I think because people had such a visceral negative reaction to it, I honestly think he's scared, and I feel like he feels like his legacy will be more intact if he just never releases it, versus if he releases it and people don't like it.
I think what will happen is underwrite. Like I've actually heard that that's kind of going on, and he'll just do an outline history like he did with
do the outline,
Fire and Blood, and that'll probably be how it's done. Even though he's come out in the past that I'll never let anybody else write it, but technically, if you're outlining it, you're still involved in the process.
Yeah, no, you're
So-
you're the manager, you know,
Yeah.
and you get your little underlings
you know,
to do
a writer,
the
story
slog.
consultant, you know.
I am not going to hold my breath though.
Yeah,
so
I don't. Yeah,
been a crazy
Brain
week in entertainment, which is what we talk about. Been a crazy week this week for Disney, who has just like hit the wall, which is great, and Marvel hit the wall. You know, on the heels of the delay of Ironheart, which was kind of an admission of failure to fall of 2025, even though this thing is done. So that means it'll be 3 years from what was it, the time it was completed, Principle, when it does get released. A couple days later, we get the Daredevil news, which is just huge. It's like, it's so unbelievably incompetent, and it confirmed everything that I have heard. I heard a year and a half ago, and everything people have heard about like Disney's process. It's not just the effects, it's how they approach TV. They just spammed a bunch of crap. It's all producer driven. It's not creator driven, because the creatives are cast. They're not really hired. They don't really give a crap what they say. They just want to roll them out and go, look at this Muslim director. Look at this female Muslim director. That's all they want to do. And they took no time in it. So now they had, what, 8 episodes, almost 8 episodes filmed of a series, tens of millions of dollars spent, and they're scrapping it all, and they fired the writers and the directors, which is
They had 8 episodes of
wild.
Daredevil.
filmed.
Filmed.
They saw that they basically said, like, we had the time to get back and see the footage, and we made a decision to scrap everything and fire all the writers and everything.
Who's running this place? Kathleen Kennedy? After what you did with Solo?
Close.
Good
Yeah,
Lord,
the male
man.
version.
Yeah.
No, because they wouldn't fucking ever change anything. They haven't for Star Wars. I think
no, but I'm talking about with Solo. She let it
I
get
know.
90% done, and then they
But
axed it.
the biggest thing for this article is not just solely related to Daredevil. It's that Daredevil's like the breaking point.
Yeah.
And this entire article goes into what we've been talking about for years. The reason that it seems like Disney doesn't know how to do TV is because they haven't been treating it like television. The
Right.
reason every Marvel and Star Wars series feels like it's just a movie pitch for an idea that gets stretched into 6 or 8 episodes is because that's kind of how they were going about it. You look at HBO shows, and they feel like they know what they're fucking doing. Like they know how to make serial storytelling. Every episode is, close to the same amount of time. Every episode seems like it's satisfying, but still like you want to know what happens next week. Whereas the Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars stuff just doesn't feel that way. And this article is an evisceration of that. And it's coming from inside Disney, which is a signal to all of us reading this that they are admitting what they've been doing is fucked up, and they have to change to get back to the type of ways they used to tell TV stories.
And they go into details of what this show was, right? So by the 4th episode, he doesn't put his costume on by the 4th episode, and it's a legal procedural. And then there's the rumor side. I got to separate this from the article that Foggy and Karen were going to be killed off screen, and that's why Daredevil quit being Daredevil. Which is
I heard just
Wow.
Foggy and that Karen was never even mentioned in the series.
Oh.
That's kind of the
Yeah.
most reliable
Oof.
one I heard.
either way, that's retarded. That's like legit retarded.
Would you rather have them kill Foggy or race swap him?
I'd rather have them cast
None of the
Foggy
above.
from the original series that was successful that they never should have canceled. That's what I'd rather or not make it at all.
And it's so crazy. It just feels like they cut off their nose to spite their face. Where
Yep.
it's like, well, we're gonna do it better, you know. And you're just like, what? Why don't you just use this? Like, this is good. People like it. Just keep doing this, man. It's successful. Like, what's the problem?
And it's like, if you're gonna do
They
this,
got to make
then-
it better. That's the problem, and they don't.
And if you're gonna
Right.
do this, then you should go back and get the same people that worked on that,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and have
Yeah.
them do this one.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
smart.
I don't think
It's
they're
a
looking to do
no-brainer.
it better. I don't think they're looking to do it better. They're looking to do it different. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the word. I think with Daredevil, we got to the point where they could take acceptable losses with what's been going on. And with Daredevil, I think Feige got to the point where they've kind of gone past the point of no return. I think after Ahsoka absolutely failed, Loki is failing right now. Every series before that's been a colossal failure. You just have to look how many Marvel shows have been renewed for a season 2. Loki. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end. That's the end of that.
And
That's
they've
where
lost
they
at
should-
least half their audience, if not more, from season one.
Kenobi, colossal failure. Nobody watched Andor. Nobody cared, regardless of the quality that some people say it is. Nobody cares. And it's got to the point now where Daredevil has not just good faith, but Daredevil actually has a body of work with the same actor that is going to embarrass Disney. And I think even Feige saw that and was just like, oh, fuck, you know, we can't put this trash out. This guy had to do a walk of shame in She-Hulk. When's that fucking cow ever gonna come back? Oh, she's gonna appear as a cameo in the Avengers or something. Avengers 8, which does 250 million at the box office.
Well,
I think you're right. Like they had a comparison, right?
Yeah.
People can go back and watch those Netflix series, and you're gonna have a direct Daredevil to Daredevil comparison, and they saw what they had and they realized this is the breaking point for us. We can't put this out. That's kind of what it feels like.
Well, I'm glad that they're not putting it out, though. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
me
good.
too. Yeah.
At least they're not doing that. So
No, I
good
think
for you. I don't know. That's a rock and a hard place for them.
I think ultimately this kind of highlights one of the biggest issues with streaming, which is that with a traditional network, somebody would go and create a pilot, shop it around, and a studio, or not studio, but a channel might pick it up, and then you'd make episodes where they're basically commissioning like an entire season, regardless of how good or bad
or
the series actually is.
2 seasons.
Or 2, yeah.
That's been
Yeah,
kind
because
of
they don't
traditional.
understand TV.
They don't. Well, they've taken this tech approach. You know.
Well, they're
that's-
also just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing
Yeah.
what sticks, you know. But at
Mhm.
the same time, it's like, dude, you have to like actually like care about your show and like
Well, I mean,
hire
let me ask
people
you,
and
like-
like
It's a huge problem right there.
Yeah, is it really a breaking point though? Like, is it? Do we know that, or
Well,
are we
okay.
just speculating? Because
no.
Well, again-
I was
well,
told
again-
at Comic-Con
Well, I was gonna say
with
Solo-
Garrett
Solo
that
got-
we've read that Marvel had. I was told that yes, they realized. I don't know about breaking point, but they realized they have gone too far. Like
They know.
they need to.
The reason
reel
I
shit
say
back.
this isn't because it's just Daredevil restructuring of it. It's because this article is an evisceration of the way that Marvel's done everything, and it's an admission from inside Marvel that they're changing how they're doing things going forward on all of their shows.
Yep.
That's kind of what the article
they're
is. in
revamping
totality.
their entire television model, which is probably going to go to pilots because it worked. Even with streamings, it works. You gotta figure out like what the hell you're making. You know, Warner Brothers still does it. So you know, with rare exceptions.
right.
But
Well, it's also like this gold rush, like the streaming gold rush. Like, well, we have to have all these shows, and we need to bring people here, and you know, so there's all this anxiety of just putting out more and more and more and filling up that stuff.
But they're not bringing people to streaming services. That's the
Right.
problem.
Well, you have to actually have good shows, and they forgot about that part.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a little bit of a disdain for their audience. Like, they'll take whatever.
Big time.
They're
Yeah.
Marvel fans. They like shit.
Yeah.
Who cares? You know,
Yeah.
they'll eat whatever we feed them. And it's like, no, that's not.
Whenever something comes out, it's always referred to as a Marvel thing.
Oh, bring that article back up.
That's kind of gone in terms of quality. So,
and that's the stain. That's the stain for the audience is palpable, especially when people complain about a show that is legitimately bad and they're saying it's bad, and the response is, "Well, you just hate it because you're racist or something."
Scroll down.
Oh well, I guess I'll have to get over that. Oh,
Robin Hood.
Yeah. Well, that was like the whole Ghostbusters thing, you know, the female Ghostbusters thing. It's like, oh, this movie sucks. It's like, no, you're a misogynist. And you're like, no, it just is a shitty movie. It's just not a very good movie.
I am a
It's not very
misogynist,
good.
but it also sucks. As well.
Yeah, two things can be true at the same time.
Jeez.
I appreciate the honesty. I love it.
So they spent so it's not 150 million. By the way, it's more. It's more on most of these shows. It's looking like 200.
225 million for She-Hulk,
waste.
212 million for
What
Secret
a
Invasion.
fucking waste.
Wow.
Like, it's
Wow.
criminal. It's criminal.
Scroll down.
They
Scroll
filmed in
down.
Halifax, West Yorkshire.
Imagine
for
the movies
fuck's
they
sake.
could
That should've
make
been a
with that.
tenner.
My God.
Scroll down. There's a quote I want to get to.
No, it hasn't. It's not slowing down. It's been at a halt for fucking years now. Since about 2019.
Like Gary's
Okay,
just lost his fuck trying to figure
No,
out.
I'm trying to I'm trying to find a quote. Okay. Well,
So he's doing his impression of drunk 3PO.
Yeah, I know. That's why I had to say something.
Oh my god.
I got your quote.
Control F if you know what it is.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
I know we're
It's
here.
Alt F4, Gary.
Is it?
Once I can get a word in edgewise, because Az keeps on fucking stepping on me. I'm at the quote. We're trying to marry the Marvel culture with traditional culture, television culture. That's fucking producer speak. You mean you're trying to change your shitty television approach to a better television, more traditional television approach?
Well, the thing that worked, that's been
Yeah.
working, a proven model that's been going on for how many decades now? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool.
Says Brad Winderbaum. This guy's gonna get fired. This guy was in charge of anything. How's this motherfucker still have a job? So no, you got to read this last sentence. Hang on, Shad. It comes down to how can we tell stories in television that honor what's so great about the source material? Oh, they're talking about source material now, you motherfuckers.
Wow.
Now,
Alt-right pipeline,
Yeah,
baby.
you're
Let's
racist.
go.
Confirmed.
Let's go. Welcome over. Just put your red MAGA hat on and join us, baby.
that's right.
Daredevil should just come out with "Make Daredevil Great Again"
Oh.
on his helmet.
You know, they're saying
Magda.
that they want to keep part of the process, though. They want to marry what they have with Marvel with traditional television. I'm like, I'm sorry. If you take something that's crap and something that's good and mix it together, you result with something that's crap. Okay? Like, you.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Seems like
they
they're still holding
made
on to it.
something like traditional television. I seem to recall a Daredevil series that was on Netflix that was made pretty traditionally that everybody fucking loved.
Yep.
And what's this Marvel culture are you talking about? Are you talking about pre-in-game Marvel culture or current phase Marvel culture? Because those are two different things.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel. What does Marvel culture mean? I mean, that's a great question. It's just like,
Yeah.
what?
Losing
What are you
money.
even saying? What are you saying?
Like the
To
way
me-
you make movies?
I think you're referring to the culture within the kind of industry at the
The
moment.
structure
the
of
actual
how they
structure
produce
of how
them.
Marvel is processing things, and to me that feels like they're saying we're still gonna do things kind of the way we're doing. We're just changing it a little, and I'm like, no, what you've been doing is absolutely failed at so many levels.
On every level.
So I think what they actually mean by Marvel culture is the idea of how they were doing all these things, these different projects that were all intertwined within all these different phases of storytelling, different characters that will eventually come together. But they were trying to take the approach, and they even go into this article. They were trying to take the approach they do with their movies, which is, hey, we'll shoot this entire thing, and then we'll see what we need to fix about it. We'll do reshoots, and we'll edit it in post. As opposed to how they do things for television. When you're telling, I don't know, 13 episodes of something, which means you have 8 or 9 hours worth of story instead of 90 minutes to 120 minutes. You can't just fix it in post. You're talking about an entire overarching storyline that's going through this entire thing. That's what I think they mean by Marvel culture and traditional television culture.
Yeah. With Daredevil's new direction, Marvel hopes to right the ship on a project with sky-high expectations. I don't know if they were sky-high. The show is Marvel's first to feature a hero who already had a successful series on Netflix running 3 seasons, but sources say that Corman and Ord crafted a legal procedural that did not resemble the Netflix version, known for its action and violence. Cox didn't even show up in costume until the 4th episode. Marvel, after greenlighting the concept, found itself needing to rethink the original intent of the show.
Yeah, no shit, because no one would want to fucking watch it. They want to see Daredevil beating the shit out of people, not watching another legal.
No, they want to see a man being vulnerable and deferring to women and showing
eating
his
pie,
feminine
like they could
side.
talk
Yeah, do you think
about their
Disney?
feelings.
Do you think D Plus
Talking about his feelings
is going to show Kingpin chop a guy's head off with a car door?
No, not in the slightest. That's
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was freaking
Only if he was a
brilliant.
transphobe.
There you go.
There was a comic, like a She-Hulk comic, that this guy Charles Soleil wrote, who was like used to be a lawyer or was also a lawyer or something, and he did like this kind of legal procedural thing with her, but it like dealt with all the different superheroes. Like she was defending superheroes, and then she'd also have to go do stuff to like find evidence and all this other things. So I think there's a way to do a legal procedural thing that's interesting and fun, especially if you connect it with other characters, like other superhero characters. That'll make it really interesting, especially if you have multiple ones on different sides of this issue. I think that's possible. But again, that's so different from what Daredevil, the original show that was actually good that people liked was. And you're right about the whole, like, they can't do Wilson Fisk like they did in the Netflix series, and that's what made him so great. You know, he was so scary and crazy.
They had him
We
get
already
his
got a
ass beat by
taste.
Fucking
Echo.
Hawkeye Jr.
Hawkeye.
So
We
I
already got a taste of this
I didn't
Daredevil,
watch
right? Because that
yeah.
Daredevil that we were going to get is the Daredevil that we did get in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that this Daredevil show is going to be very similar to She-Hulk. It's a procedural,
and
lawyers.
that was one of the problems with
courts.
She-Hulk was it was a legal procedural that was written by people who had no fucking idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
And also, its biggest sin was it was a comedy that wasn't funny.
It seems
yeah, it
like
was
instead of getting people who love the source material and love what Daredevil was, they get people who loved Ally McBeal and make his Daredevil.
Well, yeah.
What are we gonna
Remember
make?
with the She-Hulk writers, it's like, well, we don't know anything about the law or superheroes, but
we're gonna make this show.
But we have a lot of food in the writers'
binders
room,
full of
so-
women who are working
But the
here.
fridge is full in the writers' room. You're
Yeah.
right, Garrett.
That is what they asked her. They asked her, hey, what is it like to be a writer in the writer's room? She says, well, it involves a lot of food and a lot of hanging out.
I believe
and then we write at some
I do
point.
too, Az.
Sounds like
I
that
believe
Twitter video that employee before Elon bought it, where
Yes.
they're showing what a day it. That,
Oh,
that
yeah, that's
photos
right.
like. Yeah,
Bro, they
that's
had
what
a
it sounds like.
fucking wine dispenser,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
Fucking insane.
Just a side note, people are going to look back on those in a couple of years just going, what were you thinking?
I know. I
There's
know.
certain
This
things.
comedy's great.
There's certain things you don't like. I'm going to do a video showing where my vault is in my house and showing how nice everything is and show it to everybody. It's stupid. It's
You're blowing
effing
up the
stupid.
spot. Nobody likes that employee that tells everybody that all the cool places to like take a
Yep.
nap at that in the building. Don't tell them that.
You don't, do they make those videos anymore? I mean, are they
They
around?
can't, right?
Probably
They're
not.
like,
Now that
here's my day
mass
at work.
layoffs.
I clock in. I work.
Those people thought their days were hard. Like
I
that's
know,
the crazy
I
part. They
know.
thought it was
Yeah.
like
They
that they had
did.
like a normal work-life balance.
Now
or
it's
something.
like I'm dodging fentanyl zombies, trying to get stabbed with little techno music in the background.
The only employees at Twitter anymore are just a bunch of like Asian coders now. Like I think that's like that's
No,
the
I'm
only.
pretty
people
sure they
that are still
outsource everything to India.
Came
at
to
this
work
point.
today. Smells kind of bad.
That's what he said.
there. Asian.
But we're getting a lot of work done. It's all
Fair,
right.
fair.
Daredevil is far from the first Marvel series to undergo drastic behind-the-scenes changes. No, almost every single one has. Every single one. Those who work with Marvel on the TV side have complained of a lack of central vision that has, according to sources, begun to afflict the studio shows with creative differences and tension. TV is a writer-driven medium, says one insider familiar with the Marvel process. Marvel is a Marvel-driven medium. No, it's a character-driven medium. It's a character-driven medium. But Disney Marvel has forgotten that. Like Moon Knight. They mentioned Moon Knight here. We won't totally go into it. That should have been their best show. That should have been
I
their...
was so bummed on Moon Knight.
God.
I was so excited for that show, and what a letdown. And poor Oscar Isaac, he just can't get a break. I mean, he was like they put him in that terrible Apocalypse fucking makeup for that fucking shitty X-Men movie,
Yeah.
and then he does this, and then it's
Star
like, and
Wars.
he did a great job with what he was given, you know. But still,
He
like
always does, but Fuck.
He was
Ah.
good in
I
that.
give
He
it
was
very
good in that.
stuff.
He was good in that Netflix movie with Chris.
Triple
Hemsworth.
Frontier.
Yeah, Triple Frontier.
I fucking
yeah.
love that movie.
That was a damn good movie, and Oscar Isaac, along with everybody else.
He's a good
was
actor.
Pedro
Dude,
Pascal.
Dude, it's a great. Yeah, he's great.
Ben
He's
Affleck.
such a great actor.
But
He's
they
an
jumped.
amazing actor.
They jumped past the Bill Sienkiewicz stuff to get into the modern stuff with the personality disorder. When just make him Mark Spector. That's all you need to do. You make him Marvel's Batman with a little bit of an Egyptian thing going on. Start simple. That's what they did. That's how it worked.
And make it street level too. That's
Yeah,
another thing.
yep,
It's like
yeah.
we don't need him changing the skies around and all this shit.
Fighting
you know, we could-
kaijus and shit, like, in the background. That's too
world
much.
ending crap. Like, please just make it a street level situation.
Fighting drug dealers. I mean, like
just keep it simple.
keep it simple.
low.
It's a badass.
Or-
It was a badass character.
Yeah.
That's the
well.
only Marvel Disney Plus series that I started but didn't finish. Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I watched like the first 3 episodes. Like I can't do it anymore.
Understandable.
Everything else I've unfortunately watched.
I haven't finished any Disney Plus Marvel series.
I think that was the last show that I watched, and then after that, I was like, I'm done. Like I was like, I've watched Loki for just to talk about it with you guys, but I didn't have any plans on watching it until like I got invited.
My daughter
on
walked
these
in the
shows.
room while I was watching it. She was like, "Do you want to watch this?" Because she.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, the children
No,
know.
I don't.
The children know.
Yeah.
I tried this morning. I tried to get through episode 2 of Robin Hood. I just stopped. I started watching Team America.
You want to get on to episode
Wait,
3?
you didn't even
mate.
get to
No,
you didn't
I
even get to
don't.
the fucking pineapple on pizza part.
I don't care.
He specifically did that for you.
jalapeno and pineapple on
How,
pizza. Gary.
how many episodes are in this season? Do we know? 10?
8.
17.
All right. I'll probably burn through it when the season's done.
No, oh jeez,
There's
man.
only 8.
Are
This
you
looks
saying
like
you
a
prefer the
24
binge model,
episode show.
Gary?
When it comes to this shit,
For this, yeah.
when I can watch it on double speed and look at it's 'cause
That applies to every Marvel series.
I watch them at
Watch it at
regular
double
speed.
I must be
watch
the
it.
only idiot not watching at double speed.
So there's
Me
a,
me
I-
as well.
on
in
you.
all
Focus
fairness.
on you.
there's a
I
clip.
only watch YouTube at like 1.5.
Garrett-
but the shows I just watch
clip?
regular.
Find the clip that I shared on Twitter because this one I'm going to tell you why it pissed me off. It
Watch the
fucking-
quartering on fast forward.
It's still too.
I think
slow.
everybody does.
We love you, Jeremy. We love you,
Jeremy.
Coffee Brain Coffee.
Hey,
When you're not shitting on us, Jeremy, we love you.
I don't know if you guys got back to me in the chat, but did the dislike button go away or was that just me?
I think so.
I think there's been
It
a like
disappeared for me and I haven't seen it come back. So.
sometimes like with the extension you have to there's like an update.
Oh yeah, your
Reset,
Robin
so,
Hood
yeah.
video.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So it's the Loki clip I shared last night where I said the absolute state of Disney Marvel.
Oh yeah. Where they're eating pie.
So there's like you got to look at it as well in isolation. Any scene is fine, but we're talking about Marvel Comics has a thing of being known about people sitting around stuffing their face and talking about their feelings. That's what it kind of descended into it to where it's a meme now. And now they're doing the exact. So it's my whole video is about. They're making the exact, not different mistakes, the exact same mistakes that Marvel Comics made. Like
Secret
Gary, they're
Invasion
making
had
these
one of
mistakes-
these scenes.
I
every
thought you were
single
trying to do the Robin Hood theme there.
That's I
Yes, this is exactly what it sounded like.
They wrote right. They brought people on who wrote the comics, talk about feelings, sitting down eating, talking about feelings, because those people were making the comics with the hope that they're going to get picked up as TV shows, because this is how TV shows do it. In a TV show, people go somewhere and they sit down and they eat and they talk about things. So they turn the comics into that. And then, of course, because the comics are that, and this is now TV, this is what they wanted. And it's dog shit.
So it's also what they talk about here.
Ugh.
Okay, so
Feelings, probably.
yeah. It's down, it's turned down. Gary.
Food, feelings. Oh, I don't care.
Loki is not even eating the pie.
That bothered me about this episode or this scene. too.
He's not eating it. Not even.
Well, look at it. It looks radioactive.
He's probably
He's just-
vegan.
He's pushing around the whipped cream.
Okay,
I couldn't get
play.
past that.
Hit play.
You know, sometimes the rage builds up and you just gotta let it out. You've remember that time I was so angry with my father and my brother. I went down to Earth and I held the whole of New York City hostage with an alien army. Tried to use the Mind Stone on Tony Stark. It didn't work. So I threw him off the building. I mean, let me say something. Wasn't tactical. Yeah.
So
I lost it.
Stop.
You remember that time the Avengers happened?
Yeah.
That time you
Remember that
couldn't
time
eat
when
right?
Marvel was good?
That was like a week ago in this Loki's life. That was not that long ago.
You
in
remember
this
that
Loki's
time
life.
where Paramount ran everything?
I know, right? So this Loki is like, we don't know how much time has passed. It could be a fucking week.
Not
it could
enough.
be 2 weeks. But no, it's in isolation. It's fine, but it's not in isolation. This is what Marvel. This is a microcosm of what Marvel's been doing since Endgame, which is just shitting on their older characters, shitting on their old storylines, and making it so flippant and nothing. Like it's just a little conversation over key lime pie, and it takes away all the stakes. It's like, oh, if you don't care, why the fuck should I care? Why should I care at this point? And like these stories do not matter to these people, and they're really they're shitting on their best Avengers movie. Their best Avengers movie is the first one, and they're shitting on it by doing this. And they're shitting on Loki. This Loki is not that far removed.
It's disdain, you know. It
Yeah.
just reeks of like a lot of people who are working on this who really don't care about any of these characters or any of these storylines. They're not comic book nerds at all, and you know they're just getting a paycheck, and they have a lot of hatred for comic book fans. I guess I don't know.
Oh, no,
I don't
they
know.
do.
Like,
Right. They
And I
don't like
also-
they don't like the characters, and they don't like the people. They don't like the.
I mean, that's what happened with Game of Thrones season 8. I feel like D&D just like hated the fans so much, and they're just like, here, we're gonna ruin your fucking show, and you're just like, why? Like, I'm sorry we made you millions of dollars. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, this scene really bothers me because it
in
it
so many
undermines
levels.
something. Like, if Loki is truly sorry for what he did in the past, like if you actually want a redemption arc for a villain, right? If you, I think anyone can relate to this. If you ever done something that was truly astronomically bad, that you feel really bad about it, you're usually really reluctant to talk about it because you don't like to remember that part. Loki is talking about an event in his life where he murdered thousands of people, right? And he's
Tens of
supposed to feel
thousands.
bad. He's supposed to feel bad about this. And he's just flipping it out like it's a joke, right? And it's like you see no true regret in his heart at all or anything like that. And it just makes his character feel like a hollow, fake, you know, representation of what they're trying to present him to be. And so
Shad,
it
he
feels
doesn't
like
want to
this-
eat his pie. It's so
I was going
sad he
back-
doesn't want to eat it.
I was
Well,
going back through
also, though,
Avengers clips. Like, he is such a badass in that movie. Like, I am burdened with glorious purpose. Like that scene, and when he's talking to Black Widow, you mewling Quim. You know, like he's such like, you know, he's obviously he's not right. He's the villain, but he's got so much presence.
Yeah.
And in
He's a
here,
great
he's
actor.
just so
well,
deluded.
Brad was right. He needs to be a villain, you know.
Yes.
Like I
Yes.
was like, I was agreeing with Brad. I was like, please bring it out in him. I miss it. It's so sexy when he's a villain.
And when he did, it wasn't like what I would. So there's two scenes in this episode. Oh my god, my baby's crying.
I also hated it because he's like, you're a
Aw.
loser. You've always been a loser. You're great at being
Yeah,
the
what are you
villain.
talking
Like,
about?
yeah, if you're
Yeah,
just a
is he-
fucking loser, you're not really a great villain. Like, obviously, the villain will lose in these stories, but you wouldn't portray that in universe that way.
But he's still the god of mischief, and this just
god
seems
of
like
mischief.
this seems like Lance in HR.
Yeah.
That's
I was
Exactly,
really
Gary. You hit the next. Oh, sorry. No, go.
I was really confused about Sylvie and his relationship because like weren't they like tight? They just like had a different opinion about what to do with He Who Remains, and she kissed him and kicked him through the time door. But then like she sees him, she's like, "Ew, what are you doing here?"
Yeah,
You
it was
know?
like-
Like,
it-
"Ugh."
dude,
and
that-
it's like, wait, what?
that
I mean,
was-
they
That was
Like,
X
what?
vibes. That was X vibes right there. Seeing your
Right.
ex
It was,
again.
and it's like I don't
But it's like
understand
they-
why she would be so mad at him. Like, other than
Right.
he's judging her for violence against minorities. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's the whole issue. But it was really awkward and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just on Gary, what you said, where it feels like you're watching Gary from HR or someone like that, right?
Lance.
Like Lance. That
Yeah,
hits
or
in
Gary,
that, like
it's
you
fine.
touch on something like Gary. Loki, right? He used to have this gravitas, and he would always be in his Asgardian outfit, and he had power and presence, right? Now you just see him sitting down in regular clothes, eating a pie, and it ruins this kind of presence that he had as a character. Can you imagine Thanos in that scene wearing regular clothes, just eating pie and talking with someone? You've just ruined the kind of.
I can imagine them doing that.
Look at how
I'm
much
surprised they haven't yet.
You just give him the next Marvel what if idea.
You
Shad.
did.
Good job.
Jesus. Thanks.
Well, I got excited when the shadow guys came and then you saw the horns. I was like, "Ooh, is he wearing his cool helmet?" And then they cut to him and he was still. I like his tux though. I did like his little frilly tux. I thought it was kind of.
He looked good.
Yeah, he looked good.
That was a
Like,
good
Tom
scene,
Hiddleston's
and it
cute.
stood out like a sore thumb because he was being Loki for a minute.
Right.
Like, oh,
Yes.
wait,
I know, just
where
for a
has
minute, I
this
was like,
been?
"Oh
For
yeah."
a second, you're like, oh, there it is. Oh.
Oh.
It's gone.
Remember when like Thor: The Dark World came out and it was kind of like panned? You go back and watch that now; it's a fucking Shakespearean masterpiece.
Yes, it is.
Compared to like the stuff they're shoveling out of current modern day MCU. When you look at like Odin's lines and things, man. It's
Yeah.
just,
Well, wasn't that Kenneth Branagh? Didn't he direct?
Yeah,
that?
He did the first one.
I
He did
know.
the first
There
one.
you go.
And then
There you go.
it was a Game of Thrones director who did the second one. I'm blanking on his name now.
Mm.
But he had a horrible experience and left. You know,
Wow.
It's-
Weird.
Shocker.
Sounds like any actual creative directors have that same kind of experience.
Yeah, it seems like a pattern of behavior.
It's a bit of a pattern. So, but the thing is, the first 20 minutes of this 40 plus, as you missed so much in this episode, I'm so sad for you. The first 20
It was riveting
minutes, they were trying to get information out of a guy. That's it.
Brad.
Brad, yeah.
Brad.
And they
I
couldn't.
kept thinking though they should have cast Casey Frey, that guy who dances and stuff. Like every time I see Brad, I'm like, oh, I wish she was like Casey Frey. That he would have done a better job in this role.
Brad, Brad just seemed he was supposed to be hard to crack, and then he cracked really easily afterwards. But he was standing up to Loki and Mobius and got Mobius.
It was like
to-
30 minutes of just nonsense. Where like,
Absolute nonsense.
like, can't Loki do something? Look at his mind. Like, do fucking something
That's
with
the
his
thing.
powers. Like,
that's the thing. Is he has fucking like magic. Illusionary magic, and he shows it in the beginning of the episode.
Right.
And then we're in this interrogation scene where it's supposed to be like he's going to try and mess with your brain. And Loki's like, whatever. So he goes in, and then he starts calling him loser, and you're a villain, and you're never anything better, and you're always trying to do this. And then Loki's like Loki's having this like little monologue bit where he's like, maybe I am the villain. Maybe I'm building up to do something very evil right now.
This moment,
And I was like,
do something.
Is he about to do something?
And then he didn't do it. He backed off.
And he didn't do shit.
Like what?
Well, later
Just
he
good
brings in a
old-fashioned-
fucking. Oh, go ahead.
It's just good old fashioned claustrophobia that got Rob in the end.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, he ended up bringing in a fucking machine.
Yeah.
So-
He
and it's
doesn't
like,
need it. He
got
has
tortured
magic,
like
dog.
Leia.
You don't need a stupid little box machine.
That's actually
I
what
think-
that box did to Leia when the door shut in Star Wars. She got like the you
was
didn't
thinking
even
of
need
Dune.
all that part. All you needed was for Loki to go on that spiel and say that and said, maybe I've just been waiting for this moment, and fucking turn into Loki, get his armor on, lift this guy up and choke him, have him break, and then sit him down. And if you want to be a little bit lighthearted, just be like, he could turn to Mobius and be like, well, that worked out pretty easy, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like that's it. You cut out 15 minutes of dumbassery that's pointless, and you get to that scene quick.
He could have changed the entire room into some horrible
Oh my god.
land of death or whatever, like just to freak this guy out. He didn't do anything. He
He could
just
turn into an alligator.
Turn to Mobius and be like, don't you wonder who you were, what they erased? And he slaps him like a pussy, and they walk out the room.
and then eat pie. And that was the next scene.
Like, shame on me.
I
for
didn't even like the
thinking
black
Loki
woman eat pie. What the fuck?
Like they set up that Loki they would do something mischievous to get the information out of it. So shame on me to actually expect that. I should, know that they're gonna fail. But they had such easy. Like I thought they would gonna have Loki come in and pretend he's on Brad's side, and then have a fake like he lets him out, and then Brad, is like, oh, you're on my side, and he's gonna lead them to the safe house where it is, and then it's all an illusion, and Loki fooled him the whole time. And I was like, that's where I thought they were going, but no, it's like he just tortures him with a robot device and doesn't use his powers, and it's just
I'll bring it up.
no
He's dumb.
creativity. Yeah.
Well, I did
Just
that.
nothing. It just moves on to the real character of the show,
God, this
Female
looks
Loki.
boring. This looks so fucking bad. There's
Shouldn't we
no
just use
action.
diversity on
I
screen is
love
like, oh,
the color
brutal.
scheme.
You're fucking right. Damn
Black
right.
and Asian. Ugh. This
Well,
looks
no, just like
terrible.
as you're going through it, it's just like there is no action or anything. This
right.
looks like Office Space with Tom Hiddleston. Is what it looks
Well,
like.
that's
Oh,
pretty much it. So
Feels like a drama.
God.
Well, that's what it is. I mean,
It's not even dramatic. It's just boring.
well, yeah, it's their attempt at being dramatic. But you're right, it is boring.
I love the colors. I love how it kind of looks like Wes Anderson film sometimes.
I know the color
Well, like,
palette's
that's the
really
thing,
nice.
is, like,
and the
it's got-
production value is great. But
Yes,
yeah.
its production value is really well done. The actors are great. That's why it tricks a lot of people because they watch this and they say, "Oh, this is a good show."
Yeah,
But
well,
it's
Tom
not.
Hiddleston, he's great.
But
He's a great
Tom is
actor.
so
what's
good.
And
actually
even in
being
a
said.
shit show like this, he's still fantastic. I mean, he's easily the best thing in the show, but that's not saying a whole lot.
And Owen Wilson is,
I don't know.
is
I love
funny.
Mobius. Yeah.
He's a good.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
that's the
he's
same
great
thing
too.
with the Ahsoka series, right? With I've already forgotten his name because I've forgotten that show.
Lars
Balin.
Mikkelsen.
Balin, he
Balin,
was a
Ray
great.
Stevenson.
He's a great actor. He has great presence. He has almost an interesting character where it could go somewhere, and it's like, oh, he's like this left.
I
but then
think
it
for
never
episodes
goes
that
anywhere.
Nothing happened. Yeah.
And nothing happens. It's the same fucking thing. The first season was the same way with this.
because every show is a setup to the next one, which 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 is a setup to the next one, and a setup to the next one. Because none of this shit goes anywhere. None of it does. We've got a multiverse thing. We're halfway through fucking phase 5. Nothing fucking multiverse of any import or connection is actually happening. It's all over the fucking place.
It's all
I
over
don't
the
even have a
place.
good villain. The villain's been defeated twice in 2 different fucking shows. What the fuck are we watching? This is all you're doing is telling your audience you're wasting your fucking time.
Yeah.
Come here,
That's
waste your
accurate.
fucking time.
We are 1/3 through the series right now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't even know whether or not I should watch an episode.
Is there
until
only 6
episode
episodes?
4.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
only 6.
Episodes,
I
yeah.
thought they were gonna show a weirdo McDonald's too. I was like, oh, it's gonna just say like like McDowell's or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, it was gonna.
We
be
got to
but it
pay
was
for these
McDonald's.
shows somehow.
I get it.
They set us up for a great meal.
Yeah, I know.
It is
Like, it was ham-fisted, and there are
Man.
so many shots. We saw one before where the McDonald's logo is just so.
Oh, there's like
It's
3
just
of them
right
behind
there,
Loki
yeah.
when he's talking to Sylvie. It's like
That is the-
incredible.
Like that is the least of the show's problems. Give me more just
Right.
bullshit McDonald's promotion. I'm hungry as fuck.
They're like, oh, you see that Happy Meal in the
It is
background?
true that just having Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston, two people that actually have charisma, even if you don't like what they're doing with the show. That's why this was such a breath of fresh air after Ahsoka, which was just the most boring people and characters on screen at the same time.
Yeah.
When you see Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson, even if you kind of are brutally offended by what they're doing with the characters, you're like, at least these are 2 skilled actors that are talking to each other.
Right.
And they have personality at least. You're right. Ahsoka was just. I'm watching planks of wood barely emote through the entire series. So yeah, it's more.
Don't you be
intriguing.
fucking nasty to planks of wood, Shad. What have they done to you?
But this all leads to another conversation where, the last time we saw each other,
Eating and talking.
Danika's right. She just showed her affection for him in the first time at the end of the final episode of Loki,
Without
which was
consent.
Yeah, without consent. And it was
Best way.
By the way, this was all supposed to set up the multiversal saga.
Of course it was.
supposedly.
Right.
This one is.
And I feel like we've had.
And now we're back to step 1.
Bro, this is the
or
thing that
minus
doesn't mean
1.
it feels to me like they've now set up the multiverse in 3 different ways.
They have.
In the MCU.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Everybody's
got
got
the
their
quantum.
own multiverse. Yeah.
Well,
There's
okay.
a
Doctor
Loki
Strange has
one.
been involved with
They have the Spider-Man
Strange.
one.
Question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
This,
they're
Doctor Strange one. Yeah.
if they're pruning timelines, how are there a bunch of Kangs and Ant-Man? If those timelines don't exist anymore, are you killing the Kang in that timeline?
Well, I think they
Allegedly.
in the
If they're not
Kang
in that
arena,
timeline.
in the Kang arena, which is where you saw them hooting and hollering at the end of
The Council of
Quantumania.
Kangs, which is supposed to be the Council of Kangs. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that is a place that could exist like outside the
of time
timeline. Yeah.
Okay, so even though these timelines are pruned, so isn't that Kang going to be pissed off about that timeline being pruned?
Well, here's the fucking thing: isn't He Who Remains? Wasn't he supposed to be the only Kang?
He's yes, but he said once
the
I get
Kang who
killed,
remains.
you're gonna I'll be back, and there'll be more of me. He does say that. So
Yeah, I guess when they kill
I'll be
him, it
back.
provides the opportunity for all these other Kangs to exist.
So are they doing
depending on the
opposite?
outcome of the litigation?
Yeah.
Are they doing the opposite of setting up a multiverse? They're like pruning off multiverses.
That's what they did at the end of this episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question. Does anyone give a fuck about Kang?
No.
No, not yet.
No, not at all. No.
Jonathan
I
Majors
do.
does.
I want to know. I want to because I want to know if they turn Reed Richards black in the MCU. That's why I want. That's why I'm invested.
It'll be more of a shock if he isn't. To be honest with you, I will be legitimately surprised.
I'll be surprised if he's a man.
Well, I mean,
Vanessa Kirby's actually playing Reed Richards, not Sue Storm.
She'd be a good Sue Storm, but not girl boss Sue Storm. Sue Storm.
I like
Sue
her.
Storm.
I like
yeah,
her.
Well,
I think she's good.
I did a video called Loki and the Curse of the No Fun Marvel Mommies.
Oh my god!
Yes, I
And
remember.
That's like every
remember.
like female character in the Marvel universe. It's just a no fun mommy, and I'm just so tired of it. Like, I mean, I would like to see a fun mommy. Like, where's the fun mommies? There's none of them. They're all angry and don't look at me, don't die. You know, I hate you, and it's just like such a bummer. Like, ugh.
Yeah, because they're in an industry that they don't like, with an audience that they don't like, and they're in a job that they don't want, and they're hoping it's all a stepping stone to some fucking sitcom on Netflix or something. So their resentment, I think you said the word resentment earlier on. Their resentment just shines through in everything that they do. Their disdain and resentment.
Well, it's not even just like how it's played. It's like even the way they're written, like these characters, like all of the female characters, like in the like the male, there's a lot of fun time male characters and that are sexy and fun and silly, you know, all these dudes. But then the women are all just like, don't look at me. I'm not sexy. Don't you dare have a sexual thought about me. I'll kill you. You know? And it's just like, what? Like, it's so weird.
Because
It's so weird.
Yeah, they make the dudes do like 6 weeks of intense fucking dieting and steroids and shit like that just to make sure to have one shirtless scene.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then the women
amount-
look like this.
It's weird.
This is a thumbnail picture right here.
Well, then, yeah, it is. Say that. Yeah, then they have Brie Larson do a video. Brie Larson.
Oh, hold on. Brie Larson with that tank top. They knew what they were doing. They had to get everybody they could to the fucking theater. They knew what they're doing with that fucking promo. All right.
It's not really filling. Well, I mean, we're a month out, and we will get to the Marvels in just a moment, being a massive flop, and I'm here for it. But yeah, they show a video of her pushing a Jeep downhill. Remember that, Ryan, from a few years ago? I think Jeremy made 70 videos on it, just that one thing. But that now he's gone.
Which Jeremy? You never know.
Yeah.
I heard my name.
I love
What's
a
up?
woman with arms. I love.
Heard my
women
name.
with
What's up?
arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing,
I think
Jeremy.
Brie,
don't
like
worry.
the size of Brie's feet allow her to like do things that no other female could do, like push a Jeep that way.
She's got more
It gives her the
surface
leverage.
area.
So
Yeah,
talking
she has
about
the surface
Brie
and the leverage.
for the audience at home, if you're like, hey, these images you're showing, this is just like for 5 minutes of the show, right? I mean, they're not just like seriously sitting in a McDonald's and talking at the back of a truck for 5 minutes after having a nice conversation over pie.
She's not
for 10
happy with
minutes.
Loki.
No.
No, no fun Marvel.
That is
no fun.
exactly.
No fun here.
Encapsulates
I hate
everything.
you. I hate everybody. Follow the rules.
Or like, don't make me follow the rules.
Yeah, right.
That's more what it's like, yeah. And where he's just like, I'm really sorry for whatever it is I did that I don't know that I did, but I'm sorry for it. And then Brad's just like, we need to get out of here. Owen Wilson's like, I love this apple pie, man.
It's just sitting and talking one scene after another.
I mean, we have a great meal. They only paid us $100 million.
How much of a focus is McDonald's in this episode?
Oh, huge.
Well,
Very.
probably
Half the episode.
spent about 10 minutes at it. And
Really?
Yes. like a long time.
Hell,
It's a
man.
sponsor. It's a big sponsorship, dude.
And it makes you hungry for
Yeah,
like
well,
real
if it-
McDonald's that doesn't exist anymore.
Like I remember that tree.
It's like going back to Man of Steel when they had fucking an IHOP and a
IHOP and a
7-Eleven
Sears,
and like
and a
Dr.
Sears.
Pepper and a Sears.
How'd that work out for you, Sears? How'd that work out for you? Good job marketing your company. They're all
Sod
closed
destroyed
now.
them.
Yeah,
Do you
exactly.
reckon they had to rebuild an entire McDonald's to get the old look, or do you reckon this is actually one that it still exists?
I bet they found one. I bet they found one.
I heard
Yeah.
they had to rebuild one.
Really?
Really?
Wow, that's
Didn't they
sad.
turn like a one
Bronx.
in like New York City? Yeah,
In
the
the
Bronx or
Bronx,
something.
yeah.
Like not for this, but just to kind of promote it. They turned it into like a 70s McDonald's
Yeah, you
for a
can set
couple
dress
days.
that.
Cool.
They got
It
everything.
immediately
Even that
got
trash
looted.
can in the background.
If McDonald's went back to it, like if they went full vintage and actually made edible food again, that would be good.
Hold on, the food's
I
fucking
know.
fine. It's the
No,
people
no,
that
no.
prepare it that are retarded. That's the problem.
90% of the
Ryan,
time,
you're not
it's
even
trash.
old enough to
10% of the
remember
time
when
it's great.
I want to go on record
McDonald's was
saying that
good.
I hate Sylvie. I hate Sylvie as a blonde woman. I hate that she doesn't look like Loki. I hate that she doesn't have her tits out. I hate that she's no fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like the lady Loki in the comics that I know is dark hair.
Yep.
She's got titties out, and she does it on purpose because she's the goddess of mischief. She knows
Right.
you're looking at her tits, and she's
You
using
need
that against you.
Yeah.
Like she's
I
fucking
would
with
die
you.
immediately. I'm
Like
just
exactly,
saying.
exactly.
Evie
She like uses these assets to her advantage, and it's just like, man.
This
This-
one crosses
she's the
her
lady of
arms
mischief
over.
because she's like, I'm crossing my arms. I don't want you to look under my trench coat that I'm wearing.
And it's just, I love like the idea of Loki dating himself, like because he's so narcissistic. But then we have somebody who doesn't look anything like him, but we're just supposed to say, "Oh, that's Lady Loki," and it's
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
not
Or-
Lady Loki though. That doesn't
Well,
look anything like.
it's not. It's supposed to be
Or
kind of
act
a
like
mix.
him.
It's a mix of Lady Loki and Enchantress. Like,
Well, yeah, Enchantress. Yeah, there's the Enchantress thing.
Oh yeah, the comic book version is so hot.
She's so hot. Oh my god, you should pull that up. Pull up what Lady Loki looks like.
Yeah, I think you're a toxic male X-ray girl, so all right.
Oh, so's Danica too. So
Yeah.
You know, I remember legit one time I was when I was in art school and I was taking a comic book drawing class and I drew nipples on one of my female characters. Like her nipples were hard and you could see them through her shirt. And like this other girl in the class got so mad at me and was just like so bummed on my. I was like, whatever, dude. She's got great tits. I'm drawing hard nipples on them. Like that's what I want to see. Like
What are
that's
you
what my
saying?
audience wants to see. Like get the fuck out of here, lady.
what are you saying? It doesn't get cold? Shit. Get
It
that.
gets cold. I get hard nipples sometimes. It happens, and it looks great. So fuck off.
It's life.
It's life.
I gotta imagine chat's gonna respond to that, and they're gonna.
Yeah, it's just
I'm waiting for it right now.
Y'all should come to Canada. It's colder here.
No,
They'll
no,
be
but
like,
Danica
"Prove it."
raises an obvious truth. Yeah, guys like looking at hot girls, but guess what? Girls like looking hot as well. Like this
Yeah,
whole,
hell yeah.
thing against women being sexy is a bit insane, honestly, and it's gone crazy overboard.
In
look at
general,
that.
people
Yeah,
like
hell
looking at
yeah.
attractive people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking
Funny how
who
that
knew?
works, yeah.
Who knew?
Look at her. She's ready to fuck your shit up, man. And you're gonna thank her. You're gonna be like, yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
please.
And then she's gonna turn into a man, and then Az is really gonna be into it.
Yeah.
Like I tricked you.
It's actually Loki.
I tricked you, but she
Oh.
wouldn't fuck with you.
Is
Just when he
female
thinks
Loki a trap?
Just when he thinks the meme is going away, Ryan brings it back.
Got news for you.
Az is like, I've gone viral since then. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm really
I
famous.
shouted at something or other. I don't know. I can't remember anymore.
But she's so cunt. Like she looks so fucking hot and awesome, and I love that. And it's like if she was a drag queen, it'd be okay. But if she's a woman, she can't be sexy.
No, you can't.
And like that's upsetting to me. Like it's like I love glamour. I like dressing up, and I don't do that every day. I can't play the hot girl every day. It's a lot of fucking work. It's like a lot of energy to do it.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting, and I don't know how. There's some girls that do it 24/7. I don't know how they do it. But it's fun to like do that, like I enjoy it. It's fun to get your tits out and like look hot, like what's the problem? What's the problem?
Look, you're speaking my language, sister. That's all I can say. Okay. I like this fucking girl. So we can do things now, like get the tits out and stuff.
Remember, they're not just looking for female Loki. They're looking for Ravonna Renslayer too. So they're men.
Oh,
looking
she's
for
fun.
women.
I love her character. She's so much fun. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Damn.
Yes.
No.
What?
Oh wow.
The
like
Marvel,
those
the Marvel version's so
Yeah.
much better.
Not
Dude,
enough
hot.
mullet.
That's a
Hot.
great
You know?
costume.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. The
And she's
mullet.
always got a little tricky smile, like I'm gonna fuck you up, it's hot.
She can. I would let her fuck
And you
me
would
up.
like you would let her
Yeah.
exactly, and that's the whole thing. Like that's the whole thing.
But what if I told you, Danica, instead we could have one that has a really bad-looking mullet, a bitter look on her face all the time, a very ill-fitting jumpsuit with a trench coat, wearing boots on the back of a pickup.
Oh, that's great. She looked like me when I was like
Is that what
15.
you're looking for, Danica? That's
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I would have that.
this is
Wasn't
This
so
is
hard to
not
find
the
that
person
either.
that Loki would be in love with, even if it is himself.
right.
No.
Like I don't get it. Like I don't see it between them. Like he's so sexy. He's got a great voice, and like
Yes,
he looks
he's so
good.
hot.
Like, he's so fine. It's just like you can do
And-
better
and
than this, bro.
And I don't think like I've seen pictures of this actress before. She's like attractive pictures of this
No,
actress.
she's not
before.
a bad
They
looking
made her look
woman. I'm not saying she's
funky
a
and
bad
weird in
looking
this.
woman, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the interpretation of this character.
Yeah, they make her
like,
look awful in this show.
whack. Yeah, it's whack.
So, yeah, they're looking for women. They go to McDonald's, they find a woman, and then they have to go find another woman who they weren't.
Oh, yeah,
An even
yeah.
uglier woman.
I love that actress though. She's
That's
so
not
good.
possible.
Lisa Aaron, yeah. So okay, they're
She's
the
so
lines,
good.
and they're watching the lines disappear, which are
Which are
Those are
entire reality.
people.
I,
I'm watching my erection disappear. That's what I'm doing.
people.
I literally laughed and was like, "Soylent Green are people!" Like when I was
people.
watching that.
I feel like this woman would have like a more emotional reaction if someone dropped good donuts on the floor. Than when, than when billions
Those are
dying.
delicious.
Bro.
I mean, depending on the donuts.
The
They're
5-second rule
donuts.
still exists.
Yeah.
I find it funny that they've tried
Well,
to push the
Ryan has a
stakes so
5-hour
far
rule.
that we're just numb to it. Like
Got a floor rule.
In is it what the Spider-Man film, Doctor Strange, whatever it was, right? The whole risk was that one reality could die, and it was the worst thing ever. In this, we just saw how many realities just completely wiped
Right.
out.
Yeah.
A genocide of
So-
unparalleled, you can't even
And-
comprehend.
Does that
And
fix
it's-
the loom? Now that they did this, is the loom fixed?
That's what you would think, right? That's the first question I had is OB's like problem with everything dying good because the problem with the loom was all these different things branching off. Well, they just
Yeah.
eliminated, it sounds like almost all of them in
Right.
one fell swoop.
Or do they still need Kang?
When we were Kangs.
Well, they do still need Kang, and that's what will be the next 2 episodes.
I feel like Sylvie really needs some Kang in her life.
So the
Yeah.
the multiverse is
She needs some
unraveling
cock.
conveniently slow, so everybody can so they can waste more watch minutes
Oh, God.
to get to Jonathan Majors. So, yeah. So we get in this final scene where they're destroying all of the threads, and
That's a cool set. That's a cool location.
yeah.
I wonder what that is.
Maybe like a warehouse, possibly.
It's cool looking.
Or at least the boats in there.
Kind of I don't know about where, yeah. I don't know where the fuck that is, but it's just a bunch of busybodies dropping bombs. Like, just like throwing. I don't know how this
through
works.
rectangles.
Just like throwing like a. hey, this is a grenade that destroys the entire timeline. Apparently, they just like toss a bomb in there.
Yeah.
While she's looking for Robyn Aaron.
Yeah. She wants to breastfeed, and well, he wants to breastfeed, and
So do
yeah.
I. Wait,
So of
what?
course she's the one that's like, I gotta stop this.
Here comes Joe Dirt, and
Into the big fart.
Oof.
oh yes, we
What's
come to
it-
the
this
big.
bitch's name is
Moff
Moff, right?
Tarkin.
Frau
General-
Vorbissina.
Oh God, you're right.
Bring in the lasers!
She's so good. She's so good in The Witch.
She
And
is.
and
She
I love
is.
her in Prometheus too. She's just like, oh, time to go Betty Buys. Like I don't know. I love her. I think she's a great actress.
The Witch is a great movie.
The Witch is so good. Oh my god, that movie.
Good Halloween movie.
Yeah. Would you like to live deliciously?
So yeah, they're fighting. The fighting's pretty bad, and they want to get to her.
And And then Loki and other Loki Sylvie girl, they hold hands, and she's like, "Don't overthink it."
Don't
And then they do their
green power thing.
Don't overthink it as if I don't want you to think that I'm touching you because I care about you, even though I just kissed you without consent an hour ago in the timeline.
Yep. And then they have
they
a
destroy everyone.
Yeah, they hold hands.
And to go work in a McDonald's.
They hold hands, and what'd you call it, Garrett? It's a
magical fart.
It's a simultaneous fart.
Yeah, simultaneous
AOE,
magical fart.
It's
an AOE
effect, yeah.
They take out all those guards. She continues to look at that board.
Well, this is they realized they failed, so like it didn't even matter that they blew all these people up.
I thought they killed them. I thought it was like, oh, she wiped them all out. No, they're okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
Got
Like
blown back, Disney, family company.
They confirmed one of my major criticisms of season 1 about just the whole morality of what's going on with the TVA. And I was saying, like, if the TVA if this actual death, they are one of the most evil organized things you could comprehend, where they're just going in and genociding entire realities as a constant thing. And then they confirm it in this season. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, that's what you're supposed to think that. But the entire thing is they didn't know they were doing that, and that's what they even had a big discussion about. Hey, now that this is revealed, if this is really true, then we've been killing billions. I've been doing all this shit. Like we all had lives. Like they erased our memories. Blah blah blah. So that is part of like what's going on.
But they're not being honest about the gravity of what's going on. They're like because. If I found out I was genociding countless people, I don't know,
entire universes,
universes. What?
So it's not just people.
It would depend on who the
things.
people were.
Yeah,
there.
It's like they're people. Well, there's more than people in those entire universes. It's everything.
All right, Ben.
Planets of other,
I'm just saying, like if it was just a bunch of turtles, I don't know if I'd care too much.
What if they were teenager mutant?
Then, well, if it was Seth Rogen's version, fucking genocide away.
Owen Wilson looks like he's fucking about to go to sleep.
This is the
people are getting genocided.
Yeah, he's not the only one. Just saying.
This is her saying that's trillions of donuts. Like this is his moment.
And donut makers.
So many wasted pastries.
And people,
all those donuts.
All those bakers who died.
And then this is also something I don't understand is obviously they were trying very hard to not let this happen, to stop this. And then Sylvie's reaction's like, you're all trash. Like to the people who were trying to stop it and are like now mourning the fact that they weren't able to stop some of this stuff. Which is like, yeah, they feel the same way, but they're also not happy about this. I don't even really understand what this is supposed to be, why she's so upset at Loki.
We used to get
probably just that
like,
time of the month.
She's a woman and Loki's a man. That's it. That's all you fucking need for a woman.
Don't
to be
overthink
mad at
it.
somebody. Yeah.
But I think she wants the TVA to be destroyed, and Loki seems to be fighting to keep the TVA. And I'm on Sylvie's side. No, kill the TVA. It's the most evil genocidal thing ever conceived on screen for me. Let it destroy it all. But for some reason, I'm supposed to sympathize with Loki and Owen Wilson.
All right. Okay. So Sylvie she has clothespins here. That's an LGBT symbol for safety.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I was like, I saw those, and I was like, wait, wasn't there some kind of? Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah, it is.
Wasn't that a big thing in the 1980s?
Being safe.
Maybe they'll go, it's punk.
I don't know if that's
safety
like
pins,
what they were
punk.
thinking of when they did that, though. I'm not sure if that's an intentional thing.
You never know with Disney Marvel.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see that being like she's like a symbol for being like fighting against that kind of like.
I think she's
system
just another
system
gender swapped character that's supposed to be more important in the male character,
ultimately,
even though
yeah.
it's named after the male character, but he's a second fiddle in his own show. I think it's just the latest in that. Not the worst example of it either, just one of the worst. And that's how we all felt after watching the episode. We're like, oh,
everybody,
that's 40 minutes I'm never going to get back. Hey, but we want to find her. We need to find Girl Boss. Another girl
Find
boss.
Sylvie, save the world.
We don't have MacGuffins anymore. We just have McMuffins.
Hey!
accurate.
We're still missing one girl boss, which is Renslayer from this.
Yeah, that's who they're looking for. That's who they're looking at.
She's probably like connected with Kang.
Yeah,
She
that's
is.
the that in the first episode, and they were like Kang and her were.
That's who she'll
I couldn't
be
have
with.
done this without you.
Well,
Right.
yeah. There's that whole
No
recording.
one ever sees the video from that cab.
And
I'm just so confused. Like, well, okay, what would happen if there's no TVA and then all these branching timelines? Like, what does it matter?
that's a really good question, and I keep wondering it.
Didn't I say in season 1 they have to prune stuff, because if they don't prune stuff, then everything's destroyed. Everything gets destroyed. But now everything's fucking all over the place. It's like, nah, it's fine.
Well,
Right,
the
I'm
premise,
confused.
I believe the premise was in the first season they existed because they had to prune these timelines. But the reality was it was all a creation from Kang, which he created the TVA because he wanted to make sure that none of the other if there's any other Kangs that exist, they'll fight each other and tear apart the multiverse.
Got it.
So
got it.
once he got killed, the timeline started branching, which has the potential to create extra Kangs. So now that's why the universe will get destroyed. I think that's where we're at.
Okay.
But
Okay. I
The-
see. I see. Yeah.
The end of this is supposed to set up what is to come. Deadpool 3 and all the other.
So this is actually tying into other things.
Supposedly, yes.
Yeah, allegedly.
It's
By
set
the
up
end.
for the next thing, which is going to set up to the next thing, and that's going to set up to the next thing.
Well, that's how serial things
McDonald's.
work, but you should just at least have an interesting arc within that. You have an arc. And
No, don't trouble yourself with that nonsense. No. No. That's just silly talk now.
I know.
Get back to talk about tips and hard nipples.
But wouldn't it be like the fact that they're just now getting ready to talk to people to set up to start doing production for the X-Men movie?
Please no.
Which
Please no.
they won't make a decision on writers or anything like that till like 2024.
I can't.
Like, shouldn't you do that before you even start production for Deadpool 3, which is going to kill off all the other Fox X-Men? Like, wouldn't it be cool? Couldn't we like jumpstart this whole failing Phase 5 MCU if we were to say, I don't know, did a Deadpool kills the Fox universe? And when it's all said and done, they kind of refresh the timeline and fucking outwalk like an established X-Men team. And that's how you introduce the X-Men, like short-circuited, introduce the X-Men for the MCU. Like, shouldn't all this be tied in?
Yeah,
Of course
I
they
should, but
I
that's
just-
just the whole point. This is why we're in this position to begin with, because they can't figure this shit out.
I
And
pray
Ryan's
that this
thinking about
whole
it.
thing collapses before they get
It
to make a
will.
live action
It has.
X-Men
It has.
movie. Like, please, I need this to collapse. I can't do it. I can't
well,
do a
it's-
live action
It's
X-Men.
dead. They
film.
just haven't realized it yet.
Well,
Hey, listen, I heard they're
think
going to
they have.
actually add diversity to the X-Men for the first time. Because
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of
Never been there. Never been there.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
We all know
Alonso
the
got
X-Men
fired.
was just a bunch of straight white men. Is all the X-Men were.
could you pull up? Here, I'll put it in this.
Clearly,
private
not
chat.
enough blue people in the X-Men. We need
That's
more
right.
blue representation.
Yeah, exactly.
There.
Why are you straight?
Why? Well,
Who said I am?
Oh, I already had it
It
up.
has fallen. Oh, you had it ready to go. It's
had
already
it ready to
fallen
go.
apart, and this has come. I believe 2 years too late, but it's finally here. South Park is clowning this shit.
Yay!
It's a brand new exclusive event with all your favorite
Turn it up a little
South
bit.
Park characters.
Dan.
There's Cartman,
I had explosive diarrhea all night.
Stan,
Dude, school is going to be so awesome today.
Butters,
Oh, hamburgers.
and oh my God, they killed Kenny.
I like big boobs.
Is that Danica?
It makes perfect sense. I think the problem is you.
I think the problem is you. Matt and Trey, legends.
Thank you.
We're definitely watching that for the show, aren't we?
Oh,
hell
yes,
yeah.
we are.
Oh yeah.
No, but that's not a parody. That's actually the reaction. The problem's you. If like we've seen that in the world constantly, and anyone who's just like, hang on, this character looked like this. No, you're the problem. It's hang on. Oh my gosh.
No,
You know there's going to be people who will see that and be genuinely confused as to why they made that, which is wild. to
they
me.
already are. There's already your typical articles coming out. Going, oh, I'm so tired of South Park already.
Oh well.
Oh, now you're tired.
And now you're
After
tired.
20
Yeah,
years.
nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think they've
like
been.
South Park. Like the reason it's great, the reason it stayed relevant is because they fucking take shots at both sides.
Everybody.
Yeah, they have in this arc too. You know what they should do in this arc? They should make fucking a parody of like our channels or something too, of like the people on the other side that are just like crazy wild versions of us that are like
Yeah.
railing against this. That's what they should do because
you're
that's
right.
what South Park is.
Or at least like Alex Jones.
They've already.
Overdone.
Oh, I'm sure they haven't
Name-
touched Alex Jones. I'm sure they have.
Well, they've already brought up like, I mean, they brought this up in an episode. Was it? It was the one we watched like 5 months ago. Where Stan's dad's talking about the MCU, basically the MCU. He's like, this, all this woke Marvel stuff's just not working. He's sitting at a table and talking about it. So they've hit on it kind of before, but I was saying a few years ago, and other people have been saying it too. It's like we need a blazing saddles of woke, because it's
Hell
so
yes.
easy to make fun of. It is the lowest hanging fruit out there, and the fact that like mainstream comedians are big pussies now and they won't touch the stuff. You're missing all this like comedy gold, and that's why other comedians are rising up. Ryan Long's video, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. We can't show it, unfortunately, or hit us with a copyright strike. It's so on point. It's so fucking on point. Like, oh, I don't know what to say. But they think about that on every issue, every single issue. They run it by the representation, call a friend, probably ask George Clooney. I don't fucking know. And then they tweet something. Have we heard from Mark Ruffalo yet? God, I've been waiting to hear from Mark Ruffalo.
I hope not.
It's a relevant piece of shit as usual. The rest of them.
Here we go. Who is on the right?
Who is that?
Is that Az?
I want to say it's Az.
Version of
Yeah, it's Az.
Az with a
It's
stash.
Blaz. It's Blaz.
I look good.
Why do you have a fist inside of another fist?
Yeah.
You never having enough fists, Chrissy. That's all I'm saying.
Got the bracelets.
Higher, further, faster, baby. There you
And
go.
Az's superpower is just sass.
Sass.
Z snapping.
It is wild
Well-
that women's periods do sync up if they hang out too much, though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird.
Like, what? When I live with my
And
mom, my
weird.
sister, and there's just always be a tampon shortage. Everyone's like fighting for the tampons at the
If
same
you work
time.
for CD Projekt Red, you'll be able to take the time off
Take time
altogether.
off work.
Wow. They get time off for their periods?
Yeah.
To be
menstrual
fair, that's
what?
for all the. To be fair, it's for all the men who work there. It's really a benefit to them.
It's a vacation for them.
It's a win-win.
I remember when I first got my period and I was like, wait, I have to go to school and do stuff while I'm like this? But then it evened out. Back then it was like super heavy and then you feel terrible. I was like, this is awful. But now it's like pretty chill. It's like I can do it. It's not a problem.
So you get tough.
Didn't have to do gym though.
Yeah. Well, some women don't though. Everybody's different. Everybody's got different experiences. But-
Yeah, my period's pretty light.
Dylan Mulvaney, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
men have periods though. I
Heavy-
feel like it's
Heavy
like
flow.
what's the
No, we
man?
just have
just
a
kinda like
tolerance
crazy,
level,
like,
and then the
they
tolerance
just
level gets
do
hit, and then we
It's
just get
called
pissed off.
having a cold. Okay.
Man cold, yeah.
It's a very.
Hey, man
there's
cold
so much
is
worse
no
for us.
joke.
There's so
We
much
need
worse
to-
for us.
Yeah.
we need to spread awareness of man cold. I don't
Yep.
think enough people.
Dude, I have one right now.
Yeah, I had
Just
one
wanna
last
lay
week.
down.
Harry,
Stop.
it laid me out, and so I had fun on Twitter instead.
I'm writing my will after this episode.
I am as well, but that's completely different
Uh-huh.
reason.
Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Was sharpening a kitchen knife right now.
The will's easy to write
We'll
when you don't
talk
have
later,
anything to
Gary.
get.
We'll talk later.
Oh, okay. Oh, all this stuff is we're bearing it with me. I'm just gonna get a landfill. That's where I'm gonna be buried in is a landfill. Hey, let's. Could you put up
When
the
you
Marvels?
think like they're gonna run out of
the
space for
Marvels.
like bodies in graveyards and start burying people standing up?
They should
not
just-
anytime soon.
They should have death orchards where they just plant them. Like get put in the ground and then they put a tree
Yeah.
over you, and then you take the fruit later. I think that'd be great.
Give me a
Holy
Spock
shit.
burial just to fucking launch me off into space.
I want a death orchard.
No, I want to do with Ryan. I want to go in space.
Space.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do like a $10,000 deposit at some point, and Elon will just take you up there into SpaceX at some point and just fucking. They won't even do it. Probably they'll just tell you they're doing it and then dump you in the ocean.
Is it just ashes, or is it like your whole ass body being just thrown into space?
Yeah, I think my ass body.
Your ass body.
It'd be awesome because if there's an afterlife and we're fucked, because we're just floating in space for eternity. And it's just like,
I wish I would have thought this one through. I wish somebody would have given me an answer for this. Damn,
I think it would have
boring.
been easier to get out of a 6-foot grave than this shit right now. Ah, well.
You're resurrected.
well.
You're sitting,
I know,
you're sitting in the pod, just like, what do I do now?
Fucked up if you start
Oh
burying.
wait, you want to be in a pod in space? You want to have a space coffin?
Gonna do the same thing with
I'm
that.
gonna
It's so wasteful. This is so
Bring with a view.
wasteful. I hate this idea.
Well,
If you're
just
stuck in a pod, you're gonna do the same thing you did here. You're just gonna jerk off
I
like
think we're
5 times
thinking
a day.
about.
All
I
you're
run
gonna
out of air.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna do.
I think.
For me, make a
Space
statue.
map jizz just floating everywhere.
Well, here we go again.
Zero gravity.
That's the man period.
Repopulating the universe, baby.
I was just gonna like maybe possibly we get revived, but if Jeremy's jacking off 5 times a day,
Oh my god, I wouldn't want to
that's
open
gonna
up
be a
that
very
coffin.
awkward coffin opening. It's like, oh jeez.
Be like, oh, that's more than Rick and
We
Morty.
recreated them using the DNA that we found. It's
Well,
all
I mean-
just Jeremy's.
If you have
Council
morning
of
wood,
Jeremy.
I mean, can you imagine what that's like when you wake up from being dead?
Oh wow.
It's
That could last for like a year.
I got some rigor mortis for you.
It's resurrection wood.
Mortis
Like you,
wood.
you open up a coffin and it's like, oh, this person actually wasn't dead. They were like trying to scratch their way out. This fucking like terrible scene, and just Jeremy with his hand on his dick.
Had nothing else to do anyways.
It's like, well, I guess.
He died how he lived. As he lived.
Right.
Just dick in his hand.
Worst ways to go. Worst ways to go.
Shit. Hey guys, I know we've all got the Marvels marked on our calendar and have been. We were a little worried that the strikes
November
might
10th,
delay
baby.
it. That the strike, 9th. You get the preview. So
Well,
it's
true.
It's true.
27
Official release
days.
date 10.
27 days. 27 days till the Marvels.
Tickets on sale yet?
Tickets are on
Yes.
sale. Have been on sale.
That's how we know
Oh,
about
that's right,
this
yeah.
story.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hey, Ryan, Garrett gets there. He eventually gets there.
Eventually.
It's that quarter, I know.
Are you on your period?
I'm
Come on,
struggling.
dude.
Yeah. Me and Quarterback synced up. The Marvels is
He got the brain damage from the meth.
He did. I was just
Everybody
thinking
went
about
quiet.
No,
I thought you were setting something up.
You know
I was
what?
having flashbacks to G&G Daily.
I was about to say something and I dialed it back again because it's just not the time.
Pussy.
Why are you gay?
Self-censoring. Yeah.
This
You are
this
gay.
picture here
You are
is
gay.
Brie Larson's resting facial expression. You know,
It looks like dog shit AI art to me.
She looks like a lot of fun.
For the record.
Dude,
Yeah, she
when you
looks-
brought that up, I was
Yeah, I
like,
wanna
holy
party
shit,
with her.
yeah.
Do you reckon it is AI art though? And by the way, not
it's tough
AI
to
art
tell
is
what's
equivalent.
AI art for some of the shit, and what if it's just bad kind
Photoshop.
of
Well,
edits
okay,
and
bad Photoshop has been a thing. I miss the old 70s painted posters.
Yeah.
Right? The Photoshop has been
Yeah.
shit for 20 years.
Well, that
hence-
Loki promo with his face looking all crazy with all the
Yeah.
photo. I don't know what they did to his face. I would be so mad if I was Tom Hiddleston. Like, what is
Well,
that?
it does look like Tom's had a little Botox, possibly.
No, dude, he's got too many wrinkles in his face. His
In the
forehead's
show,
really
it looks a lot
popping.
better. Yeah.
But in that promo, it's like he looks crazy.
The Marvels is tracking to have the MCU's worst opening weekend ever. Isn't that weird? Because it's also testing lower than any MCU film in its history.
This shocks me.
Isn't it weird?
I am
Because
so
the
surprised.
first one made $1 billion.
It
The
did.
first Captain Marvel movie, and of course,
On
as we all
merit,
know,
Jeremy.
as
Oh,
we all
yeah,
know,
yeah, totally.
everyone was talking about the specifics of this film after they saw it. Remember all of the in-depth conversations all the fans of Captain Marvel were having about the movie? Because I don't. Because it seems like no fucking body watched this movie. It
Well, I
seems
think
like
people
no
watched
one.
it. Like,
oh,
it just,
I'm
nobody
certain that
cared
they
about
did.
it.
I'm just
Like,
saying that it
they
didn't.
smashed it between the two biggest comic book movies of
Absolutely.
all time,
Yep.
and they
It
told
didn't-
you it was a cliffhanger. The end of
Yes.
Infinity War that you had to see this movie to understand what would happen in Endgame, which was a lie. Yeah. Doesn't seem like the audience has carried over too much, has it?
And then Rotten Tomatoes completely changed its entire website to protect this movie.
Yep.
There was an entire movement that was pushed by Disney behind this movie. Like, you just hate women.
Yes.
And the majority of comic book fans were pissed off that we like Carol Danvers. We like Miss Marvel. This is, as Danica says, this is a no fun mommy that we're seeing flying around. And it was one of the perfect films that represents the hero's journey. Again, the hero's journey is she was great all along, and it takes the rest of the cast to figure it out by the end of the movie.
Yes.
She's been held down by the patriarchy. She
Held down by the
breaks this
patriarchy.
glass ceiling and realizes her true power.
Remember when she got up in the baseball
true
game?
power was her.
And she got up
Yeah.
after her little go-kart race, and we saw that her dad was kind of a dick. Those are great
That's a
moments.
story arc, Terry.
And remember the Avengers being named after her test plane? Isn't that great?
Oh,
Remember when Nick Fury got his eye scratched out by a fucking cat?
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
Lurkin.
Remember when they made Annette Bening Marvel?
Yes.
Just a small change to the character.
Just a little change.
Just a little change there.
Oh my
I've got too many.
Do you remember
Oh
when
my
the
God.
sequel was projected to be the lowest box office opening in Marvel Cinematic Universe history, which goes back 15 years?
Yes.
Just a little change.
Yes.
Yep.
The funny thing about the Negabands on the TV show is that they're actually meant to be a big callback to the OG version of Captain Marvel, the very first version, who was a man called Mar-Vell, who did appear during the Captain Marvel movie in the MCU, but he was played by Annette Bening, so they changed the character just a little bit. What the fuck? But he was played by Annette Bening, so they changed the character just a little bit.
I knew you were looking for that shit.
I've got a lot of clips now. I got a lot of clips.
Covered for the clips.
All I know is that dad can play.
Like that.
Yeah,
I don't know what that had to do with anything, but
No.
okay.
Hey man, it's a good clip.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Some nice clips, bro.
Yeah, we're building up those clips. Oh, you know.
So long, gay boys.
Now that's better.
There you go.
Sometimes when it gets cold out, the clips get even harder.
Hey.
But we're talking about 50 to 75 million. That's now the projections, which it's a projection a month out, could go up, could go down. When you're looking at the tracking and you realize it's tracking 70% less than Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians was at around $118 million opening weekend. Tracking about the same behind Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is $106 million opening. It's tracking 40% less than Eternals, which opened at 70 million. This thing could be a
Oh my god, if
50
this
million
is worse
opening.
than Eternals, that's really fucking bad because that movie is horrible.
That sucks. We lost the dislike because I never even looked to see what the latest trailer's ratio was.
The last
probably
couple have
wasn't
been pretty
ratio,
even.
though. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like same amount of likes and dislikes. That one that was like completely got ratio. That first teaser they released got demolished.
Yeah.
Most dislikes in MCU history.
And Jeremy brought this up. The first Captain Marvel trailer, dude, like people loved it. They got tons of likes.
It was fine.
Like Marvel stuff started getting ratioed right around what She-Hulk. She-Hulk didn't get ratio, but it was like the most
dislikes ever.
we had seen in a while. Even Eternals got likes, which was most people didn't see it. Was incredibly
Eternals is
bad.
just like blah, just like forgettable for most people.
Gray on gray.
Still, there's a celestial in the middle of the ocean that nobody's ever addressed once. But it's fine.
Stop nitpicking, Gary.
I can't wait for the Black Knight movie.
No,
where's that,
they're
man?
gonna use,
I've been
one
waiting.
of the rumors I
this whole
heard is
time.
Tiamat is going to be the source of adamantium.
You said some words.
What's interesting here is
Adamantium.
what's interesting is we've got Captain Marvel 2, which is the Marvels, and we've got Aquaman coming out the following month. Both of these films did over $1 billion the first film, and both of them are looking to potentially be all-time disasters for their respective universes, and they're both failing for different reasons, completely different reasons. DC is failing for a completely different reason than the MCU is. But it's showing a massive problem in this entire industry.
Well, you keep
right
coming
now.
out with bad shit, and it affects your stuff, and it creates superhero fatigue. And then people go, "Well, it's not superhero fatigue; it's bad movie fatigue." But the problem is, it not really, because now Superman Legacy could be a good movie, and I think it will be affected now. I think it will absolutely.
There
be
is
affected.
some there are some elements to it, like something like Iron Man 3 made like $1.3 billion, which had no business making $1.3 billion, but it elevated because of the big boom that we were in.
The first
but
sign of it we really saw was with that first weekend of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
But Guardians did the legs for Guardians. It way overperformed.
Absolutely. But it would have been a $1 billion movie if it didn't have a bunch of shitty movies. So one creates the other. But you know who has the superhero fatigue is Hollywood. Hollywood, that's the whole point, is they have the superhero fatigue. They don't want to try. You have to try at this shit. Like, they're like, wait a minute, we got to try? What?
Well, there is a certain thing. Is like the superhero
fans are actually
fatigue.
discerning.
My issue with the superhero fatigue is there will never be anything in our lifetimes. Anyway, superheroes are always going to be relevant. People are always going to want superheroes. Maybe not to the level that they hit pop culture phenomenons over the last decade, but that's something that's always going to have a core fan base and a strong core fan base. It's just like anything else. But when you just overdo something to the point where, like, it's almost like with Star Wars. Star Wars used to be special when a film it was an event, and Marvel has lost that event
films
feel.
in 38 years.
Yeah, like it was an event. It felt special. When you just water something down to the point where superhero films have been, yes, the overall interest is going to start, going away big time. But that core foundation will always be there with superheroes.
We'll see. I mean, it will be with the comic book fans. We'll always love them, but like, will the general public always love them? No, they're already starting to walk out, like in droves. Like they're absolutely.
I think
they're leaving
Flash
Hollywood.
is like, obviously, Marvel's had its struggles. The Flash, the fact that we had a movie that was advertised as basically a Michael Keaton Batman movie, that bombed the way. And keep in mind, it had a $55 million opening weekend. That's now what people are looking at Captain Marvel, wondering if it'll have that kind of type of weekend to open. It only made $270 million worldwide.
Yeah. I mean, I thought this movie might make $500 million. I didn't think it would have a huge opening weekend, though. This is kind of where I think it will be. I didn't think it would hit 100. So according to
bad.
This is
bad,
very bad. According to Box Office Pro, the upcoming MCU sequel is currently tracking to earn between $50 million to $75 million in its opening weekend at the domestic box office. If The Marvels comes in at a lower end of projections, the superhero movie would be set an unfortunate new record for the MCU for the worst opening weekend ever. The Incredible Hulk 2008 currently holds that record, which was the second film, by the way.
And it's awesome.
2008.
And it's awesome.
Yeah,
good movie too.
Like, I don't know exactly what the adjusted for inflation would be, but you're probably talking like $80 million minimum.
Yeah.
$55 million in 2008 money. Like, you're looking at a minimum of like $80 million. That's what the equivalent would be today.
Ant-Man, again, that came out a few years ago. Adjusted for inflation would be a lot more. Pre-sales trends are currently 69% behind the pace of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and 2% behind Eternals.
That is bad.
That is really fucking bad.
That is real bad.
I think Taylor Swift's taking some of the shine off, like she's got her movie coming out this weekend. That's what everybody's focused on. They're waiting until the following week to pre-order their stuff for the Marvels.
They should have cast Taylor Swift as Captain Marvel. That might have changed.
You could cast Taylor Swift as fucking Iron Man right now. It'd probably do well.
I wonder if she's finally going to be Dazzler in the Deadpool 3 movie.
I think she is.
Well,
she better, or they
fucking
shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
Considering she brought fucking Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman with her to the New York
Yeah.
Jets game the other day, I feel like it's pretty likely.
Even if the Marvels came in on the higher end of projection, 75 million would still be less than half of the 153.4 million of the first installment in the MCU sub-franchise. Captain Marvel opened back in 2019. Captain Marvel ended its theatrical run with 426.8 million domestically, while the Marvels is currently tracking for a final domestic haul of 189 million.
I wonder how much
they're hitting the point
Captain
of
Marvel made in China. I can't imagine it did like super well, but like Aquaman made like $300 million in China or something fucking crazy like that. Obviously, they're not going to have anything like that happen for the sequel.
I'm going to check right now.
But yeah, they're hitting the point of diminishing returns.
Yep.
For sure. Which I don't know. I mean, I was just thinking about it and like, you know, somebody was saying, oh, well, the normal people are like walking away and the comic book fans will still, you know, be there and they'll support to some degree. But it's like, you know, maybe that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe if like all the normies like left and then we could just get back to like telling stories that like for the core audience that the core audience wants.
Right.
Instead of trying to make everything for everyone. Because when you try to make something for everyone, you make it for no one.
Yes.
And that's a problem that's been going on.
Well, the big problem is you can't do that when you have $300 million budgets.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, they need to bring
Right.
scale everything back to adjust for this new normal.
Right.
And maybe tell stories about, you know, characters that people do care about instead of just characters that were created between the years 2011 and 2020.
Right. It made 154 million in China.
It ain't doing it this time.
No, it's
It might not do that domestically.
I don't think it's going to do it domestically, and they're definitely. It might not hit its domestic total from the previous film worldwide.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, pretty much at this point, if you look at Ant-Man, Quantumania, and compare it, it's like this movie's gonna be lucky if it breaks 400 million worldwide. Big time, big time.
Oh golly!
I am very upset.
I know.
Hey, do you guys?
Look, this is my upset face.
Well, we can't see it. Can we? We can pull the article down. It's pretty much told us everything we already know. I'm really sorry, but you know it'll make you happy. AKIRA, an AKIRA documentary will make you happy.
Oh
Yeah, well. Yeah, well.
It will. It will. So yeah.
If you want to pull that up, somebody. That's called a lead-in.
That's called a lead. That's good. It's very smooth.
Like
It's a really good
people on
smooth
stream that
transition.
produce the show.
I have to pull
I
it.
can't tell what way you're leading, you know? Sometimes
No, that's okay. I just.
You know who's the producer for Geeks and Gamers Daily? That'd be Drunk 3PO.
Well, I figured there might be a link in the chat.
We do have the link in the description and in the chat.
And in the description, too.
Gary knows what he's doing.
Watch it with a Geek Grind coffee.
Okay, so yeah, I know what I'm doing. I just don't do it. That's the thing.
Let me change the
Big flaw in my
currency,
logic.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Hang on.
this is something
was that
our
Frost
Canadian
on that bike.
This Canadian employee always
No,
pulls up
that
and
was me,
fucking
bitch.
Canadian, and she's like, and everyone thinks, "Oh my gosh, I got a big bump." And they're
Sorry,
like, "Oh, that was
I'm in
Canadian."
Canada. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, you should be fucking sorry as well.
Sorry, eh?
Canada. Sorry.
So, Danica, this is like your first documentary, like legit one, and you
Well,
just,
it's my first full length 90-minute documentary. I've done 3-hour-long documentaries about the X-Men,
Yes.
Epic History X-Men series. But yes, this will be my first full-length feature. And I'm directing, writing, hosting, like editing, like doing a lot of it. And yeah, I just felt like I've been wanting to do something bigger. I've been on YouTube for, over 11 years, and I feel like I've done it, like I feel like I've done a lot of good stuff on there, and I wanted to take it to the next level and talk about AKIRA, specifically more about the anime. I mean, we will discuss the manga series for sure. You can't talk about the anime without discussing the manga series. But I was just like, I want to make a documentary. What do I want to make a documentary about? And I was, watching Akira with my audience on Mystery Danica Theater on Twitch one day, and I got really wine drunk and I just started crying. And I was just like, somebody drew this. Like, you don't understand how hard this movie was to make. Like, there's just so much. And I was like thinking, I was like, wow, I'm so emotional about this. Maybe this should be what I make a documentary about, because I feel like a lot of people really don't understand what went into this. And people know that it's special. Like, everyone agrees, like, Akira is special, but they don't realize exactly why. And that's some of the things that I want to break down. And that's kind of what I'm known for doing on YouTube, is where I take things that you know and love, and then I break them down and show you all these other things that you may not have known about it that make you love it even more. So yes, I'm currently doing a Kickstarter for my film. And yeah, if you guys want to get on board, feel free to pledge. We along the way, I'm going to be doing a lot of different interviews with a lot of people who've been involved with the AKIRA project, and also people who are inspired by it and things like that. And so as I go along, I mean, it's going to take a year or two to make the film, but I will have full audio interviews available as we go along, so you can listen to some of these things. And I got a lot of really cool people already lined up and ready to go. And I'm trying to get more cool people to come on board and be interviewed. And yeah, I'm just really excited to talk about Akira.
Are you going to take a trip to Japan?
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. No, I have to take a trip to Japan. I mean, I would love to get Katsuhiro Otomo. I would love to get him, but I don't know if that's possible or not. But we can go on a journey together and find out if that's possible. He is the man behind Akira, not only the manga series, but also he directed the movie. And what he did is just, even in the manga series, like, blows my mind. I mean, if you've ever seen the manga, it's just like these drawings are just out of control. It's really incredible. And yeah, but there's I'm definitely gonna have to go talk to some Japanese businessmen at Kodansha and hopefully get them on my side as well. So like I said, it'll be a fun adventure. And for those of you who pledge, I will be posting regular updates about all of the different things that we will be doing to bring this documentary to life.
And want to hit the trailer?
Yeah, just a second.
Thank you.
Did you share audio?
That's a good question.
Oh, we'll find out.
We'll find out very soon.
Take two.
There we go.
Places, everyone. And action. I'm back. And this time I've set a Kickstarter goal that's going to get our coils to the green line. Akira goes harder than any animated movie created before or since, and it's time we talked about it. Not only is the hand-drawn animation totally out of control, but its influence on pop culture is immeasurable. Come with me on a journey and learn more than you ever wanted to know about Akira. Things like Otomo's manga series and how it differs from the movie. It's way longer, and Akira is alive. We'll break down the absolutely insane level of detail and craftsmanship that went into this animation.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's so Asian.
We'll weigh in on the two hotly debated English dubs. Streamline versus Pioneer dub, fight! Which one is your favorite? And we'll learn more about the iconic soundtrack created by a scientist and his collective of amateur musicians. Prepare to have your mind blown away all over again by AKIRA, the documentary. This Kickstarter will help with the initial funding of this project, allowing us to start full-time work on AKIRA the documentary. It will also give you fellow AKIRA lovers a chance to score some cool merch, get your name in the credits, listen to full audio interviews, and see the movie before anyone else. Pledge to AKIRA the documentary now through October 31st and support the movie about the greatest hand-drawn animated film of all time.
Leave me alone!
That looks great. What did it just die because
I'm on bad internet right now.
And she's in a fucking hotel, and we made her do the entire thing.
Sorry. I mean, I guess I could do it for my fiber internet, but no, I thought it would be just way better for Danica, for my producer in another state on hotel internet, to do it. That worked out really well. Sorry.
Looks awesome.
Looks great though.
Well,
it looks great.
Thanks. I'm excited about it. It'll be
Yeah.
a fun journey.
So the links will be in the description, and I backed it already. So there you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Gary. You're such a
Show
sweet
some
man.
love, chat. Show some love, chat.
Show some love, chat. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm so low key today, but
Loki.
I
Good
tried to do that.
Good one. Good one.
But I'm very low key today.
I'm so Sylvie today. By that I mean an unlikable bitch.
Hey, thanks, Ryan. That means a lot coming from you. It really does. Really does. Hey, let's do some super chats. Let's do some super chats while I deal with my They're not super chats. Shut up. Here we go. Not Another Dime has gifted 20 Nerdrotic memberships for $100. Thank you, Not Another Dime. And I've got to say it's obligatory. That's a lot of dimes. That's a lot of dimes. I think I'm going to watch. I was supposed to watch AKIRA before this, but I couldn't because I had my man cold. But I might watch it today. Might be a good man cold.
It's a good man cold watch.
Good. That's
Definitely.
right.
Make you feel better.
So finally, you're sick.
Yeah, I finally got sick. After sitting in like your COVID infested apartment for streaming right next to you.
You're welcome.
I didn't get sick. Hanging out with Garrett, who got COVID, didn't get sick. Was in a plane with a bunch of sick people, didn't get sick. Yeah, I probably got it from my kid going to school or whatever.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
I mean, to be fair, you at this point you had Alex Jones on FNT and didn't get demonetized. You pretty much are undefeated in life at this point, so you can pretty much beat everything.
And Gavin.
We survived Gavin. So
Yeah.
An apocalypse.
And that's
Yeah.
understandable.
It was a very small apocalypse.
No one could have solved
Peen
the
apocalypse.
violation anyway. So.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
In case
At
Danica
this
doesn't
point-
know, a guest came on and decided to whip out his wang on.
Allegedly.
Oh.
Yeah.
on show.
Oh.
Luckily, it has to be at least this big to be considered sexual harassment.
And it wasn't. And it wasn't. And it
And it
wasn't.
wasn't. Yeah.
Gary, at this point, it's going to be something so inconsequential that'll get you banned off YouTube.
Dude, we got demonetized. I can't even think why we would get demonetized last week. I mean, it's Disparu. Maybe his haircut, but
Yeah, but that's representation.
Yeah.
For the lesbians.
Shake from Hunger Team for $50. Says Danica, I love your work on Dune, on the Dune series and your Exorcist series. You and the production have a very unique feel to it. Is it field to it, X-Ray Girl, or feel to it?
Why
Oh,
not
you need to
both?
feel.
Assume field.
Feel
Well,
good.
it's one of the
Sure.
two.
Let's say
The
field.
answer's yes.
Yes. What are you trying to say? What you are trying to say is that. Good God! What are you
Jesus,
trying?
to
I'm
say,
beginning
Gary?
to think
That's
the problem is Gary.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Do you
where's
want
the
me to
sound
say
effect,
it?
Garrett? Go.
Why are you gay?
Thank you. What are you trying to say is that it
Why are
was
you gay?
unique and it had some air authenticity.
Thank you.
Well, that was good, Gary.
I read it as it was.
Yeah, that is actually how it was.
Great job, Gary.
I think
Great job.
I could
Shake.
probably at some point we can maybe get X-Ray Girl to edit them, but maybe next year.
Maybe next year. English
Well-
is not my forte.
Well, thank
Or
you
your
so
first
much.
language.
Thank you so much. I mean, everything I do, I try to do it from a place of authenticity. I can't make something that I don't care about. That's just like my whole thing. That's why I remained independent. And that's why I'm also doing this Kickstarter is because like I don't want people like shitty producers like the producers at Disney Marvel or the producers, I mean, not that they would be producing my stuff, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Every time I've worked with a company and they have to like, oh, let me tell you what to do with your show. And it's always a nightmare and they always have the worst ideas and it's always horrific. And so, so thank you. So yeah, everything I do, it comes from an authentic place. And I'm glad that you see that.
Good thing. Good on you staying on your own too. Yeah, that's you get some really strange requests. We'll just say that. They're very strange. And it's like, I maybe it comes from I'm like way older than you. I'm super old. And it just comes with I don't want to deal with fucking assholes anymore. So no.
Right.
I'd rather be
Right.
broke. Citizen 7 has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Hail. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $49.99. At this rate, Disney should just set up official OnlyFans. At this rate, Disney should just set up an official OnlyFans for all Disney princesses. That way, Bob Iger can at least make some money while Disney's getting. It's with an umlaut. So is it Fucht? Fucht.
Yeah.
Fucht. Eric John.
Fucking scissoring, buddy.
Fucking scissoring. Eric John, pizza artist, who is a true pizza artist and a fan of pineapple on pizza. That's right. And I did see that part in Robin Hood, okay? Before the kids got arrested, right? Then they were talking about pineapple with jalapenos.
Yeah, and then the
way.
police came out with the guns and
Yeah.
it was like, whoa.
To be fair, I'm totally down with police brutality for people that have those type of takes on pizza.
Wow.
It's just, for one, like, I'm not the only person in the world who likes that. Pizza joints like make that pizza, like round table pizza.
They carry anchovies too, like.
Dude, Round Table is awesome, by the way. We have one in San Antonio, so if you're in the San Antonio area and you want some good pizza, because I've tried your pizza around here, it's not great. Round Table is great, like truly great. Go to Round Table.
I've been to that. I forget the name of it, but it's a place that has like a 70-inch fucking pizza in San Antonio.
Is there? Is it Manhattan Pizza? That's in San Diego, though.
I don't think so. I'm gonna see if I can find the name of it.
You're a size queen with your pizzas, obviously.
It's pretty good, but it's known because of how fucking big it is.
Yeah.
They have one of those in Dallas as well. It's like
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Am I the one that's
So I want to try it out. I want to try out 70 inches. Mm.
Oh my God! This is really gay!
70 inches.
Big Lou's pizza.
Big Lou.
Big Lou.
Yeah. So now we know
I
what
just
to do about
looked up. I couldn't think what to go. I just said big ass pizza in San Antonio.
I
My
will
Google
try it.
search history.
I will try it. Yeah, that's
pretty
Eric
good.
John's pizza art right there, and I've got it hanging in my hallway. It is kind of weird seeing your face when you walk by in pizza, but thanks, man. So let me get back to that. Eric John Pizza Art. Give him a follow on Instagram and Twitter for $49.99. He says, "Hail, I have a question for all of you. Do you think one of the reasons acting and writing is so bad is because it's all young people who don't know how humans really act in real life thanks to social media? They react to dialogue like reading a text." Social media has definitely had its effect on Hollywood, but I would say the real reason is Hollywood's not getting the best and brightest anymore, and that's something they've openly admitted, that like we're not getting good younger actors. We're not getting another generation because it's not the most important thing. It's just not, you know.
Yep. And I'd say like when we refer to great media, that the media is usually 70s, 80s, maybe some 90s. You know, the people that were making that media had lives. They went through some shit.
Yes.
There was World War II.
I was about to get to
there
that,
was
yeah.
Vietnam War. They worked real jobs. They were all kinds of different things before they decided to create a thing, and we love it. The stuff that we're getting now is produced by millennial, Gen Z, people that know nothing and have done nothing and expect everything.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't really experienced the world for what it's worth. The division, the conflict, the really horrible shit, because life has become really fucking cushy.
Yeah.
And that is good and bad. It's good because, more humans live, but it's bad because people just don't have the same life experience like they used to.
Yeah.
No. They also, like, art schools churning out people who probably don't have the talent, but like convince them.
I mean, that happened in my art school for sure. They were passing people left and right,
Yep.
at Savannah College of Art and Design because they just wanted that sweet tuition money.
Mhm.
And it was really, it was crazy. Like some of the people in my classes that were passing, that's like, whoa, like this person is never going to be a professional artist. Like this is, and that's okay. I mean, at least just divert them somewhere else, but they wouldn't. They
Or
would just
tell
let
them the
them.
truth. You can get you.
Like it's not going to work.
But
dog.
think about how many future Hitlers were prevented.
Oh my god.
But at least they're like dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you have a writer's room full of people whose idea of a traumatic event is being misgendered, You know, like
That's the
I think
problem.
that's going to have an effect on the type of stuff that's being produced.
Yeah. Andreas for 5257 on the Streamlabs side. Hey, Gary, don't forget to say hello to X-Ray Girl this week like you did last week. How did I say? Wake? Dude,
Like
my brain is.
Is it awake? Oh no!
I gotta do it again.
Yeah, it's awake for his brain.
Remember the real BBC that you did when you were sick ass?
Probably no.
He was having a man cold. Don't judge him.
How did I say hello to you last week? You're
I don't
asking,
remember, to be
Andreas,
honest.
Andreas, you're asking me to remember something from last week. Even if I wasn't sick, I wouldn't remember it.
I don't do remembering.
Let's just appreciate the fact that he did remember her last week. When he remembers anyone,
Yeah, not like Christy that one time.
Yeah, so let's just take the good with it and roll with that. Because as you know at Friday Night Tights, we only focus on the positive. We never talk about the negative.
No, we are all about the glass being half full and sunny side up, and it's all.
We're so
sunshine and
positive. Magic
rainbows.
Johnson said he's coming on this podcast.
Hey.
Somebody bring up One Piece.
Let's bring up One Piece. There you go.
I don't want to have to drink again.
Danica, what'd you think of the first 2 episodes of One Piece?
You know, it was really interesting. At first, I was kind of like, I don't know, but then as it kept going, I was like, okay, I see the audience for this. Like, it may not necessarily be me. Like, I don't know if I want to finish the whole series, but
Are you familiar with the source? Like, did you watch? the
I'm
anime
not
manga?
like
Okay.
I mean, I'm a huge weeb, but I've never gotten into One Piece because it's so daunting because there's just so much, and I've
There's
just
like
been like
1,000 episodes.
intimidated by. I'm like, I don't know if I have the time for this.
Intimidated
So,
by
I mean,
the girth. We understand.
yeah, and but and at first too, it was like really, really interesting, like the costuming, because they really are working from the source material. Because I can see that where it's like, oh, okay, so they have people with T-shirts on and then people dressed up like pirates, and they're all mixed up together. And at first it kind of bothered me because I just wasn't used to that. But as it went on, I was like, oh, you know what? I actually kind of fuck with this. Like, I really like this. Like, they're doing a good job with it. I thought it was really cute. And yeah, I can see why people are really into it for sure.
Right,
Yeah,
it took me
I loved it.
until episode 3 to actually start to get into the show.
Yeah.
I wasn't sold on episode 1, but by episode 3 and 4, I was like, oh, okay, these characters are actually starting to get fleshed out. And I was surprised that they were able to build some good dramatic tension in that, 4th episode, even like some good suspense. And I was like, wow, we actually are dealing with some storytellers here. And then, yeah, I got sold. I got hooked on it.
That's what happens when the creators try, to
Right.
be
I
accurate.
mean, it's just so important to have
dare
people
they?
who care. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you just
Key
have to have
thing.
somebody who cares a little bit.
Oh,
You
we
know?
want
Giving a shit about the source material and your production really helps a lot.
It really
Working
helps
with
a
the
lot.
creator.
It
Working
helps.
with the creator.
Yeah,
But
Look
I
at
can
the state of
yeah.
the Witcher franchise.
Yeah.
But I could totally understand not fully getting into, because the first episode I wasn't sold on. I wasn't sure
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
was liking the characters, and took some time.
Yeah. But
Also, I watched several of the first episodes of the anime right before the season, the Netflix season dropped, and so I had some kind of familiarity with the characters, and so I started to see some of those early storylines being played out. I was hooked from the beginning when I started watching it, and I obviously loved it all the way through. But I would be interesting if I didn't know anything about it going into it, how I would have, because I know a lot of people here have said like it took them a few episodes to really get connected to it, whereas I was in as soon as I started it. It
It's-
worked for me.
it's so funny, like Luffy, like, because I've seen Luffy's picture around, like I see, I see One Piece advertised, and he has like this crazy look on his face all the time, where he's just like, he looks so
Yeah.
maniacal. And like the actor that they chose for him is doing a really good job, like portraying that. And I feel like I was like really impressed with that, where he's just like got this big ass smile and these like big weird eyes, and I was just like, oh yeah, like they did a good job casting this character for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you look at like some of the promotional stuff surrounding One Piece and how the cast was just so into it, and all the enthusiasm around it, it's just something we haven't seen a lot of recently. And it's just really nice. But I can't wait to see more. It obviously worries me because it's like anything else. The more popular something gets, the more it's
Right,
at
watered
risk of being
down.
completely destroyed by corporate media and corporations
Yeah.
jumping in there saying, "Oh, we got to do
100%.
this, we got to do that," and so
Right.
And the
Um,
sophomore slump, like the second season of
yeah.
a lot of these shows, tends to go into the trash. So
We'll see.
I mean,
Hopefully-
One Piece is huge. It's the biggest manga anime ever. I didn't realize it was that. I did not understand that One Piece was that like right there with Dragon Ball. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And but it is. It's so. And I don't know how much creative control the creator is going to have moving forward. I have no idea. But obviously he's involved. But do
Well,
they
that's
have?
always a good sign. Like that's
Always.
always a good sign when a creator is
As long as
involved.
he stays involved.
Right.
Game of
Exactly.
Thrones.
Like, if Netflix has any brains at all, they would say, "Oh, you did a really good job. Keep doing what you're doing," and then they would step even back in and give more control to the creator. But it's Netflix, so there's no.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's an inherent problem with your first sentence.
Yes.
John, long last name for $50. This is Hail Fellowship. Saturday, October 14th is the solar eclipse. That's right. So
It
today's
is. Ooh.
Friday 13th. Tomorrow's a full solar. This is my first one. I've never been in a full solar eclipse. 10:30 to 1:30 Central.
Wait, can we see it in America
N-
or
not
In Texas, you can.
Texas.
Yeah.
oh, in Texas?
We have like
Okay.
another one next year too, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, we do. It's like in April.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it'll be out through the central United States. I don't know if California is even going to be affected. or
Yeah,
not, but
I know. I'll have to go check it out.
I feel
Yeah.
like I
Look
remember
online.
one happening in like the late 90s or something. Like this is one of the ones where the moon like gets in between, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Nicholas. Yeah.
solar.
We've had several in Texas before. I remember there was like one in the 80s, and I don't remember when the last one was, but it's
You're
I want to say
fucking old.
at least 2 in my lifetime.
Yeah, never seen one.
Yeah.
Are we putting together a meetup in San Antonio, Texas from 11 to 1 at Comanche Lookout Park? I have extra glasses for those who need them. Bring water, sunscreen, and snacks. Hope to see you there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who needs
Man.
glasses? I look straight at it like the
Hill.
president. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Garrett will
Trump.
do that.
it's like
Sorry.
Trump.
Can't that legitimately damage your eyes?
Yeah,
Yes.
Hey.
If you look into it, yeah.
At least you're a
I
bus.
think it's because it I think it's because when it blocks it, it doesn't appear it's not as bright, but it still
And
has
you
the
think you
effect
can look at
because
it,
you're seeing
yeah.
the ring.
So you
right?
can look at it longer.
See, like
Yeah.
the ring of the sun around there, so you can still fuck your eyes up because
Yeah.
more people
And
look at it because it's
it's
not
like
bright,
printing-
but it's still
Right.
doing that radiation
And
damage.
don't use sunglasses. Use the actual special rated glasses for it, because sunglasses.
they-
Or
aren't
just
gonna
go like, or just fucking go like this. Be like, all right, that's
Yeah,
what,
just
what
give it a-
you need to fucking stare at it for an hour.
Just
It's a
squint.
fucking, it's just a light.
It's just going to get dark.
It's just a big old light. That's
Yeah.
all it is,
And
really.
apparently the animals act weird, or it gets
Really?
Yeah, so we'll see. My dogs are old and blind, and they could give a shit. But Bitcoin
feel-
guy, what was that?
They feel the energy though. You know?
They do.
They feel it.
Well, that's all they can do because 2 of my dogs can't see, and one of them's like losing his hearing now. Poor
Oh.
Both of them
Gomez.
looked at solar eclipses.
Yes,
so
they
Yes.
did.
Made that mistake.
They're kind of retarded.
Bitcoin guy on the Streamlabs side for $50. Says, "Hey guys, it's my birthday today. Well, happy birthday!
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Time.
Happy
Please-
birthday, Dan Vask.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
oh, yeah,
Dan
it's
Vask.
Dan
Forgot
Vask.
about
It
that.
is.
It
We'll
is
get to
actually,
that.
yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get. Don't even forget. X-ray
Does he
Draw.
deserve any kind of recognition on this show, really? Though.
Oh,
It's
I
Dan
think he
Vask.
does. I think he does.
Yeah,
He came in the chat. He came in the chat, and the first thing he says, "Who's the girl?" That's all he said. I saw him earlier. So,
Damn.
look at Dan.
It's Jeremy.
Look at Dan. So
My birthday wish, he says, please don't sing. My birthday wish was the Film Actors Guild stays on strike forever. So fingers crossed. Couldn't not notice that Jeremy is like Anakin Skywalker. He returns every other week and, is going to make 20 videos, I guess, now. Hail FNT. Hail to you.
I'm about to become a video machine now. Live
Video
streams and
between
games.
videos.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it.
I go to make the video between videos.
I've been losing subscribers for about a fucking year now. I got to make a fucking video. All right, kids, live streaming does not grow your channel. Okay.
Well, this is a
Does
great
not.
time to make videos on YouTube when there's strife
Yes.
in the world. It's just a wonderful time.
Yeah.
It's the most wonderful time of the life.
No, but Gary, your last video with the message about the need for escapism in times like this, that was honestly heartfelt and absolutely true.
Cheers.
So,
You used AI to write it, Shad.
I did. No.
You did.
That's why it was so good.
That's how we knew.
That's why it was so great.
That's why it was so great.
That's why it was so good.
It's also why you misspelled the title, Lord of Ring.
Lord of Ring.
Lord of Ring Gollum.
Sean Godley for $50. Thanks, Shad, by the way. I think Loki season 2 will end with Loki and female Loki, or Foki, if you will, fighting against Kang and Kang's mom, played by Viola Davis, where we learn that Kang isn't evil, just misunderstood because his timeline was destroyed by the patriarchy. Well, I'm sure that'll be one of them. That'll be one of them. Nick Hammerschmidt for $50. 50.
Oh wait, what if the fat black lady in the show is actually a King variant?
Ooh.
Oh. Anyone could be. They could look like anything at this point.
If there's female Loki, there's female Kang.
One thing they can't make it look like is good. But, oh yeah, okay.
Kianga? Trying to think.
No, I just came up with a spin-off Marvel show. My bad.
Just keep his Kang.
The female thing. No, okay, we'll get cancelled. Okay, so let's move on.
Kaniqua. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Who is all going to the Wisconsin meetup? I am. I might be able to make it out there depending on what day of the week and what time. So that's a nice way of asking what time. X-Ray Girl.
Hey Gary, when the fuck are we doing this?
X-Ray Girl.
Yes.
What day? What date and time? So you can say date and time.
Thursday, the 16th, November 16th, I believe 6 to 9 Central.
6 to 9. So 6 to 9.
69.
Have we already released the
for members?
For members. We
RSVP?
did it to members, and we're going to do the RSVP.
So if you're a member.
I think tomorrow would probably be a good day to announce the place tomorrow. So if you're a member, you have a little exclusive time until tomorrow, and then we're going to release it out there. But it's a bar, and we'll be there from 6 to 9, Thursday the 16th. X-Ray Girl will be there. I'll be there. I don't know who else is going to be there.
I'm going to try, but I can't guarantee it. But I
Okay.
want to try. I'm going to try. Any excuse to drive.
This is the first time I've heard
tickets.
when it is, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, you guys are busy, right? This is a
My birthday's the day before that.
Well, then why don't you come out? Don't you want to hang out with
come
us
out,
for your
celebrate
birthday?
your birthday.
I just said I didn't know when you were doing it.
Oh.
No, he wants to hang out with people he cares about.
Ouch,
1/3 of the
baby.
tickets are already
I don't have
sold,
any of
so-
those. Sure,
Ryan, you are more than welcome. We'll give you the details if you can make it. And yeah, the reason we're doing is my brother-in-law lives up there, and we're going up there for Thanksgiving. So
probably gonna be a bunch of real dumb Packers fans there, huh?
oh wow, you're just endearing yourself to everybody in Wisconsin.
he's a Bears fan. I mean,
Yeah, what the
that's how
fuck?
it
What
is.
do you think I'm gonna simp for a bunch of cheeseheads?
Is the quartering going to be there?
I doubt it, but maybe Tom from Midnight's Edge, he's up there. I mean, quartering's welcome, but he doesn't like doing those things. He said that.
I'm gonna bully him.
Wait,
into
if it's
it.
at a bar, I think we can manage to fucking convince him.
And tell him there's darts there. Yeah, there's the dartboard, Jeremy.
tell him there's beer.
and Wi-Fi so he can tweet while he's drunk.
Right.
Dude, if we could live stream Jeremy from the quartering drunk tweeting, that would be fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
That would be awesome. Smooth the DJ has gifted 25 Nerdrotic memberships for $125. Smooth, what do you think? Great Modrotic right there. Quelndar on the Streamlab side, not related to Zorbu, for $50. Happy Jihad Roast Jacques de Molay Day.
That's what I said.
Jesus.
I'll take 2. And some curry sauce.
Bigfoot has gifted $50 on the Streamlight side. Says, I'm back, baby. Suck it, Loch Ness.
Yeah, I saw a
we caught
video
you.
came out of
It's
There's like a
fake.
Bigfoot video that was making the rounds.
It's fake. They're all fake.
Well, yeah, they all are. Fucking spoiler alert.
Wait, Bigfoot's not real? Fuck, man. And 75,000 years old? Wow.
Shauna, is it bass or bass? I don't know.
It's all about the bass.
About that bass, no treble.
What was that extra?
I'm gonna say bass. I'm gonna go with the fish route.
I'm gonna go with
Bass.
Shauna Bass for $50. Because Gary, Danica, and Az would love to see you the three of you, do a real BBC show talking about some of your favorite comic runs. It was a lot of fun watching Gary and Danica nerd out over comics. I'd love to see Az in that as well. Great show this week. Cheers.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I am game to talk about comic books and my favorite runs.
Yes.
I'm just about to talk about Batman Year 2 on Sunday. So yeah.
30.
We lost
Keith
Giffen. We lost Keith Giffen, by the way. R.I.P.
Oh man, dude, I was talking about Justice League International just a few days ago. How good it was. Just how it just changed so many characters. Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Fire, Ice, Maxwell Lord. Of course, Guy Gardner.
It was so different when it came out.
Manhunter. Oh, it was just
completely wild when it came out because they were bringing Batman back to his roots from the 70s. Everybody's saying since the but they were just making Batman darker again. It was right during the whole Dark Knight Returns thing, and then they get this wacky Justice League. It's like, what the fuck is this? And it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how we just shared some great news, an update. Hey, Danica's,
I know
her thing hit 30K.
Well,
by the way, this guy died.
This guy totally died. So we can do it again. So you can share it again.
It's hit a new milestone. By the way, miserable news, everyone.
Remember last time Garrett took
wow,
off during a live stream?
How don't you whip it out?
Excuse me, why? Oh, okay.
Thank you guys so much. Wow, you guys are amazing and beautiful. Thank you. We just got our second stretch goal. Second stretch goal. So now everyone gets a free digital download of the soundtrack once that becomes available. And we got one more. Well, we got two more, but our next stretch goal at 50,000. I will do a sexy Tetsuo cosplay with a gross arm. So that is my next.
I like to call it my wanking arm.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's all sorts of stuff you could do with that arm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
It's
it's very tentacly. There's
danger.
a lot of stuff going on with that arm. But
It's Amelia Clark in
Oh my god.
Don't.
All right, who's next on the obituary, Gary?
Who else has died that we loved?
Yeah.
Let's
gotta balance the good with the bad.
Well, the person we can't ask is Eric July. So Brent Wolf has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Thank you.
Brent.
Epic Fantasy for 50 Australian Shad dollars. Emu defeated dollars. Vegemite loving dollars. Did you see that Taco Bell? Was that thing real? That Vegemite taco? I don't know if it was Taco Bell.
What?
We don't have.
You have to
Taco
try
Bell.
it.
It was an Aussie taco. I don't know if it was Taco Bell or not, but it was an Aussie taco. I don't know if it was a meme or not, but somebody
Taco.
Okay, just for the record, by the way, Comics Division needs to fucking give up. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but his internet is fucking
I thought mine was
something's
bad.
going on, and he keeps popping in and popping out. But it's just
It's been happening
fucking
so
driving me
much.
crazy.
Where do you keep going, comics?
I don't know what the hell is going on with my internet, but it keeps dropping. But at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to tether my phone and we'll just do it that way.
There we go.
Do it live.
Yes.
Fuck it.
Do it
Fuck
live.
it.
Yeah, fuck it. Doing it live.
Tether your
This
phone.
is so goddamn annoying.
So somebody
A
put
bunch
up
of
a
idiots
picture.
fucked up the internet in my neighborhood, and they're trying to fix it. Is what the issue is.
Aw.
Somebody put up a picture. Is like a window cling advertisement of a Vegemite taco. I don't know if it was real or not, but I got tweeted at it.
Oh.
It looked kind of real, but I mean, I don't fucking know.
That's a war crime.
It
I
is a
think-
war crime.
I think I could make one. I could make one that would taste beautiful. So
No, you
don't
couldn't.
tempt
Oh,
I dare you to do it.
I've got video footage, Gary. It's coming out.
You couldn't make a fucking taco. Like, forget Vegemite. You couldn't make a taco.
I actually made some the other night. They were really good.
I don't know.
I'm
I had a
sure.
taco in the UK and it was pretty bad.
It was fish and chips with a tortilla.
Not even that good. Like that sounds better than it actually was.
Kinda was.
The tortilla is not. It was like cardboard.
I made tacos last night, actually.
Hail Gary.
Actually,
What was that? How good was
the
your
video,
taco, Shad?
the video of us all eating Vegemite in the UK. That I still haven't gotten around to.
Yeah,
it 'cause I
when
got
is that
to
coming
stop.
out?
When
Hey.
I want to
Soon,
see
all right.
that.
I know it's there. I need to finish it.
By the time we hit the UK again next year?
Yeah.
Epic fantasy. Probably around the time where Az gets his birthday present from me. Around Christmas.
2065.
Hail Gary and hail the
I
fellowship.
remember that time when Gary almost delivered the Christmas present.
We've begun production on an animated series of Wrath of the Titans based on the Tidal Wave Productions comic book series. It's going to be lit. Some real epic heroism from the ancient Greek classics by the way of Harryhausen. Oh,
Nice.
hell yeah. I met him.
You did?
I did.
That's fucking dope.
He was sitting by himself. I was setting up for Comic-Con 15 years ago.
Mhm.
And there he was sitting by himself. I'm like, oh shit.
Wow, now's my chance.
Fangirled out like crazy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And got something signed. Talked to him. Really nice guy. I think he passed
So
away like
cool.
2 years later. But yeah.
Yeah,
There we
so
go.
cool.
There's our next one. We're waiting for it.
Oh.
Yeah. I did a an episode on him for my Greater Creator series. I did like biopics on all these different artists who did like really cool shit. I was just like, Harryhausen's got to be on this list. Like he's so legit.
Absolutely. The GOAT.
The goat.
Uh,
the goat.
How do I say this name, X-Ray Girl? Nostroluca?
Nostroluca?
Nostroluca. I did it. Hey, $50. Said Ezra is a mole. They join forces during the exile to combat a greater galactic future. Threat explains Thrawn's dumbassery, fixes Filoni's terrible writing and a massive plot hole. Book it, or Filoni is really that bad of a writer. No, not mutually exclusive. I think he's just that bad of a writer.
He's that bad. This is who Dave Filoni is.
So Ahsoka has to be one of this. I've never seen this with a series before. I've seen it close, but not to this extent, where fans are fanficking the show that they wanted to see but never saw, right? But but somehow are conflating it to where it actually happened in the show that they saw. It's
because
fucking
it's
weird.
enough like mystery bot. Like you have enough of these established characters that people are able to piecemeal out what they think should like logically happen. But it's such like a mystery box, ambiguous type of actual story that's there that
So vague.
You're forced to make like a bunch of assumptions to make it make sense
The
in your
last
head.
time I saw this happen was The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens.
yes, yeah.
After The Force Awakens, there were so many Snoke theories and all that shit, and none of it happened. Like, none.
Hey, your Snoke theory sucks.
But this one you got like in real time. It's like your Maroc
Yeah.
theory sucks. It's like, oh, your Balon theory sucks. Your Sabine theory sucks because the whole show sucks.
I bet Ray Park's like, oh, thank God I'm dead. And Ray Park, Ray Stevenson.
No, Ray Park ain't dead yet. We're still in the obituary phase.
Bringing
Put
the
that bad
obituaries
juju on
back
him.
with Ray Stevenson. I mean, he's probably just
miss
like,
Ray
I'm good
Stevenson.
here.
R.I.P.
He was so good.
How dare you kill Ray Park, though?
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
that. We know his fucking wife had a sex tape. He doesn't have to fucking kill himself, as.
Jeez, man.
Calm down.
Jesus.
Still hoping we can get him for Snake Eyes. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
For me, all right?
As you want to talk about
Mark.
Paul Walker a little bit now?
Hey, you take my best friend's mouth, fucking name out your mouth, okay?
Mouth.
You take my best friend's mouth.
You take my best friend's mouth out of your name.
Keep my dead
Okay.
best friend's dick out of your mouth.
I was just watching Team
Is Jada
America.
Pinkett Smith here?
I was just watching. I was just watching.
Got a
Team-
mouthful of Tupac right now.
How
I
does that-
loved you at the Oscars when you got your husband who you got.
Hey,
That
you know what?
your
You know what?
husband.
She said Tupac was her soulmate. And she's starting to look like him. So,
Yeah.
Dude, the fact like it's every day a new Will Smith own happens. Like she comes up that we've been split up for 7 years.
She's
and then there's the
horrible.
reports that say like Tupac's her soulmate. I'm like, man,
That's
she
so
just
bad.
keeps destroying this.
I think he
dude.
likes it though. I think he like is into that. Like I think he likes
Humiliation
humiliation.
porn?
Yeah. I think he's
Yeah.
one of those
Oh my
guys. It's
God.
the only thing that makes sense.
I think the
must.
opposite.
Right.
I think that's the reason all this has been quiet. Like, I think the reason, if this is true, the reason they've been split up since 2016 and didn't make it public is because he didn't want the shame associated with that. You know what I mean? Of like having to go through that public bullshit. And so now all of this made that all come spilling out in the most embarrassing fashion possible.
It's so
Or
much
maybe,
worse.
or
It's
maybe
like-
just
Everything
doesn't want to
on
have to
it,
pay her
too.
$100 million.
It's force multiplied. If he had just divorced, it would have been another Hollywood divorce that everybody goes, yeah, right.
Yeah, no
divorce.
big deal.
But this is so much worse.
Yeah.
Kind of
It's
entertaining.
bad.
Gosh. Yeah, it's a train wreck.
She also said that Chris Rock like hit her up a couple years ago and be like, I heard
Yeah.
you and Will are getting a divorce, right?
Oh shit. That makes sense. That explains the slap.
Yeah, a little, yeah. Oh, don't you talk about my wife?
Don't you talk about my wife
What?
that sucked my
That
son's
wasn't a
best
wait.
friend's cock? How
August
dare you?
Alsina, give him a.
how did we
Can
get on
some-
this?
Dare you besmirch that fucking whore's name right there?
How the hell did we get on this again?
I don't know.
I
said
I know
great
my
part.
name. I
Keep
told you
my
Can I throw a
wife,
theory out there?
my dead friend's dick out of your mouth.
Can I?
And
Can I
that's how
throw?
we got here.
Can I throw a theory out there?
Yeah, throw it out.
I want to
What?
throw a theory out there.
Throw it out, Daddy.
Do we know for a fact that Will Smith isn't behind Tupac's murder and that's why Jada is treating him like shit? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out
Yeah.
there. Let's ask
Yeah.
Suge Knight, look for confirmation. But why this woman has tortured him for?
Will Smith is way too soft to be behind this.
Yeah.
He's too much of a
with it.
bitch to pull it off.
There is a way better possibility that Jada actually has a tape of Will Smith getting fucked in the ass by another man.
Yes.
Like, that
Oh.
explains all this.
They're
More so
totally
than
swingers.
he's
Like they
behind
give
a
me.
cold-blooded murder.
Holding her hand at the same time.
They're totally weird swingers. Like I totally see them just being
Yeah,
doing fucking whoever the fuck. You know what I'm
Danica, the
saying?
weird
Like,
thing about it is that she fucks and he doesn't. That's like the weird
Yeah.
part of it.
He holds her hand.
This
I'm
is,
the king of the swingers zone.
I think this
He
is.
just sits there and watches.
I think this is the definitive.
maybe he's
Jada-
into that.
I-
Again, he's like he might be into the cucking. You know what I'm saying?
Might-
Like
totally.
he might be
Yeah.
into
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit.
This is
You're right.
I think this is the definitive statement on Jada.
Ah, yeah.
You're a cunt.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone.
I love that.
so
That was a
good.
That was a good clip, dude. That was a good clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go.
To the gym.
You're gonna die.
Bathroom?
My mate's he's gonna be here in a minute.
Go.
I got it. We gotta
Go.
go.
Mate's coming. Yeah.
We
Get
gotta
out.
get the shit.
Somebody
name out
wanted
of your
you
mouth.
anyways.
Get out of here,
I know.
Silverback.
I know. Every week, Danica. Every week. It's the same. I come. I get shit on. And then afterwards go, you're gonna be there next.
Wait,
Could be
yeah,
there
I
next
mean,
week.
Comes and then
private
he gets
life
shit
now.
on. It's okay. It's
Wow,
pink.
that
It's
is-
fine.
Look,
Kinky.
me and my mate Will Smith, we're fucking tears in my room. Tears. Holding each other's hands, having gay sex. Tears. Jada Pinkett Smith
as-
watching, recording us, putting us in blackmail.
I love that for you guys. I love that for you too.
Does
That's
he
so
have a good rap
beautiful.
though?
It goes with your
love
mug
you.
really well. You know, angry queer. I love it.
Well, I could do the angry part. I'm working on the queer. Well, you know, it's,
Get a little better at that. To be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Every day.
Just
it's a
don't
struggle.
let
Jada
me
have
watch
the
Close
She-Hulk
your eyes
there.
and let it
It's
happen.
gonna
You
go
know,
wrong. It's gonna go
as a
wrong.
queer sex enjoyer, just close your eyes. Let it happen. It's fine.
That's right.
It's fine.
That's right.
Close your eyes.
my uncle always said.
Okay, bye.
Your
Az.
sex a little less invasive for you than it is for us.
I was gonna say goodbye, but now I'm being fucked up the
You
ass.
guys, no, you
so,
guys got a prostate though. You got a hot button in there. I see why straight
Oh my
dudes want to
God.
play
you
with
know,
that.
there's
you know
a
what I'm
much
saying?
more
There's a whole-
accessible hot
there's
button
like-
on a woman, Danica.
But you guys have a hot button too, and it's in
it's
your
the man in the-
ass. It's
the
in
man
your
in the boat.
ass.
He's He's riding the boat a bit.
I think and you don't have to put like a whole thing. You can just little finger action. I don't know. It's not a big deal. Fine.
We save that for the doctor's office.
Most people just
I
say,
know. I love those stories of men.
I'm used to people just saying, "Hey, see you later. See you in the next time." It's quite new for me to be like, "See you later, Az. By the way, do you want to stick things up your bum?"
You should. You should try
You
it.
should, because you got a whole fucking prostate thing going on,
Dude,
man.
and it's good for your prostate. You got to milk your prostate. It's good for you. It'll
I
stop
milk
cancer.
something, which is good for the prostate.
I want to be Ray Stevenson. God damn. Just please
Add me to the obituary list.
For the record, I would rather have cancer than something in my ass.
It's not that bad, to be
Goodbye,
honest.
The chat
It's
just
mostly the
perked
young
up
guys
again.
that like
Yeah.
get all like there.
Excuse me?
The chat was talking about how gay this
Start
conversation
small.
was, and now they're suddenly happy.
You
That's
start
what
small. You don't go crazy.
Yeah.
You work your way up.
Okay, so 9-inch dildos aside, we'll talk comics sometime.
All right, yeah.
That's
Beautiful.
You know
I
what?
love it.
That'll be the
Cheers.
next.
Bean flicking, hard nips, tits out,
Yes.
cocks up asses.
Yes.
All that aside, we must talk comics sometime.
Yes.
Absolutely. It'd be my pleasure.
I love it.
Then we can. Right. Okay. Bye.
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 Good God.
Look at that.
Well, that went places.
That went.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that went.
He's about to hang out with his friend.
Yeah.
I know. Go have fun with your bro.
Yeah.
Have a good hang at
009.
midnight. It's fucking midnight UK time.
Oh shit! Oh, that's a late. That's a late hang.
Scrolling for male
Okay.
hookers.
Okay. You saw the mug.
He's not going to the gym. He's going inside of gym.
Just
Yeah.
the locker room.
A mustachioed man named Jim.
Yeah. Yep. He's gonna do his crying game workout. So
Yeah.
crying game cardio. There we go. 009 for $69.99. Oh shit! I almost hit the wrong button.
wow.
Canadian.
Perfect number right after that.
Happy to see Danica on the show. Used to watch Comic Book Girl 19 all the time until she disappeared.
I'm still here. I'm
She's
still
still
on
around.
the thing.
Yeah.
I'm still on the YouTubes.
Go watch.
She got shadow banned, and you didn't
Probably,
see her
yeah.
stuff anymore.
All right. That's probably part of it. Yeah.
What happened to the show she was doing with for Marvel years ago? Also, the
Oh my
2010 animated Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes is infinitely more Marvel than MCU, and I agree with you. And that was a great animated series. So, what happened to that show that you stopped doing years ago?
Okay, so I did the show Marvel's Off the Rack, and it was produced by Disney, and it was for Verizon's Go 90 app that died. And the whole show was a disaster. And I was trying so hard to like steer it, but it was out of my hands again. I was working with bigger companies.
Yep.
And the whole thing just got really weird. It was super late. There was all these people, like back then, this was like a gold rush. Okay. They were just dumping money into making stuff to try to like get this app going, right? I mean, they dumped obscene amounts of money, Verizon did, into making this app work. But in my experience, again, they just like hired all these skeezy people who didn't give a fuck about anything, who were just like, honestly, like they were like grifters and just took a lot of the budget of the productions and like weren't really doing anything. And the whole thing just got super weird. And yeah, we did not have another season of that show, but it was an interesting experience and I learned a lot from it. Yeah. And I mean, the Greater Creator show that I made was also for Verizon Go 90, but it was through Machinima. And it was kind of a similar deal where it was like, oh, hey, like we want you to make this show. And then they were like, oh, by the way, 12-year-olds are on this app. So you need to make your show for 12-year-olds. And you're like, what? And they're like, oh, by the way, everybody who hired you, who knows who you are, they're gone now. And now there's all these people who have no idea who you are. And oh, by the way, you have to censor your art for your art show. You need to censor everything. You're talking about Frank Frazetta? No butts. You're talking about like you have to censor the Vitruvian Man.
No butts?
It was
That's
crazy.
impossible.
It was
Huh.
crazy.
Even that has a butt in it.
It was so bad. It was like, oh, so that's what happened. Yeah. It was
So
weird.
much better to stand your own.
I know it really is.
Such a
It's
wo-
hard. It's hard to be independent, but at least like you make stuff you're proud of, and you're not having all these like crazy cock blockers just like ruining your day with their dumb ideas.
Yep.
For sure.
Hayden, 75. Hayden.
Hayden Wayne.
Hayden Wayne. Hayden.
He's our Bruce Wayne.
Gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Thanks, brother. Hope things are well out there in the oil fields of America. And he's back with 50 more. 50.
Whoa.
From Hayden.
Whoa. Hayden.
Director
Big
X.
Daddy Hayden.
Yeah.
He's got that big dick energy today.
Yep.
We love it.
Director X is trying to really, he'll like to hear that, by the way. Yeah, like genuinely. He'll be,
sure.
oh, yeah, that's right. He's in his
me.
truck.
That's me.
He's in his
Fucking
truck in New
making
Mexico.
Making it rain here on Friday Night Tights.
Director X is trying really hard to get on FNT. He says he wants to have a conversation, but we all know he's trying to set a trap. I kind of think he wants to get on because he's hoping to get bullied. You know, one of those degradation fetishes. I agree. He's doing this to Jeremy and Drunk 3PO were on and Ryan were on the Canadian news, right? You guys? Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep. You want to pull
Canadian
up that clip?
City News Toronto, who reached out to me and sent an email and said, "Hey, we would love to have you be a part of this story we're doing. I just did an interview with Director X, and he talked about all the backlash his show's getting. But by the way, I have a deadline, so I kind of need to comment in the next couple hours. You want to hop on a Zoom call real quick? Would that
That's
be
how
okay?"
they always do it. They
Yep.
always do. They put you on the spot like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's
And so I
Director
just
X?
Who
was like,
posted that? Where could I find that?
Yeah.
Drunk 3PO. Anytime somebody talks
I went
about
to
drunk,
RK.
anytime somebody says Drunk 3PO, he tweets about it. So it's pretty easy to find.
So is this one? This is like somebody got beef with Director X.
Yeah, Director X is
Director-
doing
race swap, gender swap, bisexual Robin Hood made for a modern audience for Canadian television, which has, by modern audience, they mean every single protagonist is now a person of color. The villains, the Sheriff of Nottingham and John Prince, are white. And it's a complete and total cringe embarrassment. And it's getting really bad ratings. It's got a 1.0 out of 10 on IMDb, which I didn't know is mathematically achievable until now.
Yeah,
And he's blaming it on racism.
Yeah.
So
Racism. Always. It's always anytime anything gets criticized, it's racism.
And he's wanting
Or
attention.
misogyny. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Yep.
seems like it's clout chasing, and he wants to either play the victim or get a gotcha clip out of it. And it's
I think it's mainly because no one's paying attention to him. This is for basically for people to get to know who he is. Not say get to know who he is, but draw attention to him because nobody fucking cares about the show.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing on YouTube, especially. Is like you got to have beef with somebody.
Yeah.
You got to beef with somebody
What?
if they, and then the algorithm.
he
They'll
even
push
says
all
that
your
beef.
videos about.
He's trying to. Well, it's helping everybody else, but it's not helping the show. I think he got a few thousand bump this week on the ratings. As just did the ratings on it. And
so the ratings for week 2, 139,000 people tuned in.
Yeah.
Good for 69th on the October 4th charts in Canada. So a little rough.
Absolutely see what he's trying to
Sounds
do.
like it.
It's pretty
Yeah.
easy to figure out, but shit,
right.
we'll play.
Right.
I mean, it blew up in his face. So, and that's I just made a fucking video on Twitter, but now that people have actually seen the show, I've seen the show. By the way, it's fucking terrible.
A lot more people watched the show after he did his thing. Unfortunately, it backfired because they saw how bad it was.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. It ended up blowing up in his face. Whatever.
I see.
It's pathetic.
I'm not.
It seems
It
like
really
he can't
is.
acknowledge the own faults in his own creative
Well, I think-
process and what is made.
I think that South Park clip coming out now too during this whole right after the show comes out is so just well timed. It just
I
is.
did a video on that yesterday.
Did you?
It's like,
yeah.
It's like, because the South Park thing is great because yes, over the course of the last, I don't know, let's say 7 years, people have gotten really tired of, oh, hey, we're gonna do this, but gender swap Ghostbusters. We're gonna do race swap Tinkerbell, race swap Snow White, race swap Little Mermaid. It's like, okay, we fucking get it. People are tired of it. It's continuing to fail. The South Park stuff is perfect, especially on the heels of race swap, gender swap, bisexual Robin in the Hood.
Yep.
Robin. The first scene is them committing crimes and filming themselves.
What's I hate about this? Once upon a time, having a female version of a cool character was a lot of fun, and they'll make them hot and everything. Because there is a previous Robin Hood, and you should have a look at what that Robin Hood looks like versus this one. But
I'll
also,
find it for you.
Yeah,
Jay
then you
tweets
have-
like a teenage girl.
You had Superman, Supergirl, Batman,
Yeah.
Batgirl,
Right.
and they were awesome characters. We loved them. No one had an issue with them. But now, no, they it's all about sending a message and other types of stuff where all these changes are happening.
Well, there's just a lot of preaching going on, and like people just generally don't like to be preached to. I mean, whether it's from the left or the right, I don't want to be preached to. Like, don't tell me how to think and don't tell me how to feel. Like, just tell a good story. And you can put, I mean, obviously that's what storytelling is for, is like you put different things in there. But if that becomes like your political agenda is the overriding reason for your story, then like, I don't know about that. Like it's
exactly.
Yeah. But you can stand stuff in there.
Stanley has a great quote where he says, I don't like getting preached to, and I don't think people like getting preached to either. But we do understand we have universal kind of morals and stuff, and that's
Put it
what
in
we
there.
put in, and things where most people could agree on.
Yeah.
And of course, you're right. You can put other kind of political opinions and stuff in, but it shouldn't be the forefront.
Right. Well, again, like the X-Men, it's like the X-Men were very progressive. They had, a Russian on the team when there was a time of the Cold War and Russia was not very popular. I mean, they had all sorts of different, things. I mean, then they're always like, oh, they're being oppressed, like the mutants are being oppressed. That sucks. But it's like you still had these really wonderful characters that you really got invested in, and they had these wonderful interactions, and that's what kept you coming back. It wasn't just you're just being preached to about things.
Right.
Up some controversy. Directed by Canadian filmmaker DanikaXIX, Robin Hood tells the story of legendary heroic outlaw Robin Hood with a modern day twist.
This time they live at the corner of Sherwood and Forest. It's the sheriff of New
So
Nottingham
creative!
and John
Oh, wow.
Prince. And they live in a public housing, and John Prince wants to buy it and tear it down, and they don't want to leave.
DanikaXIX says the new tale of the English folklore has been receiving some negative feedback online.
The moment they heard Robin Hood was going to be a woman and black and bisexual, they immediately hated it. From the moment we announced production, lately there's been a lot of anger over gender swapping, race swapping, and like the Little Mermaid, like all this stuff is big. And why are you changing stuff, right? And I never felt that way with Robin Hood. I didn't feel like I was taking like a recent character. Right? Robin Hood has been interpreted a million different ways. So, all right, what about this? What if we did a modern Robin Hood and spell it with a Y?
Okay.
Well, that's cute. All right, let's do that.
Wait, pause. Okay, for one, that's already been done. Already been done. Okay. Surprised
Are
there's
those
not a
light
lawsuit.
bright masks?
This is what they do when they go out and they fucking commit crimes at night, is they wear these light up
ridiculous
masks.
Draw attention to
it's
yourself
crazy
while
how they
committing crime.
constantly draw
Why
the
do they
attention of the
need
authorities.
masks?
Robin.
I would guess what their skin color is. Why do they need masks to get away with crimes?
Right.
They can just show their regular ass faces.
Whoa. So when he says that, they
Built-in
saw that
camouflage,
Robin.
is that what you're saying, Kristen?
Hi, Twitter.
By the way, there's already been a Xenoscope comic book of a female Robin Hood called Robin, spelled with a
I'm
Y.
sharing that now, Gary.
Yeah. By Chuck Dixon.
And I actually do
I'll put that
I
back
do
up in a
agree with
second,
this
Garrett.
premise that it's way different to take a character like Robin Hood, who we have seen a million different adaptations of in different ways, than it would be to say, I don't know, race swap Ariel from The Little Mermaid. I
Sure.
do think there's a difference there.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
when you look at every single premise of this, okay, they live in government housing. Every single protagonist from the original English folklore has been turned into a person of color, and every villain remains white. There are certain things that are just kind of impossible to overlook when you're looking at the identity politics
Well, it's just so
aspect
on
of
the
story.
nose.
Exactly.
It's on the nose. It's not an original thought. It's like, let's make Zorro a black woman next, and it's like it's so
Which they're
overdone. That's
doing.
why the South Park thing coming out was perfectly timed for this. It's like, maybe it's an interesting idea 8 years ago. I don't think so. As a matter of fact, shows 8 years ago were made better than this. But it's also like this is a show funded by grants, right? Possible tax money, possible grants. It's just a Canadian show.
Ironically, the same people that own the Sherwood and Forest Tower there are also funding this show.
Are funding the show.
Now-
The same kind of people, yeah.
What he says about people seeing that, that it's a race swap Robin Hood, that they automatically hate it. No. What that is to us, it's a red flag. It means that you're prioritizing certain identity politics first. But if the show is good, well, we acknowledge it. Like, big red flag, House of the Dragon, call us
Yes.
Valerian.
Valerians.
Swap, right?
Yep.
We were all
Yes.
like, oh, this looks like it's pandering. It's the same bullcrap. Show comes out. The show is friggin' phenomenal. And the race swap actually enhances certain plot points in the show. And we all
And the
bloody
way the
praise
book
it.
didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what he's saying here is such friggin' cope, right? If the show was good, everyone would admit it. No
Yep.
one's hating this show because it has a black Robin Hood. Get friggin' over yourself.
And welcome to the world of nerddom. We're going to criticize every fucking thing.
Yeah,
when we see it.
legit.
Hello, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine got criticized like hell when he was cast, and then we all saw the movie and we're like, "This guy's fucking awesome."
Michael Keaton,
Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck as Batman, Heath
Ben Affleck,
Ledger as
yeah.
Bro,
Joker.
if you have the wrong
Like,
color
so-
eyes,
yes,
if your chin looks a little bit different, you're going to
not
be
just that. I mean, the wrong color hair color too. I mean,
Daniel Craig as James Bond. Fuck no,
Yep.
blonde. What
Yep.
the hell? Get the hell out of here. You know?
Yep, that's
Daniel
how
Radcliffe.
it is.
they
Harry
ignore
Potter.
all that shit though. They always go straight for the it's racism because
Oh,
we're
wait till
criticizing.
Daniel Radcliffe is Wolverine.
Yeah, we'll see. And I don't give a shit if it's
He's the right
Robin Hood.
stature. He's the right
It's
size, yeah.
Honestly, after seeing that trailer for the Iron Claw, Zac Efron needs to be Wolverine. Like,
Yeah,
needs
he's
to
got
be
the
He-Man.
stature, and he's fucking like
He needs to be
jacked as
He-Man.
shit.
Yeah.
He looks like freaking He-Man. In
well, the haircut
face
he
is
does,
Botox.
but he does look like Kevin Von Erich though, in that. But
yeah,
man,
yeah. That movie looks pretty good, man.
It looks
I'm
fucking
pretty
phenomenal.
excited about
It
it.
looks
Looks
phenomenal.
tragic as hell too.
It is.
the video.
So
it is
finish
tragic.
playing this.
And I got to bounce as soon as this video's over.
But in their mind, this could only be more woke agenda.
The director claims the series is being rating bombed and has taken to social media to address these videos and call out some of these content creators.
That's me.
Yay!
The reason why is because of identity politics. It all comes back to identity politics.
Since they perceive this to be identity politics, they've done this to the IMDb rating.
Okay.
There is a 1.1 out of 10.
Okay, wait. It is identity politics.
It
we don't
is.
we perceived
Yes.
it, and then we watched the show and surmised that it's identity politics.
Yes. Yes.
It's a black woman that's bisexual and living in the projects, and the villain is a white man. What is that's the most
He's
woke?
also
That is the
rich.
definition of woke. That is literally the
when you go
definition
get
of woke.
plane wrap a reboot of a franchise, and you open up your plane wrap generic reboot of a franchise, it comes up with a black woman who's bisexual who's going to replace the lead. That's
Yeah,
what it is at
like,
this
that's-
point. It's
Shout
a
out to
joke.
the one person that gave it a 5, by the way.
Yeah, good for you, Chad. God.
Well, the funny thing is, like, if you actually look at the reviews, he claims it's review bombing. Nobody writes a fucking paragraph just to review bomb a show. They'll say, "Oh, this
And
sucks,"
none of us,
or it's yeah.
None of us have said go review bomb it. We don't.
Yeah,
nobody.
no, not the
It's lame.
slightest.
Like I
always
guarantee you,
say,
there's
judge
a
it on-
handful of those 1 stars that are from people that are just like, oh fuck this guy and it's stupid woke bullshit. We didn't see it. I guarantee you that. In
Yep.
the same way, I guarantee you there's some of those 10s that are the same way that are just
Yep.
like, no, I'm gonna counteract the review bombing from those racists because I proved it on his Instagram. Fucking
Yeah, I was gonna say
comments.
that's on his Instagram.
Exactly. So like that happens on both sides. We know that, but overwhelmingly, people don't like the show. That's
Nope.
the
Yeah.
reality.
Nope.
All you
Well,
have to do is read the fucking reviews.
People who don't have a lot of power, they feel like the only way they can get it is playing the victim card a lot of times, and it's a real race to the bottom. And it's sad that people feel so powerless and they feel like they have to do this, start some controversy and claim to be this big victim, and it's just like, oh gosh, it's sad.
It is sad. It plays to the bigotry of low expectations.
Like, guess what? Some things are just bad. Sometimes it's just a bad product, a
Yep.
bad song, a bad movie, a bad series. That could be for a culmination of reasons. It could be for the people that you worked with, could be the experience level of some of the stuff, could be the fact that maybe it's your first time taking on a project of this type. There's a lot of reasons it can happen. It's fine. All right. I'll learn that for the next time. But that can't be the way it ever is now. There has to be a reason. That's why we see so much fan blaming.
Hit play.
10, 2.3 thousand people have voted. 2,000 of them have given it a 1.
My comments are filled with people saying all kinds of really bad racist things, right? There's racism involved. But that makes them say, oh, you're calling us all racist. No, but there's racism involved. We can have an adult conversation about
Yeah, it's the
Can we
internet.
have an
what's
adult
going
conversation
on.
about
So
the
what's-
internet? Can we?
Right.
Not
Yeah,
really.
you're going to have a percentage of people that are racist. It's the internet.
Yeah.
To be clear, there's a handful of comments that he's shown,
I
right,
know
that
the
are like,
thousands and
"Oh, go
thousands and
loot an
thousands.
Apple store or something," right?
Right.
There's like a couple of comments. I spent 5 minutes this morning, going through one of his Instagram videos, and I immediately found 3 comments that were antagonistic towards white people. Even some of them using words that are derogatory towards white people. Do I think that's his audience? Do I think every single dislike I might get on a Robin Hood video is because of DanikaXIX's racist fucking audience? No. It's just there's going to be a couple people on the internet that do that shit.
Right.
That's the way it is.
Well, I mean,
If you use his logic, then it's yes.
Right. Well, doing 11 years on YouTube and like reading the comments, it's like it's weird if you don't get a troll comment. Like you're like, wait, what happened? Like,
Like, what's
holy
going on?
shit. You know,
They're
I mean,
way
it's
too
kind of like
nice.
that's the deal is you put yourself out there and you put your work out there and people are gonna say shit and it's
Yep.
just like whatever, dude. Like if like that's the human experience, you're gonna get every possible reaction, and you just hope that they're more positive ones than negative.
Yep.
All right.
Next, Director X told City News that he wants to have a conversation with these YouTubers to discuss these views. For City News, I'm Stella Quisto.
We've been here.
He's ran to mainstream media to beg for the attention of YouTubers that have a bigger platform than his show.
Give me
has.
attention.
Yeah, I find that funny that he
And mainstream
he
media.
see that he'll get more exposure by going to YouTube than the
Exactly. That's what he wants.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
for people saying, you know,
I mean, it's a smart move. Like, I get why he's doing
Mhm.
it. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, it's a play.
Well,
you know, like, all right.
Probably saw his own show and said, "Damn, I better do something desperate." Rev 60. Oh, you got to go, Jeremy.
Yeah, gotta go. Got Cobra Cast in 45 minutes. So, or actually 35 minutes now. Go over to Geeks and Gamers and check out my Robin in the Hood video made by Erwin from Nerd Wars. I know a lot of you have seen his Nerd Wars videos. He is now part of G&G. So shout out to him. And he's putting those edits together and he is really good. And we're going to have a lot more good content. Gary is teaching me the ways. I had to ask Gary, like, how do I do all this shit? Because I just like to sit down and record and not edit anything. And I'll still be making those, but we want to make more edited content too. So anyway, shout out. Anyway,
out.
Cobra Cast in 35 minutes. I'll see you guys over there. It was awesome having Danica on.
Oh, thank
You're a great guest and love you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Take care, brother.
And I'll see you
Talk
later.
to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
There's dude.
Jeremy.
Bye.
Rev 68 on the Streamlabs side for 6868. Everyone, be sure to take a look at Danica's AKIRA Kickstarter. Also, please give Chris Gore's YouTube channel, Film Threat, some love. No, fuck him.
Never.
We stand Chris Gore. He's such a sweet muffin.
I'm going to call him a sweet muffin from now on.
He's a sweet muffin.
Oh,
Frank
no.
Gore, little muffiny muffin.
He's a sweet muffin.
Frank Gore, the sweet muffin. He's close to 100,000 subs and is
Damn.
too humble to ask for subs. Why?
Go sub.
Dude, people aren't going to sub unless
Sub
you
for
ask.
subs.
People aren't going to sub unless you like, oh, I'm too cool to ask for subs. Fucking just ask. If they can say no, you know, they can say
Right,
no.
yes,
Not
you
this
gotta
time.
simp for subs, dude. It's fine.
You got to simp for subs.
We
Got to do
gotta
it.
do- we all do it.
Go
Remind
subscribe.
them.
Let's get Film Threat to 100,000. Did Paul Chato get to 100,000? Because maybe they should fight over it. Maybe if they have a fight.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get some of those like Hulk hands, and they can like.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Who had Hulk hands here? Like who had
Chato's
the
where?
big Hulk hands?
I'm 13.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's already
Hell yeah.
Oh, he already beat him. Yeah,
Oh,
Chato
so much fun.
beat his ass. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
would be
foam
fun.
ones with like the plastic in
Yeah,
the middle where you just
yeah,
cut
yeah.
your
Oh,
face.
Yeah.
Dude, my kid ran around with those things forever. Beating
so
the
good.
shit
Things
out
are
of things.
rad.
It was great. Dogs.
love 'em.
Wall. Magnum Norris for $50. Sub the Film Threat, please.
We're not far.
Imagine if
Not far.
Sapkowski, who notoriously criticized the games, had control over The Witcher as the show. He's just a bad businessman. That's been proven. He's just a bad
He
businessman.
he turned down that percentage deal with the video games, and he could have made bank,
And
but
quite
he lost
frankly, after he's better at short stories. The short story books are better than his full length books that get a little verbose and the little wandery. I think that the Witcher 3 is great. You're on a mission. You're running around. There's some boobs. You know,
We love it.
we love it.
I mean, boobs are one of the first things we all come in contact with in
True.
life. Like we're babies,
true.
and then like boobs, and then they're so comforting and wonderful. So I'm just like, who doesn't love boobs?
A lot of people on Twitter for some reason.
Yeah.
This is.
But
fun.
ironically, you can show boobs on there. You can't
Oh,
show
yeah.
boobs on other platforms.
And a lot more.
And a
Yeah.
lot more now.
And a lot more.
Yeah.
Whole
Hayden,
thing.
75 is back for 50. Hayden, making it rain. What's up?
Aiden.
I got into Opla, One Piece live action, by about episode 2 without having seen the anime. Hopefully somebody has told Oda to be weary of Netflix, but it also seems like the cast wants to be true to the source material. The Japanese voice actors voicing the Japanese dub, that's kind of cool, by the way. Could be
That
a
is
good
really
sign,
cute.
too. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that was like really
definitely.
good idea.
Yeah.
You know,
This seems like it's
Oda-
done with love.
He must have been able to have control put into the contract to leverage what he did in the production. Because if it's not, if it can't be legally enforced in the contract, they would have just told him to screw off. Basically, that's been what has happened for so many adaptations where they're like, oh, we'll listen to the author and respect the author, and then they just screw them over.
That's
and
what
over.
Or you
J.K.
just happen to
Rowling
find a
did.
showrunner who like genuinely does like want that input and value it because they're they're fans of it, and two, they realize that that'll probably go real well with the fan base.
Yeah.
Those things do occasionally due to happenstance.
You know, sometimes if you cater to the fan base, it works out.
What?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Sometimes. You
Unbelievable.
keep your fan base in mind when you create something around their favorite property, then they'll support it.
Misogyny.
Get out of
Yep. Totally.
You're crazy. I don't know what you're
Berg
I know.
Flicka, the
Just
two parts
wilder.
for $60. Berg Flicka. Gary, every time you bring up One Piece, it just reminds me how they disrespected Cowboy Bebop. Just twist the knife, thanks. Love you, man. FNT, y'all
Dude.
great. Yeah, I heard that
I
was
couldn't
bad.
get through 5 minutes of that. I was
Yeah.
like, watch the first like scene. I was like, nope.
I was out.
bye.
Episode 1,
First
and
15
done.
minutes gone. I was out.
Like
Fuck
as
this.
soon, you know, it was hard to get through, but when Faye Valentine came on the scene, it just died. Like,
Quite frankly, it
so
died when
bad.
she came out with that video. That was
Yes.
Yeah.
dumb.
Before the show. But they learned. Hey.
They
Yeah.
did. They did.
Good job,
Looking
guys.
forward to the AKIRA Doc. Best wishes on everyone's endeavors. Just
Thank
woke
you.
up here. Here's the racketeering fee from my previous super chat. Oh, it's all, no racketeering here. Fart Tarpton for $49.99. All's yous, guys. What's your most proud Halloween costume? Oh, that'll be
You'll have to tune in.
Yeah.
You'll have to tune in.
Are we dressing up?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, there's this
Yeah.
thing called DMs. We have a Friday Night
Talked
Tights
about
of Business DM.
I-
I drop DMs in there with like little suggestions once in a while.
I haven't been reading them.
Yes, I
So
know.
you just like will share
Well,
a
it's
random
confusing DMs for BMs. That's why.
My most
Yes.
proud
I tried.
Halloween costume.
I'm not really proud of any of them.
Yeah.
It's not like I make them or anything.
No, I just.
I was a
buy them.
devil
I had a
triangle
great
for
Jedi
1 year.
costume.
Dude,
No,
I-
no, my
I-
first
so
one. My
many.
first
Like a
one when I was
triangle.
little 4-year-old Gary with my Superman costume, and for some reason he had a mask because back in the 70s they gave him a mask. That was my most proud costume. I remember rocking that.
That's
being
proud.
so
Okay, well I'll
happy.
go with my Darkwing Duck
There you
costume
go.
that I had when I was 5.
That's a damn good
I
one.
was the terror that flaps in the night.
But I think my most proud one will be 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I'm
So
so
will
excited
mine.
for it.
Or
Yeah.
it'll be my most proud moment and maybe some infamy. We'll see.
There you go.
Hmm.
Danica.
Yeah, I don't. Oof, there's so. I love Halloween, so I don't know how to choose like between all my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many good ones. Like, I love the Ellen Ripley. I did was one of my faves. That one turned out really really well. I even got like the Alien Stomper Reeboks, and it was
Oh,
like
nice.
killer. It was so much fun. That one was really good. I like that one a lot. But I've been Dazzler a couple times. I always love doing Dazzler. Like I don't know. I was Lawrence of Arabia last year. I had a great time. I love it. I'm all about Halloween.
Did
Hell,
many
yeah.
people recognize the Lawrence of Arabia one?
Some people did, yeah,
They
because there's a
did,
lot of
really?
movie
I feel like that's
people. There's a
pretty
lot of movie people
recognizable.
in this town, and I had blonde hair, and I was
Yeah.
like, and I was dating an Iranian man, and he was Sharif Ali, Sharif Ali, and or Sharif Ali, and it was
Bashiki Ali.
perfect. It was perfect. So,
Writer, Miss Marvel.
yeah.
Well, I
Excellent.
always come dressed up to FNT, so I just might wear my regular
Well-
clothes on Halloween to be different.
Yeah, that would be good. Just wear like a
That's terrifying.
normal,
Put
like
in the-
just a button-up polo or some shit.
Garrett or X-Ray Girl, put in the private chat what the instructions are.
Okay.
Oh, I was that
Did you
shitty
read
Apocalypse
Garrett.
dude. That
Oh,
shitty
were ya?
Jason
Oscar
or the Oscar Isaac Apocalypse,
Yes,
but I
yes.
made it all out of like party supplies, like really like paper
That's
cups
the way to go.
and
Nice.
like and plates and things, and like it was all
Wow.
made out of like trash materials. It was super fun. That was a good one
Wow.
too.
Gary's Chin Pubes has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50.
Wow, thanks, Chin Pubes.
Very kind.
I mean, technically, I guess that's what they are. A little coarse and curly, you know?
Yeah.
It's the same hair for
It's the
sure.
same fucking hair. All right. So our final one of the night is from I can't do this to our guest, guys.
I would feel so bad.
Chris
Oh,
Benoit.
gosh.
Chris Benoit.
Oh, come on. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, I can't do this to our
Why?
guest.
Listen, we're all about fucking equality in this society
Okay.
now. So if you were gonna do it for any other guest,
Read it, X-Ray Girl.
Gosh.
Okay, fine. This is from Chris Benoit for 50 Canadian. Hi, Danica.
Hi.
My son is a big nerd, and I want to dress up as a superhero or something like that for Halloween. Any suggestions for great father figures in comics or sci-fi I can pretend to be? The wife wants nothing to do with this, unfortunately.
I don't know if I would say that he's a great dad, but I feel like, you know, Scott Summers, Cyclops, you know, he's got a lot of kids. He's got a lot of them.
Yeah.
I feel like
They're all
Chris
over.
Benoit should dress up as Kratos.
There you
Didn't he
go.
kill his entire family?
Oh, no.
It'd be appropriate, right?
Yeah, slightly. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can think of more
Chris
bad
Benoit.
fathers than good ones, like Magneto.
Strikes again.
Well, Kratos isn't like a bad father. He didn't like try to do. He got tricked, right? So like, I think Chris Benoit got tricked by all the steroids and shit.
Yeah.
Driving him crazy.
Maybe they'll make a movie about that someday. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. I don't want to watch that
Just
ending.
call it Bowflex.
Jesus Christ, Ryan.
That was too far. All right.
No, I just for that moment, dude. I'm losing it right now, man. My brain capacity
He's
is just
barely
going,
hanging on.
boop, boop.
Wait.
He's barely
WG
hanging on.
WG has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships, $25. WG, I love you.
WG.
Let's do a couple questions for Danica.
Yeah,
Danica,
I'm
your
ready.
Dune
I'm
book
ready.
club is simple. Oh, it's simply transcendental.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
It's
darling.
a CW for $5.
Thank you so much.
It's great to see here, Danica, on the show. Finally. Yeah, well, it's you know what? It's there's certain people no offense, Danica, at all. Like
Undertaker.
but I'm just like I'm not gonna ask because they're not gonna want to come on this show. This shows are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I mean the most disrespect to all of my co-hosts. Including
It's been a
myself.
wild ride. It's been a wild ride.
I love you guys a little bit.
No, lies. Nothing but lies.
I was hoping to see Danica on here one day. I've loved her since I saw her appear on Collider. She was so authentic, which is unique there. I was also an instant fan, as looking good buddy. Hail Simcast, hail FNT, and hail the 199. Hail Simcast, Chrissy Simcast. What do you got coming up on Simcast? You gonna talk about buttholes?
Danica, I would love to have you on Simcast if you're free on a Sunday. This Sunday, we have Jasmine Jafar, who has huge jugs, who was featured on the Whatever podcast. Also, Olivia Rondeau, Leonardo Joni, April Imholt, and Anna, that Star Wars girl. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Love
Hell
having
yeah.
Danica on FNT panel tonight. Please bring her back. Courtney, we will for $5 Australia. She'll come back. No, we've asked some people to come back and they just didn't. Okay.
These things
Yeah, we'll see what the fallout is. You know, what the fallout looks like.
Nuclear.
Make Danica a permanent member of FNT. I'm
Oh,
down.
you guys are so sweet. You guys, the fellowship, you guys are so kind.
Awesome.
You never know what might get clipped from this and go viral on Twitter.
You
And,
never know.
Yeah, you gotta
never
hold
know.
out.
Usually
Yeah.
not the stuff we expect.
Two
And then
minute-
there's
It never
usually just
is.
random
It never
stuff.
is.
which is
no.
weird.
No, it's never
minute.
the thing that you think that they're gonna get mad about. It's always some like weird shit, and you're like, wait, that's the thing? Like, oh my
I
god.
know, especially with the Ryan stuff. It's usually positive
Oh,
movie
yeah.
reviews. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
you-
like the couple of things that I like. It was like the Batman. I got blasted for my Batman review, and then like House of the Dragon, I was like praising it and everything, and then I made a joke about it looking like Rhaenyra got kicked by a horse or something. Like,
That's right.
like because I felt like the older version looked a little frumpy,
Yeah.
and that one goes fucking viral. After me, I'm praising the fucking show.
That's.
Right.
I wonder how you cast that though, because that's how she's supposed to look. We talked about it at that time. It's like, hey, here's the
We did.
young, beautiful, the realm's delight.
The realm's
and,
delight, and who gets like frumpy and not as attractive. Like that's part of her story. So
Mhm.
I love people.
they did a
Like,
good job casting.
there's so much female empowerment in the show. It's like, wait till the
I
end.
can't wait for the end. Like for those people that try to say the show's woke or some bullshit too. I'm like, man, you have no idea what they're setting up.
The funny thing about A Song of Ice and Fire and this, the one where they mirror each other, is by the time you get through the story, you're like, Robert Baratheon, that horn mofo wasn't that bad. People were pretty happy. He wasn't that
It
bad.
was a terrible
Yeah, it
king.
was a
Like
good
he was not a
time.
good king, but you kind of get it,
Well,
It's
Robert
peace.
Aaron was a great hand.
Yeah.
And they had to kill him to get him out of the way because he was such a good hand.
He's too good.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Mod Derp for $5 says, Danica, 19. What took you so long to get here? Comic Book Girl 19 was my gateway to all of YouTube. And then he said,
Oh, high praise. Thank you.
yeah, fuck.
So
he
happy
says.
to have been of service.
And then Jay Loafers for $20 says, hail the entire FNT crew and the lovely Danica and X-Ray Girl. Chrissy.
Not you though.
That's part of the FNT crew.
Yeah, she can't, yeah, you're part of the crew.
Oh.
He said the entire FNT crew, so Chrissy's in there.
Yeah.
But he singled out Danica and X-Ray Girl. I mean, he should have singled out, Az.
Considers X-Ray Girl a secretary.
Chrissy, you're lovely. There you go. Oh, wow. I didn't help at all. I know it's like hearing it from your dad, but whatever.
Aw,
Oh, wow.
your hot dad that you would fuck.
Oh my god.
And now it's time to
Oh, that
go.
makes things awkward and slightly.
I just ruined
Okay. Squareup's going to be tomorrow night because I was feeling like crap last night. But it'll be tomorrow night, probably after Flashcast, because I usually watch Flashcast. Hail Flashcast.
Fashcast.
Flashcast.
Those fascist casts.
Word
Yeah.
fascist cast. That's what it
Yeah.
Change the
I
title.
love fascism. I love fascism.
That's gonna
let-
get clipped.
I
And
love
now
refrigerators.
yes.
Mask is off. Gary Miss, he's a fascist.
Yeah, that's right. Shad, what do you got coming up?
Regular stuff, actually. Yeah,
All
same
right.
old. Fighting on Twitter about AI art and then making videos about swords, and fulfillment is well underway for the graphic novel. Well, we're getting to fulfillment. Sorry, the printing is well underway, and we're close to wrapping up. And so that is awesome. And
congratulations.
oh, thank you, appreciate that. Lots of so that's exciting actually. The leather bound are just they're looking so good. And so,
Yeah.
Excellent. I can't wait to get my leather-bound book so I can add it to my leather-bound books and say I have many leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
They look so cool. I'm a
They do
fan.
look
Like
nice.
I wasn't. I'm making one that I would gladly purchase myself and display. And so it's
That's what you have to
partially for me.
do. Yeah, no, that I mean if you're not making your own merch for yourself, then like you're fucking up. If
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to buy it, then like why would anybody else?
Exactly.
There it is. Okay, I was setting something up. Shad, thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Gary. I love
Oh,
you.
dude, love you, man. Bad takes on AI. No, I don't care. I don't care. I think it's funny. I just
Everyone's
get the
angry
popcorn out.
because Yeah, they're angry because they know I'm right. That's
Ryan, what do you got coming up, man?
I don't know, just more fucking videos on my channel, Sports Wars,
Fucking
Geeks and Gamers
videos.
Daily, every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's pretty much it. Just grinding away.
Keep doing
That's
it.
all I
People
got.
need the escapism. This is brutal times to be on YouTube, man. Quarter Black, what you got coming up?
Hey, we released 2 videos back to back this week.
Back to back.
On
Wow.
Nerdrotic. Okay, so if you haven't watched them, go watch them.
End times
What
are
are you
near.
doing?
Indeed.
Yeah, the first seal has been broken.
Oh.
So go watch those videos. And Normal World, go check it out if you haven't already. We had Akira the Don on this last Thursday, which
hilarious.
he did an album, a great album, with Danica, Dune Wave. So go listen to that too. He
Yeah.
played a little set at the end of the show, so
Hell yeah.
pretty cool.
It's a good episode, man. Good episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. And
That's
the Forbidden Frontier Sunday. We're going to talk about Missing
Sundays.
411 and talk
Spooky
about an
season.
argument I had with the director of one of the documentaries we covered
yes.
via email where he's dropping F-bombs on my wife.
Yes.
Whoa.
So that'll be interesting
To
on
be
Sunday.
fair, he thinks it's you.
He thinks it's me, and he boomered. He majorly boomered. So
it was pretty bad.
Can't wait.
forgivable. But we're going to talk about it. It made me think of authenticity, like how important it is in pop culture coverage and how it doesn't exist in like the UFO investigation field at all. And it's a huge problem.
Who would have thought that anything about UFO investigations might be fake?
I
Might
would
be
say
fake.
the subject matter is not the problem. I'd say it's the people. It's the people.
Yeah.
I've also heard there's some people that aren't very genuine in the Bigfoot hunting community.
Yeah. Or ghost hunting. Ghost hunting is actually worse.
Ghost
Mostly
is the
extra
worst.
girl.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, ghost hunter.
I would say all the above is bad. So
Sturgeon's law is 90% of everything's crap. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So it's
Wow.
just, that really helped me in life. Like when I remember that and I get frustrated, I'm just like, wait a minute, Sturgeon's law.
Right.
90% of everything's shit. Okay,
Yep.
it's fine.
Yep.
That
You
was
gotta
Kevin
find that
Feige's
2%.
approach to the MCU.
Yeah.
90% was crap.
Chrissy Mayer, what do you got coming up?
Hello. I'll be doing a show. If anyone's in the Westchester area, I'm doing a stand-up show in Ardsley tomorrow, Saturday night at the Sawmill Tavern. Then we got Simcast Sunday at 9 p.m. Wet Spot Monday, 7 p.m. on Compound Media. And I'm also hosting the Anthony Cumia show prior to that, Monday at 4 o'clock. And then something. Oh, then I have Minnesota next weekend. Next Saturday, the 21st, I'll be headlining the Great River Bowl and Partners Pub in Minnesota. Nick Rekieta will be there doing comedy, and Lila Hart featuring as well. So get your
That'll
tickets.
be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
he should just do some of his lawyering. It might be funny.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell he's gonna do. I'm excited.
Well, it's not that he practices law very much, so
He's a funny guy. I can't reckon he could.
it's a joke that never gets
Oh, yeah, he'd
old.
be
I've
great.
been in more courtrooms than Nick Rekieta. Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's a fact.
Because you're a criminal.
That's right. And a former
He's a
drug dealer.
drug dealer.
That's my
Yep.
actual voice. by the
Yep.
way.
Oh, I guess okay. Well, no, we got to get the comics first. What do you got? Comics? Are we gonna get? Where are you gonna go see the eclipse tomorrow?
I honestly have no idea. I haven't even
Okay,
thought about
I'll
it.
call you.
Yeah, give me a call, man. We'll
Yeah.
we'll go check it out.
We'll go watch. The
What I
sun
got going
block
on?
out.
No, I'm figuring it out. So something will be coming out next week. Figure it
Yeah,
out.
maybe the strike will end.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about that.
That is not going to end for a long time. They
Did you hear about how they were making demands on how they wanted to put a levy against Netflix?
Against each
sub.
individual
Yeah.
sub, which will never
What?
happen.
Yeah.
So they wanted
57
Netflix
cents.
to pay out money.
Yes.
They want
Per
57
sub.
cents per like subscriber.
That's
Something like that.
you're high. You know what? Ask for immortality.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you're getting it. AI.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Right, be careful what you
Hey,
wish for, I
cat.
guess.
Oh, it's a
Yep.
black cat. Look at that.
Black
Jazz
cat.
beans.
Aw. That's exactly. If I had to guess what kind of pet you would have, that would be it.
Yeah, she's my little
Black
beautiful
cats are the
bean.
coolest.
Yeah.
X-ray
My
girl.
little familiar.
Oh, you can sub to me, Extra Girl, on YouTube, Rumble Locals. I think tomorrow I'm gonna live stream walking through the hospital, so you guys can see
That would
the
be
creepy
cool.
video on there. The abandoned hospital that I am near. People said I should do it at nighttime, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm really, really scared to do that.
Wouldn't mind.
You should.
That
Carrot's
way,
like, do it.
if there is a hungry ghost, you can throw him at it and run away.
Yeah, well, I'll make sure Mark is there.
Just kick his leg out.
Just kick his leg out.
What good is he gonna do? Yeah.
Just someone
He's slower than
else
she is.
first.
That's
See, that was the joke. Yes.
And then on Sunday we're doing Sunday Fun Day, some scary game.
Sunday
maybe
Fun Day.
continuing
Are we wrapping up
Pattern
that?
theme.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
think we
want
should.
to. I want to. So
I think we should.
And then Chris Gore is coming on Dadcast next week on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, got lots of good stuff. Subject
Cool.
board choices as well.
Nice.
Danica,
Yeah.
Comic Book Girl 19.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
That was late. Sorry.
I was clapping.
Yeah, you
Thank
were.
you.
So
Thank
what do you have coming up? I mean, you have a
What
Kickstarter.
do I have coming up? Well, I've got my Kickstarter, Akira the Documentary Take 2, and that'll be going on now through Halloween, October 31st. And you can also hang out with me tomorrow on Twitch. We're watching Fright Night 2. We watched Fright Night last week, and so I'm excited to watch Fright Night 2 with you guys. It's 3:30 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/DanikaXIX. You can follow me on YouTube at Comic Book Girl 19 or on Twitter or Instagram at DanikaXIX. And I've got a Patreon as well with spicy content most Mondays and all sorts of fun stuff. You can follow me all over the place. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It has been great having you on. It's been a fun show.
Yeah.
Did I get it? Did I miss anybody? I got to make sure. Also, Garrett, please, a couple of things. We got to share this real quick. Our boy
okay.
Kelly Jones. Kelly Jones, Dracula origin story graphic novel in the works from Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones. Kelly Jones, friend of the show. So that goes on. That's going to be on Kickstarter. It's going to start soon. One of the most popular horror creations in literature continues to stoke the insatiable desire of fans. Over a century after it flew out of the pages of Bram Stoker's 1897 novel, the Vampire Lord's bloody adventures have graced not just books, but comic books. So I can't read the whole thing, but Kelly and Matt Wagner, two comic book legends, by the way, Grendel, are going to be getting together to do this. Kelly's going to be on when?
He's going to be on November 3rd, sorry, for
5th, 3rd?
FNT.
That's a new date.
The 3rd,
5th, 3rd.
sorry. The 5th,
The
3rd.
50, he's going to be on November 53rd. Okay. So Kelly's coming on FNT. Kelly's a old school Batman, Sandman artist, and a great artist, like a true artist, self-trained. We've had him on Real BBC.
Wow.
Good dude. He's a good dude. Watches the show.
He's lovely.
He's got a great wife. He's been on your
Poor
Poor
choices.
Choices,
Yes.
yes.
He was
Yeah.
on this past week.
Yeah. So good for him doing that. And then it's somebody's birthday
That's
that we
right.
need to acknowledge. I just sincerely, I want to say, Dan Vask, such a good guy. And you know, it's just proof of how inclusive we are, you know, because the fact that he's gay has never bothered me one bit. He's a great friend, loyal till the end. Queer's a $3 bill, but it doesn't matter. We love him. Happy birthday to Dan Vask.
Happy birthday, Dan Vask.
Happy birthday, Dan Vask.
Happy
We love you.
birthday.
He gets Brazilians in Brazil. He gets Brazilians in Brazil. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He also eats rat on a stick. So you guys missed that one the other day.
That's just the authentic Brazilian lifestyle, I think.
It is. When he's
Seems
not
like a shithole country.
You know, once a week he has to bail out like a family member from being kidnapped from a cartel or something like that. Or
chased around by a jaguar or something.
A
That's
jaguar and a
just
gang of
Brazil.
homeless kids, but in his shanty town. But we wish him
I
the
feel like
best.
there's just a lot of trash there. I don't know.
Hey, there's no better guy on earth at grifting 70-year-old Christian women. Dan Vask.
Give it up.
7-year-old or 70-year-old?
Enough rants.
I love Dan.
He convinces those women to stop putting the money in the offering tin and just right in his pockets.
He
Shout out
says
Dan
thanks,
Doc.
I guess.
Thanks.
In the chat.
Happy birthday.
Love you, Dan.
How old is Dan? How old
I
are
think
you?
somewhere in his 30s.
70s, nice. Looking good.
He's looking good for 70s.
He doesn't look a day over fine.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Fucking simp.
Ooh.
Everybody's got his back except whatever. You know what? You sub to
I got
me.
you, bro.
Thank you, brother. You get a brand new
Oh, not
original.
you. I was talking about D.
Oh, fuck you.
Wow.
I got you, Dan.
Hashtag Team
He cut my
Nerdrotic.
bun off. He cut my bun off, dog. Wasn't cool.
I did cut your bun
Hey,
off.
you
on
let
a
him
TV
do it.
show. Yeah.
You let him do it.
It was awesome.
He was my guest. What was I supposed to do?
Such
Wait, you
great
had a
no.
man bun
She had
and
a
you cut
man
it
bun,
off?
and I cut it off with gardening shears.
I had a utilitarian hairstyle that kept sweat out of my hair while I worked out.
You're angry that your boss made you less gay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm still
just saying,
surprised
not
Gary
accepting
didn't
that as gay.
scalp him.
Dude.
I like the
tried.
half, like the samurai thing where you do the pull up the
If you're
half
a
and then you
samurai-
have this stuff
Viking
coming
using-
down. Like that shit's hot.
If you're like
that's
a samurai, if you like have a sword and armor and stuff on, you totally roll with it. But this is like quarter black Garrett. You wear like shorts and flip flops
T-shirt and cargo shorts.
Yeah.
It's like man bun.
Yeah.
And you always wearing a hat anyway, so.
Yeah,
that's
it's up
true.
here.
Okay. Who do we have next week? X-Ray Girl.
We have Carl, Sargon of Akkad.
Sargon.
Yay.
Sargon of Akkad. Hail. All right. That's
Sargon
it.
of Akkad.
2 legends in a row.
2 legends in a row. Internet legends. So thanks for watching. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. We'll see you next week. And I'm going to go take a nap. Bye.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all 3. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dame, dame.